All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Penn State League. And here today are 2022 Spring PSU LCS Finals between Concal's Boosters and PSU Black. Getting a draft here in just a few seconds, I believe, as it's pretty close to the start of the game. We're a little bit late on the projection side, setting up this live cast for you all. Once again, I'm Memphis Trash, joined here by the ever wonderful Pop Giraffe.
Good evening, everybody. I am excited for our very own spring finals once again. I'm excited because last year I got silver scrapes and I expect nothing less this season. So it's good to be here.
Got the sporting gear for a lovely day in spring, and also with us is Mr. Runkalicious. How have you been, sir?
I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm so confused. Oh, is the semester over yet?
Well, just about here in a few minutes because we are our last three games. Both these teams grinding their way through the playoffs to come to their final competition, so to speak. Penn State Black and Concal's Boosters both really running it so far in terms of killing other teams. It has not been terribly close in terms of competition. Prank Invasion, one of the teams I remember being probably one of the closest. That was still a 2-0 series.
Yeah, even also remembering going to the Universe with PSU Black, I thought that was going to be a way better game. And again, that was another 2-0. But we're going right into draft. Darius banned right off the bat for PSU Black.
Yep. And Concal's Boosters taking away the Jarvan IV. Zoe banned away, as well as we get some substitutes on Concal's Boosters today.
Yeah, a very special Penn State alumni coming home once again. Our beloved Pingu coming home once again, stomping Invitational to once again come back, and was hired very quickly for Concal's Boosters. So glad to have him back. Glad to have him back in the fold, and should be good to see him in action again.
Yeah, some bans already levied in his direction. Zoe and Ari take up the list, two very blindable, strong characters right now in the mid lane meta. Zoe's something we see a little bit less, but something Pingu has favored in the past. Tryndamere also possibly hitting the ban bench. Don't want to see that up in top lane with Cold Rice Vada. Instead, next strongest AD carry currently in the meta, Lethality Xayah, B1 for Penn State Black.
Yeah, I mean, Xayah's definitely very strong, especially you've seen lethality, even some people trying to flex it mid lane. It's very strong, it's very good CC early on, and like it's very consistent in team fights, and for some reason people like to stand in front of feathers, like they're shiny things, so, you know, it's a lot of extra damage off the bat.
Scales quite well.
Yeah, I don't like Airy though, but there's no other good thing, and that's the one thing that annoys me about it, because people take Airy, and I get it, it's what you're supposed to do, but it's an ugly room for such a good champion.
Yep, let's see if the new skin's on. Arcane Xayah didn't pop out this patch, so might be seeing some of that with Mr. Lucianal down in the bottom lane. Looks like maybe the Kiana picked away here. Flex pick between mid and jungle. Preferably we've seen it mid lane in the past. Yeah. Jungle Kiana has been not exactly Riot's favorite child to deal with.
Yeah, it's important to note, Zalt Hate, the jungler for Concal's Boosters, is a mid lane made by trade. He's filling in jungle for this season, but Kiana not an unfamiliar champion.
No, absolutely not. It looks like interesting we see the Rakan picked up this early. We don't know exactly the support matchup just yet. The idea is here you're not necessarily going to see a Leona at Concal's Boosters because you already have the Ezreal in the lane. You're not exactly a great lane combination, Ezreal-Leona. So Rakan a little bit safer in that side of the matchup. Still, we've seen better supports paired with Xayah in the past. Right now, Enchanters, of course, the huge rage. Yeah. Could have seen a Karma here just as well. But Rakan, not necessarily a bad option to take. And then Viego as the response for the jungle pick. Coming in for a Catalyst.
Yeah, a Catalyst. Viego's one of his strongest champs. We haven't seen it that very much in a while, but when it's Jarvan taken away, it's something very good that can get a lot of lane pressure early on. Something, you know, some good CC early, and the Pike comes in.
Yep, you know? So not even going to be laning at all. Still very good engage with the Bone Scare to get these picks. And when you already have a Kiana in mid or jungle, plenty of pick potential between just those two champs alone. Could look to even round that out more as the draft continues. But instead, Gangplank banned away, strong zoning top laner. Going to try to take away something that might neutralize that laning. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Malphite ban at some point. Just, that's one of the if you're at a skill differential top lane, or even at the same skill, you just pick Malphite, play it easy out, and yeah, rock man it up. But Karthus banned away here, so maybe still looking at that jungle as potential threat, and going to continue that way with the Volibear and Diana bans.
I do like the Volibear ban because Cold Rice Vada has been very tiptoey with a lot of the champions, as we've usually seen. He has a wide champ pool, but he's been really hard, like, harnessing the power of Volibear. I'm glad they took that away from him, because Volibear is very strong, especially in the laning phase, and into this comp now that's very mobile, that's very susceptible to CC, and just having that good beef getting rid of. And we have an Ornn in response. It's good way to round it out. Just like I said, they're a little squishy. Finally have some good team fight. With Gwen counterpick, though, it's not what you want to see.
Yeah, and they're also running out of options for the AP junglers here, with Karthus and Diana banned out. Jungle Gwen, obviously pretty hard nerf, but it's one of the other junglers you can see in AP. And while Ornn is AP, you don't want to go in with Ornn being your only AP if you're Concal's booster, so we're going to see maybe an interesting jungle pick.
Yep, gonna be getting down towards it. B5 still available, gonna be probably looking for the mid lane pick here. Final mid laners, yeah, Corki's one of the last few ones up and available, so that one more than likely locked in. Substantial amounts of AP damage with that one paired with the Gwen as a solo lane. Of course, you do Viego and jungle, so not that big of a deal. And helps something kind of burst down some of these a little bit safer characters like Ezreal, Kiana, deal with the range differential a bit. And now, Concal's boosters. Probably mid or jungle. Gragas would likely, I'd assume, be jungle. I don't feel like you'd be playing Gragas mid Corki all that much.
Yeah, it's also not really that great into Gwen either.
It's okay into Gwen. I think we've seen it in Pro a few times into Gwen. Wonder specifically likes that one.
All right. This came out a lot better than I expected it to. Concal ended up having Concal's boosters having a little bit more of a safer bot lane with the gank potential with the Pyke. We have a pretty straight up Ornn pick in the top lane. Going to be a little susceptible to the Gwen, but if they're not able to get Cold Rise bot ahead really early, Gwen can kind of sputter out. But we do have a Catalyst on one of his good champs. We have Lucianol on one of his good champs, and Opto on one of his great champs. And we have a lot of comfort picks on both sides. But actually, realistically, PSU Black has the most comfort picks way more than Concal's boosters. I think the only one that got was Ezreal.
Yep. One of Concal's old favorites, the Ezreal pick.
Of course, we're not sure if he is going in that AD role quite yet. Presence of Pingu is adding a little interesting, but it appears, based on draft screen, that they will be keeping their normal roles.
Yep. Be going
It's bait.
fairly
It's bait.
it might very well be bait. Gonna be seeing bans go through quite quickly here as just kind of progressing through the draft, but PSU Black I think definitely putting together a very solid, flexible composition. They don't necessarily have a ton in the way of split push, but you do have the option of sending the Gwen into the side lane. Does I think have a fair team fight, though you are relying on the Rakan to do the engage work. So with the Rakan doing engage work, you have less of an actual front line, more of just a trying to follow up on the quickness type of deal, which can be difficult when you have something like a Gragas, like an Ornn disrupting you in that match. So it's going to be a little bit harder to play in that mind, but still very possible. You have safety on your AD with the Feather Storm available, as well as Blade Collar on Lethality side does so much damage. And then Apto on Corki, perfectly fine to be fluttering out and into fights with the package as well as the Valkyrie.
Yeah, Concal's booster is a lot better of a front line than I would say PSU Black does, because really PSU Black is all bruisers, while Concal's boosters has Ornn, the super sturdy tank. They have Gragas, really good AP bruiser, and they also have like really good burst in the back line because they have Kiana, and then they're also able to maybe snake the Pyke back there too. So there's a lot of protection for the Ezreal. There's a lot of there's not really much that PSU Black's going to be able to do, especially if they try to send Gwen to the side lane. Gwen really is only good as a split pusher when she's ahead because no one can really contest her, and then at that point you're drawing away from the team fight, which makes you way more weak. I'm really suspecting that if we see the Corki roams is what I'm expecting a lot of today, because we saw it a lot in playoffs. We saw Corki roams early bot, especially into a really nice Xayah. If we can get her mythic really early and we can get a lot of gold on her super early, it kind of negates a lot of the front to back that we have out of Concal's boosters. So I'm expecting a lot of roams. I'm not sure how Viego's going to do into the Gragas, but I think it's really going to be a matter of, can we get some help in the bot lane to kind of spiral out the Xayah a lot faster, and is Gwen going to get enough gold to be able to split push and really fight for her own to open it up a little bit more?
Yep, and on the other side of it, Concal's boosters fair team. You know, looking for team fights, you're looking for pick comps with the Kiana as well as Pike. You have the potential of resets, which we've seen a lot through the playoffs thus far. The Pike, stuff like Viego as well, going for just chain kills in these team fights when players get so low. But one of the sticking points, I think, with what you said, Nick, in terms of the team fight and front line of Concal's boosters, might be on Zoltata on this Gragas pick, which, not sure, Runk, what's your idea? Maybe like an AP, or is more of a frontline Gragas angle for the jungle?
So originally I was concerned because they don't have much AP, but then we see PSU Black did not draft any true tank. Viego and Gwen can frontline just because of their lifesteal. But I really feel like Gragas' just best all-around build right now is the Everfrost into Winter's approach, getting your tier early to make sure it's stacked. You're going to end up, I think, about 2 items, you end up with around 200 AP while still having around 2,500 HP. Everfrost is extremely good on him. You can stun lock people. Gragas can already pretty much stun lock people late game with his belly slam there. But I would assume that's what it is. Unless you're going to do some AP Ezreal stuff going on here.
Please don't. Please don't.
AP Ornn, maybe?
I'd rather that over AP Ezreal, like, to be honest with you. But yeah, I also think you bring up a good point, because I think Gragas is definitely, I would expect Gragas to go more into the more tankier side, because CC is their friend right now. Especially looking at this draft, CC is Concal's booster's friend, because they're already set up for really good team fight. The more CC they have, the more they're able to catch them out and really collapse onto Corki and the Xayah. Xayah is probably the only slippery one on this team that they can really lock down that much. I mean, you're going to be able to get Viego. Gwen, you only got to worry about the W. Corgi, you also only have to really worry about the W, because he can just go away. And then Xayah, if you get an ult out of Xayah, that's a lot of things that you can really kind of waste with just more CC you can just throw at them. So I think I would expect Bruiser Gragas, full tank Ornn, and if Kiana goes anything other than lethality, I think he should just be removed from the team. I'm sorry, Serial, it has to be done.
I'm quite expecting the Gragas to actually go a little bit more than the AP round, maybe the Everfrost build like you were talking about, Runk, just because when you look at these two teams, if Concal's boosters is not like terribly ahead in the early game, especially with Serial and Kiana, this team is very low damage.
Yeah.
Very low damage with the Gragas going tank. I mean, yeah, you could say Pike has the reset, so it's a half health execute that you're looking at. Ezreal has a fair bit of damage, but that takes longer to come really into its true form. And especially because Kiana and Ezreal both probably going more lethality and such AD heavy focus builds. Ezreal's not a crit AD carry. It is going to be a bit of an interesting way to play against stuff that's lifesteal, like Gwen, like Viego, as well as people that just can outrange you. Corki, Xayah being two of the big ones. Serial, I think, is going to have a very hard time getting into fights against Apto and Lucianal this game if they're playing correctly in terms of positioning. That's where I think Zolta comes in, maybe with an Everfrost, throws a cask out, disrupts the team fight, does a crap ton of damage, and can supplement a little bit of that burst, especially earlier on in the game. Gragas combo is pretty much undodgeable if he has Flash available. That is a very hard one to get out of, as we are ticking down here in Spectator Late for our first game in our best of 5 finals series. So, see who takes the early lead, not like the rest of the playoffs where we get, one game in and suddenly it's match point and we got to worry about winners and losers. There's a little bit of breathing room for these teams to
play around a little bit.
Yep.
Really feel the water, test it out, see what they can pull off today. Hopefully, maybe even some off-meta, I dare say, picks today.
Well, we certainly have a few of those already. Gragas jungle is not something we've seen in quite a hot minute.
Oh, years. It's been years.
I think it's been a year.
I think it's been a year as well.
I don't know. I can't tell time anymore. My perspective. We're like...
For just $1...
It's been longer for me.
For just $1 a day, you can buy Pop Giraffe a watch.
For you, it's been a little bit longer for me since I've seen a Gragas. But loading in here.
I unfortunately did not get to see skins.
I saw Earth.
You're gonna figure it out real quick here. It's
Earth Corki.
The important thing is that Xayah and Rakan are matching. If they aren't matching, they might as well just FF.
That is true. Skinergy wins games, and it seems we have a slight spectator issue, but it's okay.
2022 spectator.
Yeah.
I
just had to yell at it. It's okay.
Yep, it works eventually.
As with most technology, if you yell at it and hit it, it will fix itself.
We didn't even have to hit it.
All right, so coming out on the earth here, you're gonna see Not expecting any too crazy of level 1s from either of these two. Maybe something around Ruck on the Rakan is pretty much all you're really looking at in terms of level 1 CC. Bone Skewer, My Dream might throw it out, but it's going to be just a push.
We do have skinless top lane here, so while I'm disappointed to not see a good orange skin or a Gwen skin, at least they're both skinless.
No, I want Cafe Cuties. It's
That is
one
true.
of the best skin lines in recent memory. So I'm a little disappointed that Mr. Bada did not splurge for finals to buy Cafe Cutie Gwen. A little upsetty.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Aiden just gonna protect the red here, waiting for his jungler to come back around. We did get some early advanced vision here onto the blue buff for the side of Concal's boosters. Popping that water, they're going to be able to track Mr. Catalyst on the Viego a little bit better, just at least get an idea if he's going for that 3 camp, or maybe even a 4 camp clear post Wolves based on the timing there.
Yeah. I do expect, the one thing I am expecting out of PSU Black, especially because of A Catalyst, is a lot of enemy jungle vision. A Catalyst is very good at getting enemy jungle vision. He's very good at trying to get good invades, and he's very good at putting pressure early, especially on a Gragas with into Viego early. I think they PSU Black wins the 2v2 a little bit better, but it just really, I expect a lot of vision. That's what I hope, and it really would pay the dividends later on. But
I'll say right now looking to go probably for a 5 camp as he's on that Raptors. Of course, level 1 Q, pretty decent on Viego for clearing those out. Most likely going to see the full clear out of Zoltata in this early game. Wait for the Gragas to get that level 6 and really get that potent cast, especially considering pathing towards the top side here. Not necessarily the best 2v2 for you early on when Viego is just going to run you dry. As Gragas Ornn, the damage just is not there. As well as mid lane, Corki going to have push early, but kill threat not necessarily in Serial's favor just yet. Needs to get that level 3 at minimum. Yeah. Grab that ice and then be able to flash on for some CC. And even then, Corki, Valkyrie, Exhaust, fairly safe so far. So this early game probably is going to see these junglers farming out. Lanes play the way they should. And holding off of any major mistakes by the laners should be a little bit more of a quiet early game. At least until maybe first crab.
Yeah. And it's very good even trading and things like that. There's nothing really crazy going on.
Oh, there is actually up here top side. We have an invade onto the red. Zoltata does manage to grab that one way, so Cold Rice Bada using that top lane pressure to go on the defensive there into the enemy jungle.
Oh, no, it looks like Serial's going to go in on Opto here.
Yep, Valkyrie's out. Serial has the execute, but yep, Opto just going to preemptively flash. Zoltata does not want to go for the flash engage on that. Just going to play it safer as 888. Not sure how he got on this side of the wave, but Catalyst is here to respond.
Levels up also.
Yeah, I mean, that's the disadvantage of going for the red side invade, but Viego is here, and Catalyst finds the stun.
Double buffs, 888 tries to E out of it.
Yep, he does have flash, so should be fine to walk this one out. So a little bit far up, yes, pushing the 2-level advantage, but still needs to burn the flash. Jungle presence is on that top side. He knows his jungler's down bot side grabbing crab, so it ends up being a pretty even trade. Catalyst will go for the Krugs here, so let's get a little bit more out of this. I don't think we're going to see Zoltata go for a Krug in return, so it's one camp counter jungle, though is staying bot lane quite a while.
Well, it looks like My Dream H1B might get a little quirky pull here. We might be able to make some with the Gragas, but
yeah, it was big for PSU Black's bot lane to not get grabbed by the Pyke level 1. That's kind of Pyke's big kill pressure is actually level 1, and then level 6 is when he's going to get you. But they didn't get pulled, so at this point it's pretty hard for Pyke to do anything here. We might see a solo lane Ezreal coming out here as Pyke decides once he has boots just to roam.
Yep, pretty expected out of this. We've seen Pyke quite a bit here in playoffs. Generally does not play full lane all too much. Wouldn't be surprised if we see an early topside roam onto this Gwen, but in any event, for now, just going to protect the Ezreal. Look for picks here. Ruck does get sniped again, has the battle dance, so is just fine to get away.
Thoughts on Elderwood as a skin line?
Those are Star Guardian.
Are they Star Guardian?
That is Star Guardian, Rakan, and
I'm
Xayah.
fired.
It is very similar. The easiest way to tell is actually Xayah's feathers are a little more pointed on Star Guardian. On Elderwood,
I was gonna say the little star person.
Yes, the pets.
That's what I was gonna go for because I just saw
to
that.
hold up your skin conversation. We do have a bit of a Scuffle here in mid. My Dream coming up. Apto does get
with the flash!
Flash Grand Entrance does not find it as flash in response by Dream, but Serial gets a double root. Hook is here, but can't find it onto Ruck. Probably have that battle lance available yet again as well as the second charge. Either way, Jungler is now here as well just to make sure this wave can be escorted mid. Serial up a guitar, but catch onto My Dream. Does have the E is slide away, and the slippery snake of Pike does manage to dodge Death's Grasp for now. So this might give priority here towards Catalyst and friends to possibly look for an early dragon, seeing Zeltata going topside instead without the wave pushing. They are just going to settle for the Raptors. Play this one a little bit slow again. Neither of these teams technically looking to really accelerate this early game too terribly much outside of early support roams.
Yeah, that's the thing with both these comps is neither of them are in a hurry to fight. There's really nobody on either side. Pike, maybe, just because once he hits about 25 minutes, his job becomes a little bit harder.
Oh.
As Gragas is going to eat that and walk away.
Yep, this is the Gragas difference. Gwen in base, so Catalyst's not going to be able to fight this one. Naden still on top to pressure this one out. So I thought to clear out the wards here. Looks like it's going to push back into Ornn as well, so going to be picking up a little bit of that farm differential that's currently sitting there. Otherwise, both supports once again on the move. This is something we've come to expect of Ruck. My Dream we haven't seen too much of. As the Rakan here, Bone Secure does go wide. Serial to take a pretty decent chunk of damage. As top lane, here comes the fight. Cold Rice Spada can't get out of the W. The Ornn Horde hits. There comes the clappening. One more Q will do it. The ticking down. First blood for Naden. The potion not enough to save Cold Rice Spada, and it's the 1v1 top lane for the losing matchup. Though Catalyst not able to come in fast enough to make it a clean, easy pickup.
That was great positioning by Naden. Really able to actually milk the spacing on Gwen W and really able to just keep it inside so it's able to get the double brittle off from ulti as well as his W, putting a ton of damage. And Cold Ray Spada not even able to hit 6 off the wave, unfortunately, even though it's Gwen. Brittle does a lot of damage when you just get hit by all of it. So really good job with really good trade from Naden.
Yeah, and that's the punish of the early game invade on the red buff. You have that XP differential that's just going to be there for quite a while yet to come as Ornn able to grab a lot of that wave. And now, Concal's boosters able to get onto this early Ocean Dragon, smite that one away. Catalyst is going to have to settle for his red. And it is an early lead. It's not too grossly in favor of Concal's boosters just yet. Only a few hundred gold in separation here. You still have some CS leads in top lane and mid lane, albeit minor.
Yeah, all things considered, this is, besides the kill, this is still a very even game. This is very...
Yeah, the gold difference is actually the kill. It's the only gold difference.
It's very unexpected. I'm very impressed with the control that we have on both teams.
Yep, again, as Runk said, neither team here too excited to overly accelerate the game, you know, not taking any wanton risks, just throwing out skill shots and whatnot, trying to grab picks that maybe are a little bit too deep under enemy turrets. So we are just going to get a bit of a farm fest here, some LCK kind of action. T1 is expected to be the best team at MSI here, at least from expectations, so not too terrible to copy that style of League of Legends at the moment. It seems to be working for some people. Either way here, might be a crafting test. Supports up here. Zeltad does secure that one. Maybe look like Cold Rush is trying to go down, but will just head back and continue to farm.
Surprisingly, correct me if I'm wrong, but Ezreal has a CS lead when he's solo, and for some reason to me that doesn't seem like it should be the correct case.
To be fair, Lucianal is also solo.
Yes.
So it is just the 1v1 gold difference, and again, Concal on his comfort champion from ages past, so is just having a good old time picking up these minions. Ezreal into the lethality Xayah as well. You can space with Mystic Shot. You don't have to go as hard into actually trading into the Xayah, so a little bit easier than some AD carries to play into.
He also just doesn't have to worry about the jungle punishing nearly as much on Ezreal, having the Arcane Shift. Xayah does have 6 now, but she's obviously going to be a little more reluctant to use her ult to get out of things, as opposed to a basic ability.
Certainly so, and yeah. For now, just going to be a lot of posturing. It looks like PSU Black might want to leverage some pressure over this Rift Tail, but again, without topside pressure, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Ruck's still up here, maybe looking, yep, Serial going for the engage, gets exhausted off the Supreme Display of Talent. Now Serial going low, there comes the Heartbreaker, but instead it's responded to a gank in topside. Good cast from Zoltata. Cold spot on one more attack will do it, and Zoltata able to claim the kill with the empowered one. Mid lane ends up just being a disengage from both sides. Flashes burned all over the place with Catalyst and Serio both cloning their summoners. In the end, not resulting in any kills there, but...
Looks like this is a herald for Concal's boosters.
Yep, topside Prio, mid lane has to reset here for the side of Penn State Black. I believe Corky does have the package, though, so is able to pick that one up. And that means Herald, yeah, going to be just disengaged from because you cannot contest objectives when Corky has package, and you're not fully set up for it. So instead, Catalyst going to take away the Gromp here.
Oh! GG, go next.
Concal with his sneaky little Mystic shot will claim that one.
I will comment on the control once again. There was no mastery flashed. That is true sportsmanship.
You know, are we sure this is PSU? Like, are
Where
we sure that these are Penn State players?
Well, this is supposed to be the creme de la creme, the top of the top. Spring, there is no team balancing. This is just who is the better players. So you have a good concentration. You do get some pretty decent plays. And on the resets for the side of Concal's boosters, it will be Penn State Black taking the priority of the tail, but it doesn't look like it's going to go uncontested as My Dream looking to find some hooks. Of course, Aptos still with the package available. Herald down to 900, down to 7. It's going to be smited away by Catalyst, but now the engage coming through. Horn only finds Apto. The Bone Skewer hits though. Apto, no more package. Serio grabs Rook on the backside. Zoltata looking for Catalyst as well. 888 able to grab his kill onto Apto there as package just running out from under the Corky. Another kill on a Zoltata, and the Herald play going on its head as Concal's Wizards is going to pick up so many kills off that.
Did we see Corky use package?
No,
he did not.
It expired before he could use it.
Because he was posturing to use it, and he was using it to, you know, like, zone everybody out, but...
Hold right spot. I don't think he can
does
actually
not
get
have
this
mana.
one, yeah. No mana, doesn't really have a ton of damage right now. He's just sitting on that blasting one, so...
Yeah, I was expecting the Corky to use the package at least to zone off. Maybe just run it over the pit a little bit, but decided just to let it go.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate because I thought that coming out of the Herald, at the very least, they could have packaged or at least turned on Ornn, trying to give themselves a way out, but they just let themselves get collapsed on.
Yep, Rook tried to go for the engage, gets caught out.
H1B getting caught out.
Yeah, has to eat over the wall again. It is Pike, so
Yeah.
can just
allowed.
finagle his way over. Now, the bright side here for Penn State Black is they do secure that early Herald. You still have about a minute left to use it. So if they can get pressure here in bot lane or mid lane, yep, just going to pop it mid here before the dragon is totally taken down. Of course, not looking to contest it, just trying to get something for the trade. So while Concal's Wizards are able to get that second dragon stack and get a little bit of plating gold back into their pockets, kind of slim down that gold lead that was just created from the topside fight. So Penn State Black getting a bit of a consolation prize for their efforts, but still a fair one nonetheless, as starting to get towards that first mythic completions for a lot of these characters. All the tier builders, Corky, Ezreal, already have their mana mins stacking in inventory, but you're looking at just a little bit more for Gwen's mythic. Viego getting close to Divine Sunder in his inventory. Gragas is going to go the AP build. Does not look like it's going to be the Everfrost, I don't think.
No, that's looking like a Night Harvester.
That's looking like a Night Harvester or probably a Night Harvester. I doubt he goes looted. His 888 does complete his mythic as we're talking about it. Ezreal getting close as well, but here comes the ulti from 888. Able to grab the knockup. The second Brittle Proc is there. The E set up, but Gwen almost! Thank goodness for Spellbook Exhaust. Or able to spot that one is fight down to the bottom side, Ruck. Can't find anything with the flash away. Does get tagged by a Mystic Shot, but again, this is Mana Moon Sheen Ezreal. No lethality yet, so it does not do too much damage. But yeah, thank goodness for Summoner Exhaust in top lane. 880 coming that one by a marginal victory. Without that gold lead and without that rune option, is Zoltata looking for at the mid lane, but he's got friends to help. There's a great cast for an easy kill. My goodness, that was clean, man.
Fantastic.
Right into the barrel, placed perfectly at his feet. And now pushing in the mid lane, Catalyst and Ruck are charged to defend, but this is a hard one. One Bone Skewer, and it's a pick as Tower does go down. Zoltata looking for the engage, can't find the EQ. And they will just back away, but still mid lane tier 1 secured, a 4,000 gold lead for Concal's boosters at just 14 minutes, 15 minutes, mind you, in the game. And quite a showing, I think, here from them in this early game. 888, and top diff is real, as he's been playing this Ornn and Gwen matchup extremely well.
Yeah, he's been holding his own. He's been doing really good trades. The only time he's ever been in danger was when Catalyst had to path up to try and help or clean up after the fact. But 888's really just given Concal's boosters a solid bedrock. And look at Vada trying to do some trading here. He has Ruck to back him up.
And in trouble. Good flash of the Grand Entrance. Has to back out after that with the Ignite coming out on Zoltata.
I don't think
Zoltata's here!
This does a good bit of damage, but not enough to dissuade Catalyst from joining, as Serial pathing on the bot side with the side of My Dream, and now it might be a disaster for Catalyst, as Bone Scrub does miss. Heartbreak also cannot get him over the wall. Serial the one to benefit from that kill. However, with Catalyst sacrifice, the other two do get out of the way. It's just one failed flash and one life expended. My Dream will attempt to stall some recalls as mid lane
to get some mid tower gold off those objective brownies proccing right off the beginning. So not necessarily the best, but they did get something out of it in the long run. But 4K gold lead, not what you want to see.
Unfortunately, the bot lane Skinergy not working too well because Rakan has not been bot lane, so that Skinergy just can't happen. Now, I did just happen to notice that we have Striker Ezreal in the bot lane, one of the soccer skins, and we do have Superfan Gragas as well. So there is Skinergy on the side of Concal's boosters that we did not initially see.
Imagine playing the soccer skins. The only soccer skin that I even know exists is the TF Breath one and Striker Lucian.
Yes, there's also Ezreal and Superfan Gragas. You'll see he has like a Gatorade jug. It's his barrel.
Olaf is better.
Yeah, My Dream. Maybe a little bit in his RED. Luckily, W's still there. Can just snipe away a Raptor. And for the moment, at least a slight slowdown in the pace of this game. Still waiting about a minute left on that next Mountain Drake. Coming up here. Control probably here over to Concal's boosters.
Well, we made it 17 minutes, but we have Flash Mastery.
Oh. Well, you gotta contest the chickens. Oh,
Zoltata finds Catalyst, or maybe Catalyst finds Zoltata, as he not too happy with that trade with the Proto Belt coming in for Mr. Zoltata on the Gragas.
Well, H1B, he's lurking.
He's on the control ward, though. He does have the Umbral Glaive, probably the best item in the game right now, as far as per gold value. Recently got buffs. There's only 2,300 gold now. 35-second cooldown. It's basically an automatic sweeper, and you're gonna one-shot regular wards, two-shot control wards.
It's such a good, like, just vision control item, and I see no one ever build it.
To be fair, there's only a handful of lethality supports in the game.
That's
one of them
true.
being Mr. Pike.
I'm sure Set could build it.
Pike can do it. Senna can pretty safely do it when you're doing the lethality build. I believe that the buffs to it were intended to encourage mid-laners.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, engage here, but Corky package is available. We'll just have to burn it, as there are pings onto the late Herald by Catalyst. Aptho as well, pathing up to that one. Again, package has already been expended for safety, so just gonna try to go for the top bot trade with this dragon. Mystic Shot gonna tag Catalyst, but catch onto My Dream. Rook able to secure that one for Aptho. The objective bounty claim. Now the Ornhorn coming out, but it's a 4v2. 888 might not want this fight. Goldeye Spotted though does get knocked up by the ulti. Cannot find purchase. And Serial is going to skirt around the backside, possibly looking for a follow-up pick on the resets. Catalyst is, well, not so low anymore, such as Modern Jungle. Aptho finds Serial over the wall, goes invisible with the grass play, but there's the screenplay of talent. The execute is there, and that is going to be the kill onto Catalyst. However, it is going to be a shutdown onto the Corky. Might take that trade here, Catalyst on 0-3, but Zoltata looking to go in. Ruck takes the E-Flash for his mid laner. Zoltata does not go for the damage burst onto him, and so it will just be a back off. And Herald traded for Dragon, but gold advantage, I think, over to PSU Black, and then it's just with the shutdown.
Yeah, it's always nice that, especially now when you're a little bit hankering for gold, you're not really doing too great off these like 2v2s and these objective fights. It's really nice to get that good shutdown gold onto Corky, just to kind of help him get closer to Mythic, because once he hits that Ludens, there's going to be a lot more of an even playing field in terms of damage. Because right now, they just really have a lot of sustain. Gwen can't really get close enough to anybody to really put on the damage onto the back line. And Xayah gets blown up almost immediately. So it's good for them to finally get some gold. But again, we see some out-trading here.
Yeah, Coldspot is going to pop the ultimate. Catalyst is in the area if Aiden overextends, and that might be the idea, but E with the brittle, one more auto attack, not gonna be enough. Aiden finally punished for the greed and the shutdown once again onto Catalyst this time. So more of that shutdown gold coming in, going to reduce the gold lead just to 3K, so cashing in on some standing gold, so to speak. Although still, soul point here for CBT, quite comfortable in their current position. I wouldn't be too terribly stressed out. Lucian, oh! Yeah, one more, that's a stack murder man, and that is a definitive kill onto the Xayah.
Yeah, Concal has got a 250 gold farm bounty right now. He is very happy as Ezreal.
Yep. Plus 10 CS a minute.
Hanging out.
Yeah, my dream and Cold Rice gonna exchange words, and Pike decides he doesn't like those words, and just head over the wall, find a new river to swim in.
He was trying to be friendly.
It's about sending a message. You know, League is 90% mental. It really is. There's not much physical involved. That's why someone like me can play it.
Yeah.
That's Serial.
Oh, Serial.
Yeah, Lucian does have the ultimate, but this is Kiana. Yep, just burns the Feather Storm. Does flash away from the second execute,
so close.
Quite lucky on that one. Cold Rice bottom though. Maybe in trouble here. Zaltana is quite tanky. Yeah, tower. Gonna go down with my dream. Dangerously low. Good E. Does get immune. The Orn ult though will not. As Rock trying to come in here for the save. Grab the quickest, but the execute misses. Cold Rice able to grab up with the E, but the cast will find them both. And now it's Catalyst trying to trade back kill. Will get one to the pipe, but can't grab the reset. And that means Zoltan and 888 shall continue their push in top side. It was a little tight of a margin there. They killed it good, but Zoltan decides to throw in the... well, not throw in the towel, but throw in the barrel.
Big barrel.
And make that one happen. He's going to go for the Hex Flash over the wall. Lucian in trouble.
No!
The E. 888 now in trouble as the ulti comes through. We lose lighting in the cast room.
We don't worry about it. Opto putting on the pressure on Serial bot lane. Serial able to return with a momentous display, but the trading. Is he able to get
the kill?
Good R. Very, very close. Trades in the bot lane while we momentarily lose power, but it's okay, because we're back now. What number is that? 7K gold lead on the Concal's boosters.
I had to step away from mid, do a bit of an interpretive dance to get the sensors to realize there are indeed humans in this room.
Well, you know, sometimes, you know, you gotta save that power.
It knows we're League of Legends players and that we're barely hanging on there.
We're comfortable in the dark.
Either way, very well done here by Concal's boosters to pick up.
Also having to waste Herald top lane here.
Yeah, I mean, just having to pop it. Now, Cold's should be able to get a charge off here into 888. Did experience the Ignite with the ultimate there. Can't get too much else. I'm not sure if 888 actually can stop the Herald push, though. So we'll get charge up. Yeah, he can't even proc the eye. So we'll get the charge up top side. Doesn't get the tower, unfortunately. But not really the biggest issue is 30 seconds here with the Mountain Drake. We see both these teams posturing down here in the bottom side river, looking for a potential pick to lead into control over the pit. As Serial has the flank.
Posturing for Soul, good vision.
Yeah, I mean, this is a must-fight situation for Penn State Black. They do not want an Ornn to have access to that mountain.
PSU Black also severely lacking in vision on the bot side of the map.
Yeah, it's really hard against that Umbral Glaive, because if your teammates are not constantly with you, it's very hard to set wards.
Oh, Cold Rice Bada.
Oh no,
in
misses
some
the
trouble,
wall.
but Catalyst is here to respond, so 888 needs to try to grab away. Does pop a barrier, I believe, from the Summoner's Spellbook. Now Apto here as well with the fact that instead of the Mountain Soul, they're going to trade it for a pick on the top side.
I don't like that. I mean, it was a gimme. You gotta do it. It's a very gimme. It's gimme gold because 888 was definitely overextended there. It was a repeat of the last time, but that's really, really not good. Giving up Mountain Soul to a team with a really already very nice bruiser and an Ornn who has Fimbulwinter. You have a very thick front line now for Concal's boosters. And that's not, I don't really think that was worth the couple hundred gold that you get just off of Ornn top.
Yeah, the 300 for Mountain Soul is not a veritable trade in stats, one might say, for how much that gives. And now, pick on Lucian. Yeah, it's AP Gragas. There's the combo. Cascade, Apto gets pushed back towards Teo, does have the flash away. Good blocking by Ruck. He actually managed to save his mid laner there by taking the Ezreal W. Otherwise, pretty easy kill there onto Apto. And either way, with the sacrifice or not being good, it's going to be a Baron call here for the side of Concal's boosters. And I think Penn State Black may be looking at where this one went wrong. this game. Almost, we're getting close to an 8K gold lead here as Serial tries to find this big bit of talent. Might be a little bit in over his head though, as gets stunned up, Exhaust is down, Heartbreaker finds him as Midriff goes down as well, so 2 Barons are going to be gone here with the over-aggression in the bot side jungle, but Baron claimed by the side of Concal's boosters. They're going to use it as they see fit. Boost is up to an official 8K gold lead, and this one is looking very difficult. Cold Rise bot up, predated upon again, in, overextending yet again. Catalyst is here, has the ultimate though to try to get this one away. And Winter grabs the double knockup. Double Brittle is there on a Cold Rise bot, but the damage is just too much with these 2 characters. And with the Hourglass popped, it will be the kill onto Naden. And I mean, they are punishing the overextend quite well. They do get another Baron off the table, and that's a pretty big pick off. Not really sure what Naden is, just kind of.
He's doing Naden things.
Yeah.
I remember this in great detail from last year.
Unfortunately, he's not playing Aatrox, he's playing Ornn.
Or
so
Set.
a little bit less on the dueling / 2v1 front in terms of ability.
You have to give him credit. He almost got the Gwen.
He did. He forced the He forced the Zhonya's. So I'm impressed. Was it worth it? No, but
No,
I
absolutely
still
not.
give it respect where respect is due.
Losing
It's
silent
about
Baron.
sending a message. It really is. Interesting.
Saltaza looking for something here, and Luciano might just get it. Yeah, force out the feathers, and that cast pretty much would have just straight up killed. Mystic shot, dodged away.
So Zalt did go. He actually went the Proto Belt instead of the Night Harvester, so he is full AP. He then went to a Death Cap, and now with a Shadow Flame with a 10-stack Dark Seal.
Yep.
He hurt.
He
To
is
put it simply.
quite strong.
That barrel hurt.
Serial's well pushing in the bot lane here, trying to sync up this mid and bot wave. Of course, Baron up mid gonna push a little bit faster with those enchanted cannons. Zalt just able to zone away here. Lucian on the backside. Can't be approaching too readily with the Bailed Zalt on it. Yep. The insta kill assassin.
Where'd he go?
Big man. Flash E Proto Belt combo will do it pretty nicely. Is now going back in with Catalyst executed away. Good quickness to grab some damage back in, but Concal already slain the Rakan. Yeah, the Zayad no more. The damage just a little bit too much for this team to deal with 11k gold. This is likely the death push. 2 cannon minions in mid lane. The gold lead is there. 4 members down.
Still a Baron
Let's
up.
say black. Yep, Baron's still able, and we're going to be going into a very quick game too. At 27 minutes, the ace comes through courtesy of MVP Zoltana for this one. One more tower to fall. We're going to do some posturing around the fountain. Yes,
come on! I gave you so much.
the hook.
I gave you so
No.
much credit, guys. Come
They,
on.
they don't got the stuff for a tower dive just yet. As the Nexus will fall, and Concal's boosters cleanly played and handedly done for a game 1 victory. Quite scary situation to be in if you're Penn State Black, drafting what I think is a lot of comfort champions and just coming up ludicrously short in the end.
Yeah.
Of course, played early game quite well, but never really felt like it was too out of the control of Concal to really take that one home.
I really think that was just a difference of momentum, because we saw for the entirety of the early game, probably up to about First Blood was what, like 12 minutes into the game?
It was quite
even
late
later
with
than
the
that.
Solo kill on top lane
Yeah.
for 888.
It was very postured. They were all very good, but all Concal's boosters had to do was just give it a push. They were able to get one pick that started to spiral it, and they finally were able to get a pick into finally getting topside pressure into a Herald, and they were able to do that and to try and get some, plates, get more and more and more. I mean, they were just actually the ones to do something with it. They were able to actually, take opportunities where, it's sad to say, PSU Black didn't either have that many of them or just kind of failed in the 50-50s when they took them.
Yeah, again, the setup, a lot of it probably saw the vision control that they had over on the side of Concal's boosters. Ruck not really able to do his normal vision game with the presence of the Umbreglaive as well as the H1B, just completely sweeping out anything around a Dragon pick. Very hard for them pushing against these kind of pick comps. And either event, lots of stuff for Penn State Black to think about. We're going to go to a quick break here on 2Cast between games. So stay tuned. We got Game 2 coming right up here in just a few minutes' time. All right. Hello, and welcome back for Game 2, Penn State Black versus Concal's Boosters. Concal's Boosters handedly taking away game number 1. Not a close affair for most of it.
No.
Past the very early farm stages of that competition. We saw some pretty good plays all around. The Grogs, especially from Zoltata, phenomenal in game 1, able to get a lot of these picks. We have game 2 draft already up. This time, Penn State Black electing to go for the red side, looking for that counter pick. Most likely up in top lane, but who knows? Might be seeing something for Apto there in the mid lane. Either way, Jarvan, Renata banned away by Concal's Boosters, Darius, Zoe, and I think it's going to be the same few burst bans here for game 2, so no major adjustments here. Maybe Penn State takes away something like the Gragas. Nope, going to settle for the Ahri.
Yeah, I think Penn State Black's logic is everything went wrong that game. There was no one thing they could change in draft that's going to make it better. So I think the logic is GG, go next.
Yeah, first pick Ezreal here out of Concal's Boosters. Once again, securing Concal's comfort pick. Did very well for himself in the solo lane against the Xayah, allowing my Dream H1B to roam and wreak havoc amongst the Rift. And, you know, it's a little surprising, but again, I understand why there was no respect bans or anything, because in terms of impact, it didn't really have to do with the draft. It had more to do with what had ended up happening, and come on, don't pick, don't do it, give me something different, please.
Oh,
That's
yes!
what I like! Thank you, Rook. Please give it to me. Do it. Amumu's a good champ. You needed some more engage. You didn't have the push. This is what you need. Come on, give it to me. Do it.
I hate to disappoint you. I have one word that dissuades the Amumu pick.
Thresh.
Ezreal E.
It's Kiana!
No!
And this time, Penn State Black picked up the Kiana again. Flexible pick. We've seen a Catalyst run it many a time in the jungle. It is definitely preferential for him, but could go mid for Apto as well. There seems to be high contested series. Taken away from Serial. Not giving him that one. Wasn't necessarily a star player on the team, but did have good setup plays with the supreme display of talent as well as the just normal Ice Cube.
Yeah.
As it looks like answer here, maybe an early LeBlanc pick. Surprisingly, the mid laner came out this early, maybe confident that Kiana will be going into the mid lane, as LeBlanc would be an aggressive counter. It is a Serial taking the assassin, and this one's going to be a little bit different to play. Still similar side of Kiana, but a little bit safer. You do have the distortion to go back to always. Very high burst damage. Does lock and clear a bit early on if you're not willing to kind of put forth some of your actual kill pressure to do so.
I really love to see this. Serial is very confident on a very few amount of mages, and LeBlanc is one of his best mages that you could possibly see in the mid lane. He's very confident. It's great pick potential. And why is Diana here? Why? It's a good pick. I get it. But there's no Yasuo? No Wombo combo?
We still have 2 more picks. It could be Yasuo.
I need Malphite Yasuo in these next 2 picks right now.
It might be Yasuo support. We could see.
Malphite support. I'd rather Malphite support and then throw Yas top.
Well, if you're gonna
Put the pressure on Cold Rice bottom. Make him duel more.
Okay, the Moo does come.
Yeah, Moo does come in here. I mean, in response to the Diana, quite nice. You do have the Curse of the Side Mummy, which can really disrupt a lot of her ult patterns.
Yeah.
But interesting, we do see the Diana here on 3 from Concal's Boosters. You already have the double AP in terms of mid and now jungle, presumably, locked in and away. So you're kind of forcing yourself into that AD top, AD... well, not really AD support, but you're looking for an AD top lane at this point, for sure. And a fairly significant source of it, I have to assume. Yes, you do have the Ezreal down in bot lane, which does eventually get to the point where you can do a lot of damage, but in terms of the early 2v2, you don't want something like the Ornn, though it is banned away here. That does majority AP damage because it's much easier to itemize against. Really, really prioritizes Merc Treads, and when you have a LeBlanc on your team, the last thing you want is the enemy team speccing into magic resist. You want this LeBlanc to be dealing as much close to true damage as you can get, so you can really blow up the enemy team, especially when you have stuff like Kiana and Xayah, which, despite being not necessarily the most safe champions either way, still can do some havoc if they get through your initial pop.
Top lane bans, follow more top lane bans, because top lane, we just like to ban every champ from top lane. And somehow the matchup still boils down to autoing each other.
Well, to be fair, it was the, not to be a pun, but it was the catalyst for, you know, the momentum on Concal's for Concal's booster. So it's probably a little bit better that they're starting to prioritize it. Range top laner, everybody.
This is a comfort pick for Cold-Rise Bada in topside. It is the cannon. Has looked very good on it in prior series. Specifically, we saw the one cannon game with a lot of flanking, slicing maelstroms having great effect. Of course, you do have a now fantastic team fight set up for both of these teams with the set lock in there for Concal's boosters.
Aiden has heard my call and has delivered appropriately. That's what I want to see.
It would not surprise me to see that support either, but it will be.
Okay, it's gonna be support set, and we are seeing Irelia into the cannon top.
So this fits in the same kind of mold as Pike does, where he can be aggressive early in lane, he can move around making plays, but the tank does add more value than Pike would, just because they need that good front line here.
And it is actually going to be Catalyst flexing on the Kiana jungle. We're seeing the Vex in the mid lane into the into the LeBlanc. Yep. So it does get a little bit of benefit from the extra dash. It's going to be super helpful later on with Diana, Irelia, LeBlanc, and Ezreal all having some form of dash as a primary part of their kit. But now both these teams setting up for massive team fight potential. Last game we saw more pick compositions with the Kiana Pike. In the mid lane as well as the Gragas with a cask. On the other side, you had like a Viego, Xayah, Rakan. No real super hard engage, not necessarily terribly good front line. You did have the Ornn over on the side of Concal's boosters, which really facilitated a lot of when they did try to team fight with the Ornn Horn to initiate. We saw that with the pick onto Apto after the package expiration. But this time, screw the split push, screw the picks. We're going for all team fight for game 2. And this is very exciting to look off of because this is the fun part of League of Legends to watch, man. You just see 5 guys pushing up into the river around a dragon pit and an all-out slugfest. And we got the CC to back it up, too. We got a Mumu support. We got set support. We got a Diana. We got all sorts of good stuff.
I really like, especially for objective pressure, PSU Black, when we get into the later stages of the game for those bigger objectives, they have a Mumu ult into Kennen ult into Kiana ult
Supreme.
into damage.
into damage.
Not all into
Not like you won't just completely die by then.
Yeah,
but,
not
you
to
know.
mention that a Mumu passive might kill you, but like
the Amumu passive, not the Kennen
That's
ult.
really what I'm worried about right now.
There's no way this is LeBlanc support.
There is
no
way.
Yes. Come on, do it.
That would be quite the
That would
spicy
be.
mix-up if it's
You're gonna put Irelia into the Vex to play LeBlanc support.
I like it. It's bold.
I mean, you're up 1-0. You're not at match point yet. This doesn't really close out the series either way. And
To be fair, you're also
wants to be a little bit frisky with it.
Yeah.
You do have a mid laner playing as your
That's
support.
what I'm saying.
So
You have a mid laner on his champ in bot lane, so it's a comfort pick for H1B. So it's double comfort bot lane into, granted, another double comfort bot lane. But to be fair, LeBlanc will kill you faster than Xayah's feathers.
Well, we did see Concal's boosters playing Zoe support the last 2 weeks. Different player being Tablea, but mid laners and support.
yeah, you throw the mechanics behind. All you need is that little bit of that vision game, and you're good to go. But either way, definitely an interesting one. You're seeing a little LeBlanc flex to support. It isn't an unheard of thing. I mean, we've seen even more dumb LeBlanc flexes, as I believe it was AD LeBlanc top that was meta for a time. I've seen, I believe, even Perks playing that one a few times in solo queue, so not the most strange LeBlanc flex we've seen.
Yeah, Perk's really the person I go to for my off-meta top picks
Yeah,
because I definitely desire going mages in top lane. It's really
AD mages.
AD, yeah, excuse me.
I'm
sorry.
Don't forget
That's
Force Kraken Slayer Ari.
That's the only way to play mages is force them AD in my top lane. That's the only recompense that I
I'm
get for it.
convinced Perks just goes and finds champions with really smooth auto attack animations. Like, I could build attack speed on that.
Sure, man. Hey, he played AD carry for a year, was one of the best in the world during that time. Send it, man. Either way, lots of weird crap that's going to happen this game. The bot lane, very interesting to see how this one's going to play out, because while you do have Distortion as well as Arcane Shift to deal with the bandage toss, it's not necessarily a foolproof strategy to deal with a Mumu engage. And especially
He has 2.
He's got 2.
He has 2.
Mom lets him have 2. And then you also have a Xayah on top of that for the extra just easy, cute auto attack into Blade Caller. So you have a ton of CC potential if you actually do get cut out by one of these bandage tosses.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have like the set support, you have a little bit of an easier time dealing with that. You kind of can face breaker him off. You can do some other stuff. You have the gigantic Haymaker shield that's always up and available for most of your engagements, so a little bit safer to play. Now this can be more aggressive. You have a little bit more burst potential, especially on Lucianal in the early game. Is going to be much higher.
Yeah. I would like to point out, because I mentioned the ult synergy being ridiculous on PSU Black.
On both teams.
Yeah, I would like to point out that Concal's Boosters has a little bit of unexpected ult synergy top side of the map, because having Diana ulti into Aurelia ulti into Aiden smashing the fattest person, which sadly is a Mumu on the other team, smashing a Mumu into everybody, basically puts them in the most unbearable prison of soft CC I've ever seen in my life, and I hate it.
Prison of soft CC.
PSU Black has another big advantage. They have the 3 Yordle synergy. They might have thought we were playing TFT in their drafts, but it's okay. The Yordle synergy coming out with Kennen, Vex, and Amumu. It's unfortunate.
Actually, was not
Amumu
a Yordle.
got retconned.
Well, I'm sorry.
Amumu got retconned. Originally, he was a Yordle and was retconned into a child prince that was mummified. He was originally, or was it the other?
I'm not counting.
Was
him
it
as a
the other
Yordle.
way?
I don't care what lore you're about to pull
I
out of here.
cannot
That's
remember.
not true.
He was.
That's not true.
I cannot remember which way it went. He either was a Yordle and became a child prince, or was a child prince became a Yordle.
Either way, the man's got bandaged and tossed, and we're about to
got-
see him get tossed here in 15 seconds. We got Curse of Sad Mummy coming up. We got Distortions to throw at Zaya. We got Irelia into Vex, which actually, surprisingly, is the most boring matchup we have here currently in this game. Funny enough.
It really is.
We got 888 on the set. Your whole hopes and dreams for this game riding on seeing that pick pop off.
I
as a
just need
personal
him to
favorite.
win. Don't.
Oh my goodness.
Making him, yes,
Emperor of Shurima, get out of here. He's
So
not a Yordle.
He was. He originally was a Yordle.
Excuse me. It's current year. It's current lore.
Yeah,
it's
he's
current year.
He's a pumpkin.
He's a pumpkin.
There we go. He's a pumpkin. We got skits out on the screen here. Everyone's got him this time around. And it actually will be first strike Ken in top lane, as well as first strike Kiana jungle.
Oh my god.
Placeholders.
Why?
Alright. So, some rune choices here. It looks like Cold Rice Bot going for more of like a poke build, which is interesting, as we normally see more in the set. You don't want to go poke style. His regen just a lot to deal with for most of the game.
Especially going Doran's. If he takes second wind here, he's probably
I would be
gonna-
surprised if he doesn't take second one. It synergizes way
Yeah.
too well.
There's
rest
so
of his kit.
much. It's so much regeneration that you get for free. It looks
Oh.
like we're gonna get the top invade here, but they
Cold
get
Rice Bot
caught
is
out.
spotted.
I don't know. He's a little cheeky. You might want to get some early first strike gold.
I don't know. He's Kennen MD. He can just heal up all the damage he takes.
I would also.
Oh! My dream. Yep. Easy wards.
The ward.
Easy wards.
It was for
Good
the
use
vision.
by My Dream to get some vision there as... Yeah, Spellthief's Edge on.
And no potions.
Yeah.
Spellthieves, no potions. He does
him up.
buy them on the back.
Yep, just picking him up now.
His logic might have been if they did fight, he could get some Spell Thieves procs and maybe buy something other than potions.
Minions have spawned.
But there was no fight.
Nah.
Yep, we do have Cold Rice Bot going with the free stopwatch as well as minion dematerializer, so going for a lot of early game push, which is even into the set what you'd expect. Kennen as the range champion, just going to be easier to come up there and just shove the wave out. You can play a lot safer.
Yeah.
He especially has the E, which allows him to get a lot of extra move speed with the dash, as well as a stun if he gets 3 stacks on W.
Although
So-
I think the cull makes me think that he's really trying to play it out for the mid game here.
Go for gold. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
absolutely going
definitely
for gold.
going for gold.
Well, first strike does give you some, it's not super substantial, and Serial's just going to get bopped
W'd.
by the W here. Yeah, that's how this goes. I mean, Apto can just kind of rule this one. Yeah, ranged plus no dashes plus W fear equals no minions.
Plus level 1.
Yeah, plus level 1 equals no minions. Serial going to have to wait for this to kind of push into him as, yeah, Apto can just go in for any trade he wants to. It is the Doran's Blade Irelia, so you do have to kind of hit stuff to heal. There's no Corrupting Pot, there's no Doran Shield for passive healing. It is all just on whether you can get those auto attacks off. So it's going to be a very rough lane for Serial here early. He does have the cleanse, so at least he can get out of a few gank attempts by the Kiana Vex. Yeah, it's Vex. I was like, I forgot the champion name. It's too new. My boomer brain can handle it as.
Oh, 888, yes.
As now, gank attempt by Zoltata, actually. It's a level 3 gank. Just cleared bot side up into mid. Zoltata has the W and the E to get onto Apto, but with Corrupting Potions is fairly healthy. Serial too far off to get it with the Cuba Catalyst. So in here, does go for flash forward. Apto has flashed, but the W fear gets everyone away. And that's 2 flashes for 1. You say, hey, thanks for the extra summoner spell burn there. I will walk my butt back to mid lane with my Corrupting Pots, which doesn't have 3. The scoreboard just glitched out. And can continue to farm up his wave. And now Catalyst looking for a response. Kicking bot side. My Dream grabs the chains, but it's a root. Has to flash away. Concal using that exhaust to make sure his support can get out safely. And maybe there's the disadvantage of some of your LeBlanc and bot lane. When that gank does eventually come through, it is very hard to deal with.
Very true, especially when you have a Kiana who's actually, if you're able to land those stuns early, it provides a lot of pressure into an Amumu who can then just, point and click the bandage toss, which I will say Concal's boosters have been doing a fairly good job of using the wave to their advantage.
If you stand inside a minion, you cannot be hit.
I don't need more conspiracy theories on my cast. First of all, you come and tell me he's a Yordle. Second of all, you're telling me he can't hit minions.
I will admit I was incorrect partly. The fan theory is that Amumu is a Yordle similar to how Heimerdinger is, where he can
What do you mean similarly? Never mind. I'm not getting into it. It's not about it. The conversation's over.
Your discussion done.
This is an argument for later.
This is a roundabout way of saying we like seeing Amumu in PSU League.
Correct. Especially on one of his best pilots in the
league. Ruck is quite insane on this pick. When it was actually really meta last semester, saw it a ton in both PSU and competitive.
Yes.
Extremely scary. And just gonna continue to slow push this here in top side. Gonna give a little bit of an XP advantage into Cold Rice Bot, who is just content to kind of farm this one out. Grabs a good one. But again, the stun comes through and it's good trade still from 888 and well played, but very hard to keep this cannon actually within punchable range.
Yeah, especially when you can trade stuns like that, it's a little more difficult. But to his defense, he is able to stack W a little bit.
Might need that stun a little bit more. Yeah, Kiana coming up. Great bait from Cold Rice. Gets the W as well. And yeah, 8 just tries to go for the flash trade. Maybe not the best course of action. Is now stuck with Catalyst. First blood to the Kiana jungle. And if you're on Concal's, that is not what you want to see. The snowball jungle getting that early kill pickup.
Now, him 888 flashing did actually get the flash out from Cold Rice Bada, so
this is scary. Ruck in mid, can't find the first banish shot. Serial gonna W preemptively to try to dodge away, and now teleport coming in from topside. Ruck with the Aftershock Sodar taking Serial to the auto attack, goes down. Now Zoltata in a little bit too deep. Apto does have the E if he can reset it. Instead, with Ruck as well as Cold Rice Bada there, will just back away. That's another kill off of onto Penn State Black, again on the aggression of Concal's boosters. So being a little bit more punished for the early aggression in this game that worked last game. We see 888 not able to get the top of that now. Yeah, pushing under the tower all alone, tries to go for the trend to Apto, but Catalyst a second kill onto Kiana, and the plate doesn't even fall, so it's just a continual chain of hemorrhaging for the side of Concal's, boosting this up to about 1.5K gold lead, which is quite large for where we're at in this game.
Yeah, it's very good because it's definitely, they found their tempo. They've realized that, hey, this passive stuff isn't really working out. We really got to get some aggression early because we know how tradey they like to be. We know how much they like to fight and duel early on. We got to punish it, and so that's what they're finally doing. They're getting Rook with better engaged roams out of an Amumu than you would out of the Rakan. You have Catalyst is everywhere, except where he shouldn't be, like there, trying to take a honey fruit instead of just leaving. Lucianal sacrificing himself for the vision.
Does get exhausted. Heal is there. Concal trying to get forward, but he can't find it. As Catalyst from downtown with the flash EQ executes one, tower grabs another, and again, 2 more kills off of Concal's boosters overextending in these fights, and now 5-0 at 7 minutes. A very different course of action. Honestly, this is Penn State Black both capitalizing on the mistakes of Concal's boosters and Concal's boosters just making the mistakes themselves. They're giving the opportunity over for these kills to come through. Now the question being, with a 2.5K gold lead this early in the game, are we going to be able to see Penn State Black actually convert on this early lead? Because in game 1, not something that we saw even off their minor opportunities.
It's like Zoltan is getting caught out here on the Drake.
Yep, Ruck is here and ready to go. Finds the band shots onto the Drake itself. Has another one. 400 down. Smite does come through as Ruck is a little bit too deep. Doesn't have the support just here as Catalyst. Screen to play talent. Doesn't find anyone. Root does go into Concal, but Serio's here in the mid lane first. Apto does get feared to 2. Gonna stall out. Concal not able to predict the Mystic shot. Gets the Grass Blade, should be able to get away scot-free as the Feathers come through. Concal needs to be careful. Blade Caller, not going to go through. And that will be the kill and the Drake. So Concal was just able to grab some extra, I guess, bonus on the back end of that play. Reads the map correctly, grabs the early Drake steal. That's going to be the first Drake of the game taken. It is at 8 minutes, so a little bit late. You're going to be a little bit later on the Soul. Either way, they needed that gold. They needed that Drake to start getting something going, because right now, Penn State Black, while I wouldn't say they're in control of this game, as they're more responding to plays, very much in the driver's seat in terms of how they want to play it. They know they have the lead. They know they have the advantage. They can kind of push where they want to.
Yeah, and it's really good rotations out of, like, Catalyst is everywhere right now, and that's really the biggest factor here we have for PSU Black going on right now. They're punishing all those mistakes from Concal's boosters, but even out a mistake of their own, Lucianal getting caught out there trying to punish the Honey Fruit and getting collapsed 3v1. Catalyst rotates immediately to both secure the kill for himself and the backside for on H1B for Lucianal there. Yeah. So it's just insane awareness that they have right now. That Concal's boosters are just kind of, I mean, we have Serial's not really able to do anything into this Vex right now because he just keeps getting punished. So without Held, he's not able to do anything. H1B basically just being able to poke, not really being much else. And Aiden is really only able to, you know, stun lock him and the Kennen, and that's really about it. But until
there's a play here with Zoltan, they know it's coming too. Penn State Black had full awareness. There's pigs on, but the ult still comes through, slicing Maelstrom, flash away. Zoltan needs to get out of here as Catalyst. This is a 3-0 mythic.
He's lurking.
Kiana Zoltata will not be able to live too long. The root comes through. 888 and can't find the face breaker. That means Catalyst gets 2 easy kills for the price of 1 ultimate. And Cold Rise Battle once again, great bait. Good call once again by Penn State Black as well, pinging that Diana was in that bush. They knew that she was there. And this time the punish comes up beautifully done. 2K, still the goalie, not too much else in that regard, but yeah, Concal's boosters definitely digging themselves a hole here. It's again, they're trying to make the plays happen, and it's just not working. It's an overforce we see underneath the tower there as Zoltata does force out the flash on the top laner, but not worth it in the end. No vision on where Catalyst could be. They thought they could grab the kill, unfortunately. Going to result in 2 kills as well as the first Herald over to the side of PSU Black. They have the gold, they have the control now, responding well to these plays, and now another look mid lane, but Ruck is here, and that means not much is going to be done.
Or
is it? Oop, gets underneath the tower, good cleanse, Ruck underneath the tower as well, but again, Aftershock and Mumu very tanky, 5-second banish as well. My Dream has the flash, Apto though with the ult that goes in, can't find it, does grab it with the clone. Zoltata gets a return kill onto Ruck as the Aftershock fades away. The back here from the mid laner Serial, not enough HP and mana to really continue. It doesn't have to be a 1-for-1, so you take those on the side of Penn State or Concal's boosters. Sorry, as that's a little bit of gold off your shoulder, but still trading back onto the Vex is not necessarily what you want to see. Apto with the W able to grab that kill on the ult.
Yeah, very good ult placement for Apto. Really able to just get on top of the LeBlanc and the who is she? Oh, Aurelia. Yeah. Really able to get on top of them. Those people over there, really able to easily get on top of them and put a lot more pressure and relieve some of the things from Amumu. Where am I? I can't speak.
I know it's only been like 2 weeks since Aurelia was turbo OP, as she's always. It's like a cycle.
Come on!
Cold Rise does get the slicing maelstrom off, but the Zarya actually might be as dead. Oh. Yeah, just time the haymaker easily. So I'm not sure if he even really needs a stopwatch. I think it's almost beneficial if he doesn't get a little bit more opportunity to run away.
That's what I like to see.
Either way, Apto now predated by mid lane. Chain connects. Serial trying to find that flawless duet. Barely lands it, but again, too far into the tower to really commit to it as Catalyst is in the area. However, good plate trading here on the top side with the kill. Nicole Rise bottom, no TP to use for this response either, so they're going to get quite a few plates of Serial in the mid lane. Ruck looking for that Curse of the Sad Mummy. Has the ultimate available, couldn't find the bandage toss close enough, and with My Dream there, doesn't want to get CC locked under that tower because that will be his death after shock or not. Though it might be a pick on a Concal as the next look is Kiana behind the tower, flash away, or not flash away, moving away from Apto there. Yeah, Herald is going to be placed here down in bot side to the lone
starting
carry.
Drake here.
Well, he is a jungler at heart.
Yep, and they know that Zul'Hana was topside for quite a long while, so he's just coming back out of base. This is very nice timing by PSU Black. There's no setup here from Concal's boosters, and it will be the free Drake, and now we're split 1-1, so no early soul sacking like we saw last game. As Ruck, yep, finds H1B greeting for that distortion.
Mystic Shot is able to
Zul'Hana looking forward. Ruck is quite low actually. Yes, Zul'Hana just gets the E resets and the kill. The jungler just gonna capitalize there. The rest of PSU Black, I think, not ready to really support the support. As mid lane now under fire. Ching, or no, just Q gonna connect on the app though. One more out tech will grab the turret plating. They're not gonna go for it just yet because they're melees. Catalyst though looks for it, finds the most wet. There comes Apto with the big ulti. Fear goes down, but big ulti from Zul'Hana on Catalyst fails the flash yet again, and now shut down. My Dream though does go down to Apto for taking the tower too long. Administrative kill, the Serial diving under, grabs another, shut down the flawless duet lands, but Ruck has the Curse of the Sad Mummy, but that is a huge trade up for CBT as they grab plates mid lane, they grab kills, they grab flashes,
and top tower.
The shutdowns with top tower as the cherry on top. And now they are the ones with a gold advantage, over 1,000 in fact. Big money coming off of Catalyst and Apto, and that is exactly what you want to see turn this around. And this time, the overcommitting play does flip heads for CBT. They're able to make it happen with the dive underneath the tower. PSU Black not in the best of positions to respond to it. They end up going down. Again, the earlier pick on Ruck, a big factor there as the movement's not there to screen out the LeBlanc with those bandage tosses. And finally, the dive works in their favor. Now they're back into control of this game again. They've been the ones making plays, so at a gold advantage, they can continue to make those plays and continue to try to snowball this game back into their firm control. You have that Blade of the Rune King on the already completed Proto Belt. All the mythics coming in here for most of these different champions. Ezreal still working on the Manamune, has the Essence Reaver in inventory, so big breakpoints here for CBT. Lots of good stuff to play around. Again, you said the ult combos coming online for both of these sides. We've seen it from PSU Black already, though. A singular major team fight yet to break out. We have 3 minutes on the next Drake. Maybe look to see some picks, maybe look to see some minor plays, but for the most part, both these teams, nope, going to look for a play in the mid on Apto, but I don't know if they saw all the other people. Serial insta-killed by Catalyst. I think he might have lacked what some would say some critical information.
Vision.
Yeah, and Ruck turned instantly. He pulled a full 180 there and immediately throws the bandage toss.
Yeah, PSU Black, not exactly expecting him to go in there, but not exactly,
Too upset about
yeah,
that.
they'll take those ones. Ruck
Zul'Hana
gonna find Zul.
finding.
Yeah, Catalyst is here, so they really cannot look for this. Ezreal gonna need to be very safe under this bot lane tier 1.
I'm telling you. I will. The counterpoint to even.
Oh,
wait a minute!
Still burns the ultimate for this one as well as My Dream. Also gets supreme display of talents, so actually a pretty even trade in terms of ultimates overall.
The Catalyst is actually down 2 levels now, so he is.
But not that much in gold.
Yeah, this is the issue with Kiana jungle is you're not a farming jungle. Kiana cannot clear camps.
Oh, they're
even
actually
remotely.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So
They're even.
Yeah, even in gold, down in camps.
Diana got
As, ooh, in goes Binary, but again, this is a Xayah you're going into, man. This has CC and roots for days. Ruck as well, able to find that kill finally as Concal unable to get out, exhausted down, but it's on to Ruck instead of the 80 carry, grabs the kill, in, teleporting into the backside as mid lane. Apto gets deleted. Fights across the map, in, going out on Luciano, but here comes the cannon. With slicing down, splash! Haymaker to grab the kill as Catalyst still alive. In does not have the health to continue this one. Quarter spot looking forward, flash forward, can't find the Q. In, face breaker, but the execute will take him out of the fight. It is a 3 for 3 cross the map. 2 survivors on each side as huge trading in multiple lanes, but Serial, the big winner. This one grabs mid-turret, grabs damage on tier 2, and he can get out of dodge as quick as he came. 1.5 still the gold lead, so after all that, slight gold advantage to CBT just because of the mid lane tier 1 going down, but otherwise, even on the trade, without all those vital ultimates that were blown earlier on in the bot lane. Kind of a messy skirmish.
Yeah, I mean, just to go back to Serial. Oh, well, hold on a
Ooh,
second.
yeah, hold on a
Bandage,
second. Zoltada
bandage.
trying to get him away. Ruck looking for a second base. Evolutional Pernada Pod. No! Ulti available, and you are a dead 80 carry as Aptos ult goes short. Ruck now in trouble. The bandage toss going wide. On the flashboard. Double kill in the 1v3 with the Ignite ticking. Apto finally grabs the shutdown. But that's tier 2 top and 2 more kills to the Diana jungle. Big shutdown on Apto. Not too worried about it for Penn State Black. You do get that 700 gold bounty onto your big mid laner. But with 5 seconds left to the Drake, it's going to be full setup for CBT to take this one out, or at least grab a pick on a Catalyst as he blindly checks the bush into the chains, into Facebreaker, into the suplex as Cold Rice Bonnet now going back to base, it looks like, as he runs away with the slicing Maelstrom. Thought he might have been going in there, and now Concal's boosters just flexing the muscles. They had the early game scuffs of the plays, but it's
the mid game now.
It's the mid game now. They're here to party. Penn State Black, they're still trying to respond to it. And kudos to them. They're doing a great job in the early game. Right now, the play is just not going in their favor. Zoltada getting to the point of insanity, out-leveling everyone but Cold Rice Bot on the enemy team. The Diana has hard farmed to some crazy amounts of XP in comparison to their compatriots. And this bot tower, not too long either. 888 here as well. I mean, this is the difference between now you have a set top support in the Ezreal. A Mumu cannot go in under any circumstance, or it is a guaranteed kill. And with that, yeah, 3K in the gold. Concal's Losers bringing it back from a deficit early game, showing that they have come to play indeed. Zoltada gets some great bandage toss. And Zoltada does get back. Luciano gets the ult. The Firestorm, though, will let him survive the ult. And Luciano almost instant away, but manages to get it out with the press of a button.
Melee range. You don't want to be there, guys. You're ranged. Don't go there.
Don't go near the Diana
Don't
when
go
she's
near
dead,
Diana.
guaranteed dead.
She has a lot of don't touch me abilities.
Mistimed the 2.5 seconds. Just a hair.
Yep, my dream. Just gonna do some funny business.
Ooh,
Ult
hits the
connects, and that means very dead LeBlanc. Yeah, Everfrost not gonna do too much. You have to dodge that skill shot. And another good pick up here for PSU Black, showing some aggression of their own as they're kind of capitalizing on the overextensions yet again. The second ult is going to be used to poke down the wave. Maybe look for Concal on the backside, but either way, pressure in mid, going to go over to Apto for now. 888 going to continue to push up his bot lane. Lucianal going to be safe about this. Cancel back, throw some feathers, just walk it out. Don't get in melee range of the set this time. Probably even less healthy than the Diana.
I'm a little perturbed. I've been given 888 a lot of credit, but he's built Sterix Gauge second.
Well, you know, patch notes are pretty long sometimes, and sometimes don't read them all, and maybe he missed the last 7 patches.
I'm just saying, especially into an AD when you have two, I would like to say one of them way more fed than the other one, AD burst champions on the other team. I would like a Death Dance a little earlier, but then again, he's been committing it. That's just a pet peeve
It's also
thing.
one of the most effective match resist items in the game.
Yeah.
Because the 30% reduction comes with everything. It's not just, or not the reduction,
just
the
AD.
passive. The passive, yeah, passive works on all damage.
Right. Not Sterix.
No, we're not Sterix.
We're talking about.
Thank you, Observer, for the Sterix Gauge reminder.
Thank you, production assistant, or production manager, I should say. That was rude. I apologize.
He's a manager, assistant, director,
He is a production.
spectator.
He is production. Shout out to Zetai, by the way.
Yep. As we get just a little bit of lost tape. Yeah, again, H1B is gonna do this kind of flashy crap just for.
I was gonna say, I hate to say it, but
He's not really doing anything.
no, it's not. He's really only there for CC right now, and
He's annoying.
he's annoying. That's
He's
true.
quite
I
annoying.
will give him credit. He has been going in and getting deep wards.
Oops, Aiden.
Yeah,
Call it out
Cold
here.
Spot is looking for it. Does use the Haymaker quite early. Catalyst is in the area. Can W over the wall. Instead, we'll just kind of play this one slowly.
Oh, but he doesn't
Has
see
his
Catalyst.
ability. There is the stun. There's the second one. Haymaker does grab it. Is now great
Gordon.
flash. Facebreaker gets the showstopper
Ooh, into
my dream. Now he's doing some damage. He picks up the kill, and that means Baron is going to be started up for Concal's booster. Serial here as well. Ruck is still in the area. So there is still plenty of CC. Apto as well. Fed on the Vex. Luciano off to the boss as well. It's a 3v3. Teleport's coming in though. Big ult from Apto. Finds one. Concal's on the run. Luciano grabs the ulti. Serial flashes in the wrong direction. 880 though, able to teleport from behind. He's gonna grab one kill. Apto finds another one on the backside. Cold Rise Spot dodges away from the Flawless Duet with the Zonic's Hourglass. Serial W, guy resistance. Cold Rise Spot gets away. Triple kill for Apto. Make it no gouges away as now My Dream coming to clean up. The chains connect. Apto into the Hourglass. My Dream times it correctly. A double kill for LeBlanc, and the bear might be stalled, but it's a full 5-man ace for CBT.
I take it back. It was a good pick. He
does
things.
He is playing the game.
He does things. I'm sorry.
He has plugged in the keyboard. He is.
Oh my god.
Turn on the mouse.
The macro that was lost has been found for Concal's boosters, and it's definitely showing, because from that bot side, I thought Aiden was doomed. He was caught out. Catalyst again was prevalent everywhere, but they didn't expect where H1B was. Oh my god!
Things. Catalyst jebaited, buddy. That's a distortion coming to you as now Zoltata free to engage. Catalyst no more. Ruck Aftershock is up and down as fast as it came. Luckily, Ezreal gonna take a good chunk out. Luciano does not get the kill just yet. Zoltata can. Go forward. Zoltata though caught out. There's a slicing mouse from Flash away. We'll go get him to safety. He's 4 seconds on the Drake. A lot of ultis blown, and that is free for the boosters as they're gonna try to get this one up to a soul point situation. And coming out of this early game, fantastically done even just to get to that point is now My Dream.
That is
back around.
That is about as close as you can cut that. But I did want to say back to the Baron play. I think PSU Black made the correct decision to go in. They had the man advantage. It's just they kind of just ran out of damage. And Vex got burst too much. Even
Goodbye, sir. It might be a support LeBlanc, but it's still LeBlanc.
It is a
as Aiden under tier 2 turret does burn the haymaker once again before the fight starts. Gonna be waiting on that cooldown as Ruck looking for something here with Apto. Again, this Vex still very scary. 8 and 3 does a ton of damage.
Does still have showstopper.
Yep, of course, that does have the showstopper. Either way, though, that does seem to be enough to at least get CBT to back off, showing a little bit more restraint here as we get into the later stages of the game. Much more throwable at this point with the Baron still on the map. You do not want to give that for free over to Penn State Black.
Tower barely hanging in there. Might need a magnifying glass there to find that HP.
Yeah, Cold Rise Spot and Ruck seem content to hold this mid lane push, try to keep Concal from grabbing that extra gold.
So Serial did go for the Wit's End second item, which has got a lot of value there. Even Mumu feeling his alt bandage combo is pretty heavy in base damages.
Yeah.
So that's really good value.
But like we said before, like a lot of the big ults on this team are AP based, so it's really good. And Wit's End is such a good item, especially to build on on anybody. You can
AD auto attackers that are not crit based.
Yeah, it gets lost because of how good Ma has been.
Ooh, wait, hold that thought on Ma. Zoltata burns a very early Agos. This could actually be in the detriment instead.
Also has a burn protocol.
Yeah, PSU Black not going to commit on that. They had the opportunity there with the burned Hourglass. That's a pretty big deal to just burn it that early on without any actual incoming damage. Maybe thought that Ruck was a little bit closer, Luciano was a little bit closer to the damage as My Dream. Again, can just force out these ultimates. Is fed enough now where he does the damage where you have to respect it.
Aiden with the Titanic Hydra.
Yep.
Split pushing.
No hull breaker as well, so this is just a pure old school split push. Wants to be able to participate in these team fights, and this set is quite a big problem.
That's a big man.
For Penn State Black to deal with, so yeah, Kennen not having a great time into this one now with the extra HP. My Dream harassing Luciano, manages to get away from the Featherstorm. Serial going for the 1v1 to Catalyst. Good ultis all around. Serial able to outplay Apto, though, just has too much damage. Kicked out of the way on the backside, though. Cold Rise Spot was also caught in rotation. Zoltata, Roosevelt, Hourglass, able to stall. Concal over the wall, grabs the kill. Luciano almost dies to the LeBlanc. Again, it happens, buddy.
It's amazing how rough PSU Black is having it into these 2v2s and 3v2s. It's like you would expect that, especially when you have Vex, you have a lot of these escape capabilities.
Maybe looking for another
come on
2v or 1v the entire team. Is burning quite low here. Has to use the haymaker, gets a big damage to Luciano, but again, Gordrinker healthy. Gordrinker gets another HP back. The showstopper can't really end that one in his favor. It's gonna be a big shutdown on Illusional. And this is another problem as all of these members have to commit to deal with 8-8-8. The set is truly unstoppable as the Baron ticks low, and that will be a 4-man Baron for the side of Concal's boosters. Unfortunate that it can't go into 8-8-8, who again is pretty unanswerable in the 1v1 right now.
But he did his job.
He did do his job.
That is the goal. That's what you want to do, especially as a big set when you're really uncontestable like that. You want to be able to draw the 1v4 for... You should... I mean, PSU Black really shouldn't have committed that hard to it, because he has no magic resist. He just bought it off his death. You had Apto in base, and you had a Mumu, and you had Vex both in base. You knew they were going to go to Baron. You had no vision. At the very least, you could have just sent them there and maybe try and get Catalyst in there for a cheeky steal or something. But even then, is it really worth it? Because then they would steamroll off it. It's just, there weren't...
Probably the best possible play, as LeBlanc's looking there.
Caught up with a dragon. This could be a big pick. Good stopwatch though, dodge away a lot. Second bandage house comes through. Conkal's ult doesn't hit, but Aptos will! And that is a jungler pick. 38 seconds for the dragon. That is a 50-second death timer, ladies and gentlemen.
That's no bueno.
That is a jungler down for the soul point. Luckily for Concal's boosters, not the biggest deal. No. You already have the soul point. You can just levy this Baron pressure and try to draw the team around the map as my dream. Friends called Rice Bada. Not necessarily a 1v1 he would like to take, looking for, you know, the juicier AD carry with lower HP values. As
he goes Mejai's.
Yeah.
8 stacks, that is the break point for what is efficient.
Oh, no.
Yep, as Serial finds Apto. Stopwatch gonna buy a lot of time here. That's the whole team. And big! Ash Vanguard's edge. Cows going lower, but Luciano and Cold Rice Bottom managed to save the day. Very close margins. My dream now hunting for the jungler. If he gets this kill, it could be big. Gets it with the Everfrost. And now Concal and company can start pushing in and denying this. And the pick on the jungler turns on its head, and now it's Catalyst who is down. Zeltata who is up and running back to the Drake. 8-8 and can't find that face breaker. Good job with the Z-axis diff. As now we are getting the dragon actually started up here by Concal's boosters. It doesn't look like PSU Black has the ability to contest as Luciano is all the way back at the wave. The AD carry not there. Jungler not there. Your fed mid lane carry not there. And yet again, another Mountain Soul secured. Oh no. Thought he'd come back in. It's going to be the slicing Maelstrom slicing a whole lot of nothing. As now Zoltata looking for the engage. Everfrost for the slow. Can't find the Q onto the cannon. That is the target. And thus, rest of the team, gonna back away. Looking for that cannon. Can't find him just yet. It's Concal. Gonna continue to push with what's left of this Baron underneath the mid lane tier 3. My dream gonna go for a little chit. Gets stunned up though. Gets picked off. Ruck with the reaction play for the shutdown onto Kiana. And that's a pretty good kill to save the mid laner.
But can they stop the siege? Diana taking bot set, moving up to the top lane. Probably gonna be able to get top tower. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. Everyone.
No, the Baron ran out, so they were able to clear the waves. And
Zeltata, is level. Again, this is a level 16 Diana.
I don't think he's scared of you.
No, but you're gonna have to bring more than one. As here comes in. Zeltata only grabs the ult on the rock, tries to flash forward, grab the damage. Apto barely survives the ult, missed time, but it doesn't matter. Does get the kill. With the Q's in, going again from one of his 1v3 scenarios. Gets knocked up, gets taken out. Catalyst with the kill. And just couldn't get through that much CC. The Haymaker a little bit too far off. That's a few nice kills here for PSU Black. As well, not close to taking out the gold lead. 4K is still in the deficit. Defends the base. You lose one inhibitor. You defend the other 2, despite the mid lane turret going down. And now you can stall out. You still have 2 minutes for the next Baron. 4.5 for the next Elder, which is pretty much where this game is going to end at the latest. To kind of build up, hey, let's get another item on completion. Is Concal looking for the enemy red. Catalyst can just smite it away, but now Concal slowed by red buff. We'll just get out of dodge, so maybe a little greedy there from the Concal's boost support. Now does My Dream. Luciano finds that out the hard way. Must back away as the last of Raptors eventually secured by Catalyst. Smite will do its job eventually.
Yeah, Luciano's being reminded that he's playing ADC in Season 12. Not a good feeling. Support LeBlanc is about to one-shot you. Yeah. And the Mountain Soul is making it very difficult for Lethality Zaya to do much of anything.
I was gonna say, I like a lot of what Luciano, like, even though Lethality Zaya is very strong, he's very even in gold. Like, he does a lot of things.
Might be in trouble here. Flashing, slicing, Maelstrom hits the W off those, so he will be just fine. No follow-up from after there. The Irelia, that stance.
Yeah.
Very tanky.
Very good.
No mythics needed. Blade of the Ruin King is pretty much a
that's
mythic.
what I like to see. Get him out. But my point, like what I was saying before about Xayah, she can't really do anything just because of the team comp, because all that's really been happening for PSU Black is that they're getting a 2v2. Or they end up in a 1v2 or a 2v2. And then the rest of the team rotates. Now, if they're on the losing side of that 2v2, there's really nothing that Lucianal is able to do in that scenario because there's nothing set up for him. Now, if he's a part of the 2v2, he dies.
Oop, ow. Yeah, My Dream doing a lot of damage. App, though, takes a good chunk. Again, we still have 20 seconds before the Baron spawns. My Dream going to be the one to set up a lot of this vision priority thus far. Doesn't have the sweeping power of the lethality item, but
You
still.
can build it.
You could, but
honestly,
yeah, I could build Spirit Visage on frickin' I don't know, Ari.
Honestly,
I don't
Ezreal
care.
could go as his final
As
item.
Lucianal is in places, does get the Feather Storm to grab it, but again, that is a CC immune My Dream, which means that doesn't even matter. Cold Rise Bottom coming in as well for the save. Good Ezreal to get 5 loss. Lucianal is gone. Flash ult expended, but a big ult from Catalyst. Actually, big game maker has been a stopper. Everyone's just getting deleted off of Penn State Black. My goodness, the damage is just too much. And out of nowhere, off of Baron's setup, a full, clean 5-man ace yet again for Concal's boosters. And it's actually going to be the FF knowing the game is over. That is a 2-0 lead, and we got match point for Concal's boosters coming into Game 3. And what started off as a very good-looking game for Penn State Black, 3K in the gold lead off of early capitalization and plays, turns into a slaughter in favor of Concal's boosters.
Yeah, good for them for really, like, keeping it. They were losing a lot of those early picks, but they kept up the momentum. They kept farming. Diana, oh my God, she was even in levels, and I guess that's the real big difference. That's the difference between having a Diana and a Kiana.
You have a farming jungler versus a pick jungler.
Yes. Even if the pick jungler gets a lot of picks, the clock starts ticking, Diana's still farming, and in the end, they're still somehow even in gold when the Kiana is 6 kills ahead.
Yeah, and they really kept it close even when Concal's boosters started to come back. Honestly, it was when the LeBlanc got that pick on the side lane with the set that when things started going back, because it was easy enough when you have an 05 support LeBlanc. When LeBlanc now has 4 kills and is one-shotting your ADC, there's very little you can do about that.
Yeah. Feels bad, man.
Listen, I got what I came for. Concal's boosters were able to pull it out. Really good work with a lot of the synergies and really just able to pick up a lot of picks. They were able to turn the picks, like you even said before, they were turning a lot of those picks on their heads. PSU Black just kept getting caught out for not really known reasons, to put it nicely.
They were getting outplayed in certain fights when they opted into good ones. Sometime, eventually, the game got to the point where a lot of the counteroffensives they were looking to do off of plays weren't as viable as boosters kind of figured out. I think through the early game, like, hey, maybe this is a little risky. Maybe this is a little bit too risk adverse. You get those few big shutdowns on the final risk adverse play in mid lane. I think if that goes the other way, Ruck doesn't get picked after that dragon. You have that Amumu there for the mid lane tower dive. Things go differently. You have a very, very, very good game for PSU Black, because what really started to swing the gold back around was that early tier 1 dive following the dragon play that got 3 huge shutdowns on the vital members on the side of Concal's boosters. Yeah. That doesn't happen. Maybe you have something like a different game if you want like a turning point for this one, because after that we really did not see PSU Black get the type of play response that we were seeing in that early game.
Yeah, Aurelia was able to duel and kill Vex now. You have more gold back onto... You had even more gold than a Diana, who was already even in farm, allows her to jump ahead with a lot more items. And then you have Aiden, who does things. He did very well.
Yes, the top lane was... I don't think as big of a difference the first game. Still did very well. Yeah. I don't think necessarily... Aiden became ungovernable, so to speak, in the side lane, but not necessarily on the side of Cold Rice Botta's fault. That's just the matchup. Kennen just cannot lane in that past a certain point. Either way, I mean, this is match point to a best of 5.
Yeah.
Penn State Black's got to figure out something to do. Maybe we're looking for more proactivity. Maybe we're looking at some change the draft, but we just got to kind of wait and see, because we got another few-minute break here, and we're back match point over to Concal's boosters for the 2022 PSU LCS Spring Finals. We'll catch you back in a few minutes. Hello, hello, welcome back. We're at match point. 2-0 in favor of Concal's boosters. They take on PSU Black in our PSU LCS Spring 2022 Finals. It has been a quite banger of 2 games thus far. Some
yes, it has.
spicy compositions. We got some off-meta picks. We got the Kiana jungle. We got LeBlanc support.
And yet, somehow, LeBlanc support beat a fed Kiana jungle. What's happening? This shouldn't be real.
Cool champs. And speaking of champs, we're in a Game 3 draft. We got Jarman already banned away. Likely going to see these same bans as the first 2 games. Have not been seeing too much adaptation in the first 3 bans of draft. Darius once again banned away from 888 as PSU Black has went back onto the red side after the Game 2 loss. So still looking for that counter pick. Let's see where they want to throw that this game.
If I see
By the way,
Zaya,
yep, there's the Tryndamere. There's the Zoe.
if I see a Zaya again, there's a window that I might be going out.
I'm gonna be honest. There's maybe not to that extent, but I agree that if they keep picking Zaya, but not a comp that works around Zaya, they're giving up the lane again. Because, like we kind of talked about it over the break, when you pick a Zaya, and I kind of mentioned it during the game, when you pick a Zaya and you end up playing a style that doesn't allow her to actually, engage or use her ult for anything except escapes, it's not good. And you're just wasting all of the damage, just letting it sit
Okay.
in bot lane.
That's
a mid! Kai'Sa mid! Kai'Sa mid!
Could go either way.
It probably the flex pick B1 and Kai'Sa bot would be quite the interesting pick, as Kai'Sa in bot lane itself has a lot of picks that do super duper well into it.
I bet you they're just
Lucian
doing that.
P,
They're just
one of
hovering
them,
this,
but-
and then they're gonna pick Zaya again, guaranteed.
No, I was gonna.
Yeah, Kai'Sa B1, they're gonna go with the Jinx instead on 2. Not exactly the most aggressive thing here. We could see, if this was to be a Kai'Sa mid, we could see the Lucian Nami on 2-3 here. While yes, it does convert your flex pick early, Lucian Nami makes Jinx completely unplayable.
Yeah.
In most lanes, especially if you pair Jinx with a traditional enchanter, is incredibly hard to play into, as Nami is just one of those characters that, like, if you pick an enchanter this, Nami just wins.
Yeah.
Her kit is built to beat enchanters. You pick something like a Nautilus here, you
There
pick
we
something like a Nautilus.
A little bit better.
You have much more engaged, much more CC. Kind of discourages that enchanter pick a little bit, makes it a little bit harder to play lane in some instances, but instead we have 2 picks here for CBT to respond with. Probably looking at a support pick. Not sure, again, I would be surprised if it's Kai'Sa mid, but we're going to get Zed on 2 blind.
Okay, so that Zed offers a lot of things.
It could be jungle.
Could be jungle.
Could be jungle.
It could be support.
Could be support.
It's very.
This
like,
is-
Very
this
could be
is-
support,
We
that's
know who's
true.
playing support. This could be support.
Could be support.
The Kai'Sa, I'm not sure how much Serial has played Kai'Sa mid. I cannot recall him playing it that often. But who knows? Maybe he's got some secret account. Oh, it's Nautilus is showing
Nautilus
up.
has appeared.
Yep,
Nautilus
it's
is-
a little bit of visual glitch as Kha'Zix gonna be walking on 3 here, so gonna blind Kha'Zix jungle, and we have a
This is going support.
very
I give it to Catalyst here. I'm gonna be honest. I give it. You gotta give it to Catalyst, and that's what we're gonna get.
yeah. That's the Graves here makes a lot of sense. I mean, they don't have a lot of CC to deal with you. Yeah, they're high on damage, but not really any crowd control yet to speak of. The Nautilus, you have good team fight setup. Graves can do quite a lot in terms of both damage and team fight.
Yeah.
Smokescreen is insane against low range characters, Kha'Zix and Kai'Sa being 2 of them. Kha'Zix goes in, immediately eats Smokescreen. That guy either has to jump out or possibly jump in blind with an entire team. Lots of good play there that Catalyst can make. Is a comfort pick for him as well, so very comfortable on this Graves. Very willing to go show. We saw him being comfortable on the counter while the pick didn't work out as we continue later on in the game. Still, the early game, fantastically done. Hoping to see the same here as we have a little bit of shifted bans. We have an Ornn ban, Gangplank ban, normal. They're going to ban away the Fiora, which isn't the angle I don't think Concal's Boosters wants to go to, because they need some CC here to really round this one out. And Fiora, while a good split pusher, not exactly great at accomplishing that feat.
Also, I'd like to point out that there were no mid bans in that entire phase, and there you go. You get a victor because of it. Not punishing Opto and not punishing any of his champs, and for some reason favoring the top bans instead, really just gets you a first strike victor that is going to wreak havoc as soon as he gets Empowered E.
The logic might be. There's that.
Oh, come on.
Lock it in. This
Do
is
it.
a awesome matchup for Zaren.
Oh.
This is a Victor gets countered by artillery mages, and we got one.
It's Zed support. Let's
might
go.
be Zed support, but I honestly I kind of want to see it mid lane of the Victor, because this lane is freaking great for Xerath.
Give me Zed support.
And no one plays artillery mages anymore, but it's likely Xerath support.
It's a better flex, I believe. I just saw LeBlanc.
By
I
the
can
way,
see his head.
we still have 0 CC, 0 peel here
No.
for CBT. So we need a little bit of something. Scion is a good accommodation to that, even if he goes into something like the Inting Scion strat with without a top lane. Able to take towers very well, sets up for a good split push. So even if your 4-man is absolutely trolling the game away, you can still get objectives. You can still put pressure on the map to really capitalize on that. And now we have Penn State Black. I mean, one final pick. This is on to Cold Rice Bada to see where he can go with it. Set. It's not a bad option into
bad.
Scion, especially if Scion does go tank and decides to group a team. Can just turn into a bomb on a lot of these short-range characters. And yeah, Penn State Black putting together a very cohesive, very solid 5v5 teamfight composition.
I hope they play it that way.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
It's a much more straightforward comp
Yeah.
than Concal's boosters. If the Xerath is mid and it's Zed support, I would think Nautilus would have probably a pretty good time into the Zed support. I'm not super familiar with Zed support. Can't say I see it too often, but at the same time, as somebody who likes to play Xerath, I don't think he does particularly well into Nautilus. Nor does he do that great with Kaisa. But
I'd rather it I'd rather the Xerath in terms of having poke and having it a little bit more of a stable lane, because if you poke the Nautilus down enough, it kind of negates a lot of his engage potential, and then it falls a lot onto the junglers again. So if you're able to just poke him down, even if we get AP Kaisa too, you're able to just poke him down with Xerath Qs and Kaisa Ws, and there's no more health, and they're just you just make it a stalemate into the lane. Now, when it goes to late game, or mid game, that's where we're going to see Xerath be a little bit better into the Victor, and it's going to be a little bit more, how does the lane go? How is Victor going to be able to scale? Will he actually get enough help from the Graves to not explode every 5 minutes from Kha'Zix? It's yet to see. But I do like another skill matchup in the top lane into the Scion set. I like it. It's good CC. It's split push potential, especially. I don't expect him to go Inting Scion, but I mean, in terms of being up 2 games, you're allowed to. It's a lot of versatility.
they played LeBlanc support. I think Inting Scion is on the table.
But when we saw that Everfrost proc, I understood why they picked LeBlanc support. Being able to free Everfrost and then leave, I understand.
Yeah.
My Dream H1B, I've looked into his mind. I understand. I see the logic.
You know, you just hit gold. You might fall out of gold playing that, but...
Technical difficulty.
The reason we're still on Pro Draft, the lobby's a little glitched right now, so we're going to be resetting that before we get into draft.
Probably Bard's fault. Bard broke it. We're sorry. Trying to put a pillar through Bard portal.
In any event, definitely a more lax comp, I think, here from Concal's boosters, just going for a... I mean, you saw us in solo queue, this would be what we call a for fun kind of draft. You're just playing champs that are cool, champs that are fun to play, champs that do big numbers, big damage, which is what we have here lined up for us. And again, they can do that. They don't have the pressure on them. They have been the ones that have been pushing the envelope in terms of how they can play this game and how aggressive they can be. Yes, it didn't work out for them as well at the beginning of Game 2, but we've seen how aggressive they want to be. We've seen how much pressure they want to put on Penn State Black to really draw them out. And as we get in the draft, that's going to be something that I think we're definitely going to need to see a lot of this game, because this is not a competition that can 5v5 reliably. Yeah. The only reason I can see that even being possible is if we do have something like the Tank Scion up in top lane, because then you can facilitate a pseudo front line. Even so, I'm not really expecting it with this team. No. I'm not expecting 888 to go with the full Tank Scion. I'm expecting to go more of the Prowler's Claw, lethality build, split pushing top lane with a Hull Breaker, never seeing his teammates ever, just putting on that pressure wherever he needs to try to draw a member or two away to really facilitate his team to be able to look for those picks.
The true top lane mentality.
Yep.
I mean, if we have also, I would like to point out that Set also has the capability of split push. We have that option available. Now, granted, 888 chose not to, and instead went for Gore Drinker right into Sterix instead of, buffering it out or doing it Hull Breaker first even. But we have that potential of split push into split push, and making that even might be a little bit better, because then you force the 4v4, which PSU Black, at least from the outset, has a much better 4v4, at least early to mid game. And if they can just keep forcing it, you know, if they can keep catching the Scion out, if they can keep, you know, matching it and not really needing Cold Ray Spada at all, then I think that really just sets them up into just an easy stroll into just Nexus. Because we already know they have a really vanilla comp. But if they play it correctly, it works wonders.
Quite easy to access. And one thing I do want to look at with this game when we have these two teams kind of line up with the traditional versus something more exotic, let's call it, is actually going to be on Ruck this game. We've seen the Vision War going on between him and H1B. H1B so far doing a fantastic job at limiting the amount of actual vision. I think with the Zed support that we're going to see locked in, it will be another Umbral Glaive angle, so even this next point even harder for Ruck to pull off. But looking for that vision control, looking to be able to make sure that his team can get safe rotations through River, through his own jungle, because with Kha'Zix, Xerath, Kai'Sa, you're looking, in a Zed support especially, you're looking for picks. This is a pick comp.
Yeah.
These guys do not want to 5v5 ever onto Concal's boosters. They just want to kill someone, gain a man advantage, and then force whatever they want to, because they have that advantage. If Ruck can get an established line of vision, that the entirety of Penn State Black, because again, it's not just on Ruck. To establish good vision, you do need an entire team working together to be able to push in. The Nautilus is not just going to be able to walk in blind all by himself and hope to get substantial vision control. He's got to have some support to come up, so if he finds someone, they just die.
Yeah.
If they can do that, get safe rotations, get early access to objectives specifically, this team should be very favored as the game continues, because the only real substantial poke is probably going to be Xerath. I doubt Concal's going to be going the AP Kai'Sa build. I'd be surprised if he does. I think it's still fine, but you're really relying a lot on the W poke, and I think the team needs some consistent damage to deal with a lot of these bigger players. Catalyst on Graves, Cold Ray Spot on Set, Nautilus or Rook on Nautilus. These are characters that are not going to just die to Kai'Sa W's. You're going to need to have substantial damage to kind of move your way through them. And while Xerath can provide, Xerath is also a little bit more bursting in his general design as a whole from just QW ult being one of the big ones. So I'm hoping that Penn State Black moves in as a team. They're keeping good units. We saw it a little bit especially in game 2 in the early game when they played super duper well to start out with, responding to Concal's boosters. If they can do that same thing, establish good vision, and then get priority over objectives early, this team has a great chance of coming out of this one on top. The only sticking point is, can they deal with Aiden? Top lane has been an issue the entire series. If they can deal with Aiden in the side lane on what is presumably going to be a lethality or AD Scion build, I think Penn State Black has this one in the bag, hands down, with the composition they drafted.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing here for Nautilus is that he does have Xerath. His biggest issue is he has no dashes, and it is 2022. Everybody has dashes now. We got ADCs with dashes now. The Nautilus does allow him to punish that mid lane quite a bit. Obviously, Zed can roam, but there's not exactly much setup on anything. Victor and Xerath kind of want somebody to set up for them. Xerath and Victor both having stuns, neither very reliable. Victor's, if you're half awake, you can walk out of pretty easily. And
up until the evolution, I will agree with you.
Yes.
The evolution makes it substantially harder to walk out of.
Hopefully we have more than about 5 minutes before that. The same with Xerath doesn't really, because his stun duration is based on distance. If you miss it, you're kind of like, oh, I don't have anything now. I can say Serial likes what he calls Moneyman Xerath, which he's going to go first strike with Treasure Hunter and Futures Market. So he is going to...
That's what I like to hear.
He is probably going to do a bit of a speed run for
nice.
Lost Chapter. Yeah, it's all about printing money.
That's what the runes are there for.
Hey,
you gotta use them.
He's got a lane he can do it in. The Victor, while still a nice backline mage, can do a lot with the Death Blazer, does want to come up early on in lane with the Q poke, so Xerath does have the advantage of that. This is why Victor is such a free matchup for artillery mages, because you can just go, I'm going to clear the wave.
And leave.
And then either sit back here and poke you or leave.
Yeah.
I don't really care. Serial going to have a lot of fun doing that this lane, especially if he goes something like the Moneymaker runes. First strike's going to be easily procced. He can distance himself as much as he wants from this champion, not only be 2-cost exposure. Does have to watch out for Catalyst and the ganks. Smokescreen going to be quite problematic with the artillery mage. And I mean, we haven't talked about it much because really we're not surprised, but the Zed support in the Nautilus Jinx.
Listen, Jinx will explode. If Not misses a hook or hooks the wrong person, Jinx will die.
Exhaust.
I guarantee you, if he takes it, which one of them has exhaust? Is my
Jinx
question.
should be
Probably
taking
Jinx.
exhaust.
Hopefully Lutional. But maybe Ruck. Maybe Ruck and Lutional. Maybe they stack it.
Someone definitely.
Maybe you get perfect CC layering of exhaust. I doubt it, but it might happen.
That's not good.
Into assassins like that, Kaisa is basically an assassin once she gets her ult.
Yeah.
The exhaust has extreme value on Kha'Zix, Kaisa, and the Zed.
One of them should have exhaust.
Someone better have
Someone with Kha'Zix, Zed,
There we go,
Kaisa.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
someone
fine.
should have exhaust in this, and it will be Lutional taking it here on the Jinx Nautilus going with the Mortish. No, it is going to be Glacial Augment Nautilus as well. So
When
something to look
Serio
out
went
for
Comet,
in that
he
one.
did not go first strike.
Going for poke.
He is going for the poke.
Standard poke.
He's not going to print that money.
Comet does do quite a bit of damage throughout the game, so not terribly.
I see dematerializers, Mr. Aiden. That's what I like
He
to
is going
see.
grabs, so is at least sticking to the, hey, I'm playing a melee versus
Oh,
melee
come
matchup.
on.
And the classic Penn State bathroom break after we get through the lobby glitch. Yeah, we're going to be here for a minute, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're going to have a spectator button, which doesn't allow us to fast forward for a few seconds anyway. In any event, I mean, this is match point here.
Yeah.
For Concal's boosters. They've drafted themselves a extremely high threshold of execution team comp with making this one work in a 5v5 scenario. Maybe a little bit less so if they get, fed. Every team comp is easy when you're 10,000 gold ahead.
When you're 10-0, everyone one-shots.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
Very
very quick bathroom break. Speed peeing, the new sport here in Penn State League, as we get a standard 5-point. It will be an invade here. My dream may be spotted on this board, so nothing exciting going
He'll
on.
take advantage of the Flash Mastery. Make sure everybody knows he is
Hey,
Mastery 7.
We're going to start the sweeper after we've gone over the vision, as we get the spectator bugs. So this is going to take some forwarding and rewinding, until it lets us play forward. And there we go.
That was
Fantastic.
Thank
actually
you, production.
a very mild spectator glitch.
That was significantly better than we have gotten in the past, I will admit. Normally it is significantly longer of a problem. Good thing here by Penn State Black. Seeing them on the vision, hey, we're just going to let them do whatever they want down there. We're not going to contest the 5-man invade early on.
Whenever warded
even though they
low.
probably win in all honesty. Grab the ward on the blue like you say. Nice and easy. Get to our starting positions and then start this game off on the right foot.
Victor did not buy items.
It's probably a scoreboard glitch.
There he is. There he is. I believe he was the one in the bathroom, so
Yeah, he
I
was.
I was a little concerned that maybe priorities were not set straight.
Now, interesting, we are going to get to see both junglers starting on their top side. Notably, there is no forward vision here by Concal's boosters to really figure out where this Graves is starting. So unless Luciano shows down here on the wave, which he will, so they understand that bot
Apto's
lane.
going
Or no,
top.
they won't.
Victor has had top lane. They're going to flex.
Oh,
They're
this
gonna
is-
flex the set mid.
I like this tech. The Cold Rise Spada, while I think favored into the Scion still as set, I do like this as Apto kind of has a free lane till 6 to farm up and do whatever he needs to do, although getting into melee range of the Scion not conducive to that goal, though he's level 1. Quite potent with the Q. There's the Proxys. Catalyst going for a level 2 invade. I'm not sure who got that Grom. It
Blue
was
versus red buff.
Kha'Zix. Blue versus red buff does favor Catalyst. Zoltata in trouble. Top lane and mid lane cannot rotate. Into hook lane, bot lane. Onto the Zed. There's not too much damage. This is a Jinx Nautilus lane. Let's not get too excited, ladies and gentlemen. Though the invade, though, Catalyst going immediately top lane. This is the most aggressive pathing we've seen out of him thus far. As
He
he's...
might scoop it up.
Yeah, now Ruck gets another hook in the bottom, and he's
low.
so low.
He's
My
dead.
man, first blood for Concal. What is going on? He's so low. Luciano flashing forward, gets the counter kills. In topside, goes down to Apto for free. As now Catalyst, the level 2 gank, successfully working. And this is a very interesting early game we've played. We see the Graves not hard farming 4 camps before going for a gank. Kha'Zix actually the one going for the interesting pathing here, immediately going for Graves' blue side to try to snag this 3 buff. So Catalyst likely going to be heavily punished for the topside gank. Does get a kill on the Victor, which is huge for his team. No, Ruck's going to find him out. Zoltana might not even get this one. Yeah, Nautilus is found. Doesn't have the Jinx rotating though, so it is just Nautilus versus Kha'Zix and the blue buff. Spike coming through, so a ton of health coming through. Cold Rise Spada is coming down as the Jinx is coming over. Ruck doesn't have too much longer to live. Now he's isolated. Grave is here though, no longer isolated. Ruck does finally go down. Now Zoltata going for more. Has a jump. Can't get it. Luciano got the kill. Now Cold Rise Spada dueling Concal and company in the river. Going very low. Is a level 3 haymaker to get out. The stun lands on the Catalyst. Blue buff transfer complete. Luciano 2-0 on the Jinx. The largest lead we've seen this 80 carry get all series. And this game, once again, props to Penn State Black on the back foot into Game 3, coming out swinging with Catalyst at the forefront with these level 2 plays.
It's really what I wanted to see, especially because of how impactful he was last game. I like how he continued to do it this game. He understands that especially when you are flexing the Victor top lane, it's very important to get early gold onto the Victor, just so it's a little bit more cushy once Sion hits 6. Cold Rice Bada able to rotate very quickly to eliminate the punishment from Zaltata, and it's really, really good plays here. It's what I wanted to see, and this was the good part of Game 2. Now, will they do something with it and continue to keep doing this?
Yep, we saw a lack of conversion in Game 2 as well once that first play mid came through. Apto knows the range of Sion Q, just gonna play outside as 888 and down a ton of CS. The benefits of the Victor already showing. Did see the teleport, so this will be likely converted later. Zaltata now coming topside. Opto, very little mana, does have flash available, and the W. Isolation, stun goes through, but the E from Sion doesn't hit. Zaltata going forward, grabs the kill off the isolated execute damage. Probably perfect change on that one.
Serrated Dirk.
And yeah, Serrated Dirk back onto the Kazakhs game. That early tempo reset off the Graves play coming in clutch. And that is a counter kill for Concal's boosters, about evening up the gold overall. As Graves being topside, no one going for this early Drake as well, and it will be a little bit of a slower one to start here. This is the problem with something like Zed support, is you do get zoned away by traditional CC champions. Luciano is quite strong now on the Jinx. Again, Kaisa doesn't do too much early either.
Look at that.
That is a tier start Kaisa, so yeah, you really don't do anything on Kaisa early game now. That you are lacking a bit in the AD department.
I would hate to admit, but I don't think it's a lethality Kaisa guy.
Oh, big dredge line onto My Dream. Nowhere to go. Ruck going very low. Does get the kill with the exhaust as Concal has to E away. Luciano on the hunt as Catalyst. Great lane gank. The W goes down, but 888 walking right in the clutches of the junglers. Apto grabs the kill. Zaltata up top now does have 888's corpse to help him with the gank. Apto going very low. The silent damage is huge. Zaltata killed with the expenditure of the flash. It ends up being a 1-for-1. Still gets the kill, so as the Victor, you're not too displeased, but a 3-in-1 Kazakh is a bit of an issue as we approach the mid game, considering this guy will be one-shotting both the Jinx and the Victor throughout the duration of this foray.
He transitions into the Umbral Glaive.
Yeah, this is what I talk about. The buffs are actually more directed towards mid lane and junglers that want to kind of move around the map to deny vision. So it used to be pretty annoying as a jungler to buy an item, first item, that is 2,500 gold and is basically a sweeper. But now that they've made it 100 gold cheaper and they've made it so that it's a 35-second cooldown, junglers like Kazakhs, Zed, if he was a mid laner, could buy it very easily. It's really nice because when you're sweeping, most times you're guessing where there's a ward, but the Umbral Glaive tells you that there is a ward.
Yep,
I like
on activation, we see Ruck coming up here in the mid lane to try and get some early vision. Again, no one going for this Drake. Some pressure going to be levied by My Dream now with the Shadow Clone. Just going to get some little damage in there. Zaltata also coming down to make sure they can get pressure over this early Dragon. Catalyst going to elect to go for his topside camp. So likely Penn State Black electing to give this one over for the early game. Look for something toward topside. Yeah, pings onto the enemy blue buff. So Catalyst likely going to try to invade, grab some extra resources in exchange for first Drake. And this is a first time, I believe it's first Drake. What's the first Drake? Mountain? No, it was, yeah, it was Mountain.
No, it was mountains. No
so
mountains.
Yeah, no Mountains this time. And in almost 1v1 topside. That is the damage, the power of Chaos Storm as there comes the Evolved E. Does burn the flash as well. Zaltata now looking mid lane. But that is a showstopper, though, is isolated without the minions. Has to be careful. Not going to pop the Haymaker. Was waiting for the dive to possibly counter. And Cold Rice Bada gets out with just the expenditure of the ultimate. Zaltata as well, burning his. But all in all, fine for the set. Was probably looking to reset anyway. Catalyst forced to retreat off the blue buff here. Does grab it in the end, but going back into his own camps with the coming of the mid laner as another good dredge line onto the My Dream. Does get away with the Shadow. Jinx Rocket can't go. Concal blocks it, but gets stunned up in return. My Dream limping this one out as Luciano able to continue to pressure this one off. And the bot lane for CBT, what has been a very stable affair thus far to even winning for them, is in dire straits as My Dream, tagged yet again by the Zappies. taken low and forced to recall even further back and leave Concal high and dry for quite a while here as plate falls. Kazakh's topside on this first Herald. And Catalyst, I don't know if they even know this Herald's happening and it's being soloed, so goodbye Concal's booster, specifically Zoltata yet again on this jungle pick, continuing to go around and make sure all of the objectives are going his way, despite his team being a little bit behind in tempo. So quite nice to him there. Has been playing fantastic the last 2 games, and continue to see it thus far in game 3. 3-1 on the Kazakhs so far, the only one on his team really pulling the weight. And Concal is doing okay with the 1-1 Kaisa, still looking for a reset they probably won't get for a little bit of time, sitting on that long sword and tier.
It looks like Scion is going to go for the Hullbreaker, having the Phage sitting there. I believe there's only 2 items that build out a Phage now since Sunderer was changed.
Yeah, but
So-
I believe it's Sterix and Hullbreaker, correct?
Which I'm going to go out on a limb
Yeah.
and say that it is not a Sterix first item.
I would be optimistic in that one being correct. I would suspect not a Sterix spy. That'd be quite a strange turn. He is now getting into mid lane. He does miss a coin, but I should be able to just walk this one out. Even with taking the poke damage, I mean, not much they can do here. Diving a set is not the best idea for your helpless Catalyst. Looking to the cheese, but he is isolating against Zoltata, so does have to be a little bit careful. We're just going to go for a little bit of damage. Sees My Dream and decides to back off at Ruck. Coming in, flash hook, finds it. Zoltata now in trouble, trying to burn the ult to get away. Cold Rise spotted, though. Flash, Showstopper with the rocket on top, baby! 2 kills for Penn State Black. And that is a beautiful combination from them, as they're going to be able to pick those 2 off easily, secure the Scuttle Crab objective, and this is what we were talking about, the good stuff from game 2. Penn State Black, they see the play happening mid lane. It doesn't work out for Concal's boosters. This time Concal's not necessarily completely inching it over to the other team, mind you, but backing off, and they decide to punish the rotation. Ruck, beautiful confidence on the flash dredge line, lands it true. Catalyst able to grab a kill, gets another kill onto Cold Rice Bada as well. And now possibly killing a Concal as he goes low. One more auto attack, and that's a 2v1. Easy kill for Ruck and Luciano. No respect for the Penn State Black support in Ruck. And they are going to continue to start snowballing this game in their control. Almost 3,000 gold ahead. We saw the same scenario last game. And this game looking significantly cleaner, not just responding to plays, but making some of their own in great attempts, punishing greedy rotations. Apto, though, maybe getting punished for being too far out of his tower. Zoltata only needs 1 more to get it, but no! The Death Laser! And Apto grabs the kill.
Come on, you know it's gonna come off cooldown again. Why are you gonna chase him like that?
Zolt is one of the most aggressive players I have ever seen play. And it worked for him the first 3 kills.
Oh, this Nautilus doesn't have an ultimate, but he does have a Hex Flash over the wall. Gets even. Red Flag is buffered. Under tower, though, needs to be careful. Going low. W, not off cooldown as yet. Ruck can't walk out of the Xerath ulti, but just a little too close to that tower, so a little bit of a muff play in mid lane by Ruck. Still look for it nonetheless. Cold Rise Bottom not going to be too terribly punished. The Xerath getting killed, though. Great boon here for CBT as they are, again, needing this early gold injection. They need to get something going because without it, it's going to be very hard to play again. Luciano now forced off his tower as well as Kaisa gets to catch up on a lot of this gold. Only 800 difference, dropping quickly without the tower go down. It's going to actually be first tower and bot lane of all places to Concal's boosters, as with Nautilus going for the roam and the failed gank attempt. Jinx cannot contest. My Dream will just kill
way
Luciano.
to get some gold back.
Absolutely, and it looks like there might be a response here. Catalyst coming down. If Ruck can find a pick, doesn't necessarily have the depth charge up just yet, so it will just be a back off for now, so it would seem. Catalyst in the area. Dragon is spawning here. They can just let them reset and try to take the drag off spawn.
But with first tower, gold is back up to only a 600
Catalyst
differential.
looking. Yeah, the first tower, the plate gold beat coming up huge here for Concal's boosters. And again, a little bit of a misread there from Penn State Black, looking for that mid play as Ruck maybe not wanting to check in that bush, decides to dodge away from his dead. Gets a big max range dredge line on his ult. And that's going to be a disengage as Apto now dueling in. Does have the Hull Breakers. This Scion very tanky. No ulti available though. Used to get back lane. Big Q going to do a good bit of damage. Now flashing forward. Gets a grass proc. There's another Q from Apto. The shield going to keep him healthy for a little bit longer. But now just waiting on cooldown. The Scion Q is up. And that is a solo kill for a shutdown. Hull Breaker is not to be underestimated even on the tanks. It is exchanged in the bot side of the map for the Dragon onto Penn State Black, so it does get changed 1-for-1, but a little bit too aggressive there from Opto up in top lane, not respecting Scion's ability to just solo kill you post Hull Breaker. And good thing, Void Crystal now in inventory, going to have a little bit of easier time poking through some of that resistance. But again, more plating gold over to the side of Concal's boosters, and despite the early game drops, now actually ahead in the gold charts. And this is kind of the issue we've been seeing with Penn State Black. We saw it in game 2. They get these leads, they make good plays for the kills, but they don't really capitalize in any way. And now Ruck caught out underneath, gets a good hook. Ruck goes down as Catalyst has responded. In as well here is the support. Zed trying to do what he can. Cole's probably going low. Catalyst going low, but they're not going to get killed yet. Serial doesn't grab the kill. My Dream actually picks it up with the long range E, but there to clean up the kill. And ends up being a 2-4-2 as Catalyst falls. So evenly played by both sides. Still gold advantage here over to CBT as they're going to continue to stack those up. Bot lane as well being pushed in by Concal. And yeah, Penn State Black, they're fighting these plays. They're so close.
Yeah.
They just cannot capitalize. Concal's been doing a fantastic job yet again of continuing to work, grab the objectives they want to do. They're getting a great job of getting plating in all 3 lanes. Mid lane even is Hullbreaker for set in mid lane. A bit interesting. So will be the answer to the Scion Hullbreaker top lane. Now building lethality as we see. So it will be Cold Rice Bada answering in top side for that. So at least Penn State Black has a plan to deal with the Scion.
Yeah. I mean, the only difference between that I could really say in terms of Penn State Black that they have as opposed to the last game, because they do have the same shortcomings because they're not really converting everything. They're playing for KDA, which again gets you gold. It gets you.
No! KDA, he's facing the bush. Cold Rice Bada though here for the save. Zalt Hata not able to get yet, but Opto going away. Supermaker does not the damage, but Cold Rice Bada certainly does. And the set grabs 1 kill. It's exchanged 1 for 1, but now it's a 2v1 in favor of the side of Concal's booster. Trying to get away. Doesn't have the Hullbreaker buff because of Zed. Means Cold Rice Bada getting all the help he could want. Xerath trying to zone away from this Herald. Ruck now moved up as well. They're also moving the 80 carries. The bot lane tier 1 goes down in favor of Lutional finally. And Penn State Black going to try to secure this second Herald. Likely going to place top, or mid, sorry, but topside actually secured again. The silent split push is continuing to bear fruit for the time being, as Cold Rice Bada has been grouping with his team quite a bit. Choosing not to respond, going to send Apto up there. Instead, going to focus on this mid lane tier 1, looking for the play / the Herald push. Dareth trying to defend. Zaltad coming down. My Dream as well. Zoning away.
Skill shots are not our friends today on the scoreboard.
Cold Rice Bada does get canceled here, and it doesn't look like we'll get the Herald play off mid just yet, so we're going to have to save that for another time as the resets come through. Zalt back on the map. Serial and My Dream trying to harass Ruck a bit as he tries to reset. Concal pushing big wave, going to need someone to respond to that. Looks like they are going to send... It's interesting they keep sending, now that it's even items, Cold Rice down there into respawning to the bot wave. I would have rather see him getting more into the silent at this point in the game, because Victor's going to have a harder time of actually playing this lane, especially in the extended lane now that his tower is gone. As now, ult under mid lane tower, just going to try to get some chip damage under Ruck and Lutional. Maybe look for an opening for My Dream to go in for the death mark. There it is, onto Ruck. Nautilus, though, fairly tanky, has a W. Stun onto the Kai'Sa. Concal, what are you doing there, buddy? That was not the killer instinct you want to do.
Oh, no.
No, he didn't even kill instinct. He was just there.
Wait, how did he get there? He didn't flash, he didn't heal, he didn't ult.
He just walked up and died.
Where? What?
Maybe he was thinking there'd be a little bit more follow-up. My Dream just took the exits and see you later, found it. It'd be a 1 for...
Maybe he thought he was
1 for 1.
Yeah.
Lutional, though, a little bit far up.
Did he
Could get
think
picked. Has to flash Rift in his
I didn't even see him there.
Did he think he killer instinct, or did he just
I'm hoping
accidentally?
the spectator bug and Concal didn't just walk up under the tower and die instantly. That would be a little foolish.
You know, it's he's having a little fun here.
Yeah, Zalt, though, looking for Catalyst. Isolation. Does get the healing off the smite. Good smite as well as return to grab it. Depth charge. Doesn't hit. Goes invisible. Goes invisible again to cancel it. 3rd time the charm, though. It will hit this time around. Catalyst grabs that kill, and Zalt a little bit too aggressive on the crab. Doesn't have support from his team. Has to kind of seed that one over. And despite that, still a 1,000 gold lead here. A little bit less, actually, around 600. For the side of Concal's boosters, this dragon comes up, and with the jungler down, I mean, Catalyst and company, they're the ones who have priority, and they can start stacking the Drakes. Yeah. We haven't seen this team get a lot of Drakes thus far in the series. Has been a lot of 3-to-1s for the side of Concal's boosters in this regard, but
it bothers me though. It bothers me that they're not switching. Like, how much gold is enough for him to leave?
So the logic that they probably have right now is that Apto has teleport and Cold Rice Bada elected to go with Ghost and Flash.
So I think their idea is until it gets to the point where Sion is just unhandleable, that they're going to keep Set in the team fights, seeing as he has so much of their gold, and that Apto can TP when Set could not if he was
Yeah, but that's
bashing.
also a Victor. It's 2-item Victor. He's been free farming wave. He's really good. None of them are. He's into the only beefy person on the whole team on purpose, and he's just getting free waves. And yeah, free farming top lane is great, but eventually he has to leave because two things: you're leaving so much damage top lane, and you're wasting Hullbreaker Set. Why are you going to build it if you're not going to go into the solo lane and just switch out with Apto?
Well, right now, Set is in his bot lane here, pushing in on there. The gang can't really over push with his current position as the top lane, play on the Apto, but Maji maybe get much to do. Zoltan goes for it, but Ruck, a beautiful hook. The shield though, maybe enough. No, Ruck secures the kill. His Catalyst looking for Maji on the backside. There's the smoke screen. There's the kill. And again, nice by Pensei Black coming again for the punish. The question is, can we see these guys actually do something a little bit proactive with it? They regain the gold lead even, as now looking onto Concal in mid lane. This is an AP Kai'Sa, so you gotta dodge the W and you are okay. Luciano electing not to do that. Customary. Catalyst gonna attack the cow. Ruck doesn't find the hook. Good flash away from Concal, but very nicely done. Pensei Black, they managed to secure the mid turret. Now they're working off the picks they're getting. They're working off these teamfight plays. This is the adaptation we've wanted to see from this team.
My God, they took an objective. I'm so happy they took an objective off of a kill. Thank God. Listening, they're figuring it out.
Luciano's here. They have the consistent damage, but Sion has an ultimate. And that is my sayonara, buddy. And he skirts it out in the top lane.
He left.
He left.
It's
Job done.
It's getting late here for everybody.
Gone.
Zed did go for the Umbral Glaive, so Grave.
Umbral Grave, yeah. It is his grave. It doesn't have damage now.
I was about to say, I'm wondering if Graves is going to elect for 1-2. It's really nice on Graves, because normally you have to kill a ward. You have to shoot, and then either reload or use your dash to get your third bullet. So it's very nice.
I might expect something more like the Sereldas or the Lord Dom's third here, if not a... Ooh, but Zold caught out a little bit here. Catalyst can't find the smoke screen. Good depth charge, but it's on the Might, so it can't be canceled away. Yep, gotta just use some shadow play here.
Fancy footwork. Very nice.
Yeah, just kind of burns a bunch of stuff and gets out. Nicely done. No one dies. Chips in the night. Catalyst just gonna continue going mid lane as Serial answering Cold Rice. Can't find the face breaker, and that means he must get out of dodge. No point in getting poked out by the Xerath when you don't have to. Instead, we'll just look around in the enemy jungle, grab some vision, see if camps are up, clear out this control ward himself. Again, it is set with Hullbreaker, so not a champion you really want to 1v1. Is going Chem Tank, so he's kind of going more of a tank teamfight build after the Hullbreaker.
Prowler's Claw. I have found it. That's what I like to see. Punish the victor for sitting there.
My dream doesn't just get out with a shadow. Catalyst could take a lot of damage here from Xerath. Needs to get out before that Xerath all comes through. Does come out, but is just kind of firing blind, guessing. Cold Rice body going to be the recipient now is big Prowler's Claw for 899. Move speed though from Apto is there as he must now ult yet again. Goodbye. He's done his job. He will get out. He will take the reset and he will come out. Oh! Downtown comes the Mega Death Rocket. That's been a clean kill. And now job done on the other end for Apto as he has done his due diligence top side. And that's going to free up in 1 minute time for the Dragon as well. Going to give a little bit more pressure to the 4-man stack here. Teleport available on Victor, so you know at a moment's notice that will be a 5v4 scenario on the map. And with this, I mean, Pensei Black looking pretty good. It is only around 1,500 gold lead, so nothing to write home about just yet. We're getting to the point of it being in their control, but right now, for the first time in this entire series, Pensei Black feels like they're the ones in the driver's seat. They're the ones dictating how this game is being played. Because even last game, when Concal's Wizards was behind, it was them making the plays. It was them pushing for those next objectives, for those next kills, and just response for Pensei Black. This time, other way around. Very nice to see. Hopefully, they can keep up this kind of gameplay as we continue winding on. We've seen how good Concal's boosters are at making stuff happen, and it's a 2-man Baron play completely hidden. No vision, no even idea. This is very unexpected. They do grab a vision on it, so they do know what's happening now. We'll see about the response, because Dragon is up and available. They could send a few people to go for it, but now 888 Zult trying to get out of dodge. Yeah, that does keep still off the Drake, but still in a position around the Baron. They still want to go for this, it looks like.
I think if you were going to, you had to have gone.
Oh no, but they're stealing Dragon!
Sion going, but yeah, they can just go to Dragon. They're pulling Pense Black around the map. And now that I said it, it just keeps going. It does get secured by My Dream. And now they're going down to the Dragon Pit to try to see if they can counter kill. And the Baron just started right back up.
Oh my god!
Oh my
This
goodness.
is the best bait!
Oh,
It is very low. Has to be careful, but after
but
his isolation, and that means he got to flash away his head. Oh, coming from downtown as well. Sayo grabs that kill. Ruck finds an 8-8 in. Lucian able to pick up that kill with the zap gun as Corner has a TP up here
Ooh, but the
to
pro's
stall at
low.
the Baron.
Get him
And now, yep, Lucian able to grab that kill. And now it's actually going to be Pense Black who looks toward the Baron following the Dragon takeaway. But Zolt is still here. They don't necessarily know that information. Lucian needs to be careful. A few kites
Found
W,
him
that's
out.
it. By the way, Ruck can't find the actual dredge line, and now you're stuck in an awkward position of being pushed out by the rest of the team.
Concal and
Nice
Zara coming
W,
up the
dodge
river.
away. Zolt trying to run this one out, needs to stall for time. Cold Rice bottom pops the chem tank, trying to get that movement speed, can't get on top of him. Smoke string comes down. Zolt still stalling, but on the backside is Ruck, who gets picked off as Zara. Low, Serial, trying to get away, grabs the kill. Lucianal, ulted, goes down to death mark. That's a kill for My Dream. Cold Rice bottom on the backside, can't do nothing. Gets the showstopper, but Concal ulting away. Cold Rice bottom now going very low. Has the Haymaker, will grab one kill return. It's Catalyst and Cold versus the other two that are remaining. They did get the kill onto Zolt as Catalyst flashes for some reason
Look greedy.
at the Zed. It's Shadow Zed who hasn't used anything yet, still in Flash as well. It ends up being a very scuffed series of plays. And just as I'm saying, Pense Black looked like they had control of the game. Concal's boosters with the play calls going for Baron and Dragon at the same time at 23 minutes, and Pense Black can't make a decision. They don't know who to fight.
No.
We've reached the same point now where we have a Zed support who just picked up a 950 gold shutdown and 2 more kills. So, yeah, he is now only about 1.3 K gold behind the mid lane set.
I would also like to point out that for all of his efforts of not team fighting at all, he's only... Apto is up 1,000 gold. That is it. He's only up 1,000 gold for not leaving top lane for an entire game. What is the point? I say again, to what?
He's going bot lane.
Oh, great. Oh, it's crazy. Finally.
They're throwing the teleport link
Yeah.
down a bot as the Baron is up. Again, no Dragon for 242, so just trying to keep the more useful summoner spell down on that end of the map. Again, Cold Rice probably going to be fine fighting in the side. This is just a punch matchup.
That's so upsetting. I'm sorry. That cannon was so sad.
It's the exciting Hullbreaker cannon matchup.
Sion actually probably does a fair bit of damage here because Cold Rice probably does not have damage items. He is solely relying on
The only damage he has.
Haymaker, true damage to deal with a nade. He's just going to run away. Of course, sustain, not an issue in this matchup for either side. Perfectly content to just beat this one out.
Okay. Punch.
Sorry,
Yeah,
now Sion-
gets a face
now
breaker.
Sion,
We're
you
gonna
punch.
get some more
Face break.
punching. There's the
into
oh,
Haymaker.
this time. Now
W.
gets huge W. This is gonna be big damage on the Cold Rice when it pops. Good ulti as well. Cold Rice now
Prowler's
trying to get
Claw.
away.
Shoot
Prowler's
again.
Claw. Not gonna get it. Zolt is here. There comes the showstopper. 888 going very low. The Haymaker not able to flying. Flashed away, and that's a shutdown. 700 gold to Zolt. As he comes up to. Oh, but again! You're kidding me!
In the same spot! Come on!
He's got it marked on lock. As Rock finds himself in the wrong place.
Apto
Zolt
TP.
coming down the hill. Apto is coming in for the TP. The Victor finally joined the fight. It's My Dream. That's not where you want to go back to, buddy. And that's a kill on to Apto. And with a few members down, might be a look toward the Baron for the side of Pense Black. This game just continues to go in different
Sarah
directions.
TP coming in, trying to test this.
This is dangerous for
Yeah.
the side of Pense Black. There's a lot of poke damage on the team. Kicked into the back line. That's gonna be no. Lucian survives. Cook out very low. Serial as well. The Chaos Storm has to get away, and they can't start Baron either. How to live is
W! He finds it! No!
And then Baron has started up by.
Bring back to Baron!
There's no one here.
Start
Serial is
Baron
looking
again.
for this kill. Zap finds him. Has to be careful though, because one
Oh,
miscue.
Rocket's up in fight! Rocket's up really soon!
Zolt is
There's
so
a
low, they
rocket.
can't go on the Baron. He's just here to secure with the smite. Goes back in, grabs the early smite, but Cold is here. Nautilus coming back up as well. Catalyst up in 13 seconds, can't get back immediately, but Zolt is so low. But here comes
no.
Zed as well. 3v1. Ruck is now in the pit to try to start some CC. Showstopper in the back line. Zolt gets stunned, but he's invisible. They can't see him. No! The Haymaker connects. And now it's a 2v2 as Ruck gets death marked My Dream does not do the damage to kill him because he is support Zed versus Nautilus. Aiden can just run away for now. Kaisa back in the fray. Grab the W on a Cold Rice. Does not choose to commit. Has no killer instinct. Just going to continue to poke. Ah! Lights go out again. We can't see. All right. Dragon is up in 5 seconds time. We have another gold swing in the favor of Concal's boosters after all of this, but it's going to be the side of Penn State Black who gets priority because Zolt is still dead. Make this be the first soul point for Penn State Black this series. They do know what's happening. There's nothing they can do about it. It is slain away. Catalyst secured with Smite, and for the first time, it's soul point Penn State Black. Unfortunately, as a Cloud Soul, so not exactly the most impactful of Drakes they could have drawn. Might have been wishing for the 2 Mountain Souls that Concal's boosters got the other 2 games, but in any event,
It's not as bad as it used to be.
not as bad as it used to be. It has gotten better. They have good champions for it still. Graves is fine with it. Victor frickin' loves it. Set loves it. Even Jinx can use it to some efficacy for trying to initiate a fight. Throws up the Mr. Mega Death Rock, can run towards the actual team
But
fight.
even
level and stuff.
Nautilus can press depth charge and they easily can run
It
on
is
top.
not the worst anymore. Is now going to try to clear out this vision. My Dream is up here as well to try to contest. You have 2 Umbral Glaives, so it should not be a problem for Concal to get these wards out of the way, even without the sweepers they have available to them. It is good to note, no TP is still going to split push bot lane, so Penn State Black, you're on a timer. You're going to have to try to either contest this, or then finally send someone down to clear out.
Ooh,
Silent
where's
Blade.
the flash? No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. He just took the damage.
He took the damage.
You're looking at Luden's proc.
Oh, it's so shiny.
Wrong animation. Wrong animation.
Similar idea. They are particle effects.
Yep, it is indeed a particle effect.
They're both shiny.
It is good to note that Apto, while going to respond to Sion here, does have TP up in just a few seconds.
I
It's
blame
not a
Aiden
very
instead.
risky play. This is not a very risky play for him to make into Aiden. Of course, Aiden perfectly happy to go contest this, has this. So his Catalyst goes to pick on a My Dream again. It is a Zed, so maybe a little bit less than optimal as he gets chunked out for half his HP from one Xerath Q. Kaisa unable to find much, and it's so hard to find a pick onto the enemy support when he does have that shadow over the wall ability, as well as the death mark to buy time if he's really in a pinch. Serial, rest of Concal's boosters just going to continue to hover around this Baron. Is the only objective up to 3 minutes time. They have a lot to work with here. They have complete and utter vision control in that area. You can see the number of ghost wards that are just zombie wards is what they're called. Yeah,
Yes.
floating around up there. It's ghost portal.
They call them PSU Black for a reason, and that's because their map is
He's a
black.
spooky boy.
Yeah, it is completely dark. The dead of night. Finally getting one stealth ward over there. Thank you, Ruff.
Until an Umbral
Forgot
Glaive
about
comes over
Yeah.
and unshots your ward.
Still, this is a look how many zombie wards they
so
have to
much.
clear.
So this
There's
is-
so many zombie wards
This is
here.
what I was saying about Graves and how terrible it is to
Ooh,
clear these.
Catalyst can get chunked out. Crab does go over to side of Penn State Black, so he's going to have that at least permanent vision. You can't sweep out the Crab.
Serial did a little bit of ward fishing there. He
Yeah,
only gets some
Catalyst
poke
going to try to
damage.
heal back up with the honey
And
fruit.
there's the Umbral Glaive.
All right, we're back. No more vision. You
Yeah.
had your chance.
Important to note, the Umbral Glaive is that you will still one-shot wards even if you're using your sweeper and not the Umbral Glaive.
Yep, My
which
Dream.
just
Again,
happens.
it's Zed. He's got the as long as you have the reaction time and decent ping, you can get out of quite a lot.
And we're back to having all of the wards, the Concal boosters.
Yep, Apto pretty far up in this lane actually to be contesting the Scion. Needs to be a little bit careful. This guy is still very tanky with the Prowler's Claw. Will
Ooh, he's coming in fast!
Alright, just going for it.
Ghost
Grabs the pick.
Cloud
Again, it's
Soul.
on to My Dream though, which means nothing happens.
Huh?
So you just expended Ghost?
No, all teams.
Flash.
Ghost and Flash.
Ghost Flash into Facebreaker, but no follow-up Showstopper.
I think he might have lost vision in that river bush.
Of course he did. Of course he lost vision. Come on!
Yeah, now
Really?
down 2 very big summoners as well as Kempting for the time being. Is Ruck though going
Oh,
to pick
my.
it all alone.
He's
The
dead.
Nautilus needs to live a little bit longer. Does, but gets tagged with the Kai's W. Concal not going to commit the ulti just yet. Ruck going very low, looking for it. Concal still with the ability to go in on Cold Rice. Salt on the side.
Ooh.
Serial grabs it with a 3-pointer. Now Catalyst caught on the wrong side of the rift. It might be the throw from Penn State back. Yes! The jungler goes down. It's Luciano and Cold Rice versus the world. No damage down the
there's
poke. He's
so
coming
much
through. There's
damage.
the killer. Hits it. Concal looking for it. Zonia's from the 80 carry. It's not going to save him though. Concal can't die. Cold Rice eats the dirt. And now it's a free Baron for Concal. They don't lose a single man. Penn State Black a little too aggressive on the play.
Where is Opto, everybody? I thought he had teleport. Where is he? Oh my god, he's fighting Scion bot lane. Isn't that helpful? Isn't that a great thing that we should be doing right now when we're on the line baroning right now? Isn't that great? Isn't that a really worth it thing to do? Really good job, Concal's boosters, punishing that ridiculous play call. I don't understand. Just let him take inhib tower. You get Baron and then steamroll mid lane. Why are you throwing the game? You were doing so well. Oh my god, you just let Concal get like 400, actually like 800 gold. What are you doing?
We'd like to take
Grab
this
the
time.
Baron. They're going to grab the Wind Drake as well as it spawns here. They have full pressure of this. Ruck and Apto are going to try to contest this. But again, it's My Dream that you're trying to pick. Uses Chaos Storm as well.
Wow.
Has been a consistent trend with PSU Black getting baited out by My Dream and several clones of varying varieties. We saw a bit of distortion action happening with that and Catalyst last game.
Yeah.
The Kiana ulti.
League players, we can't
As-
count past 5.
Yep,
very
now,
difficult.
Cold Rice.
I like
And
Cold
again,
Rice.
you have the poke that just keeps coming out. Kaisa with the AP build is doing so much damage. No one to engage. 888 is even grouping up for this one as Catalyst, trying to clear out some vision on the backside. Make sure there's no flank coming in from Sion, which could be detrimental to their team fight. As this looks like it's just going to be the contest for the soul with Catalyst all alone here against the Hullbreaker Sion. Poke still coming through on the bottom side of this as Lutional gets tagged, but Cold Rice and
he pulled him out of
Apto
it.
finds it. Grabs a good ultimate, but the stun still comes through, and that's a showstopper. The damage still goes out of My Dream from the ulti, as that's a double kill for the Graves. The Shadow back was not the best plan, but the Dragon is started by Zalt, and that means it's going to be 3 days to 3, but Catalyst checking the bush, doesn't die, and Killer Instinct will confirm. And now Cold Rice has to back out and away. Zalt continuing forward, another Kai's W hits, but it's on to Cold Rice, which means there's no further damage. Ruck
Slinging the
cannot
Kai's W's.
fight her not away. Luciano as well got his. Concal grabs another kill. Apto way too far. Kaisa though stunned away. Booster isn't there as the ult comes through. Can't find anybody. Luckily, Apto does trade the kill on the Kaisa, so it's not all for nothing. Luciano unable to find that kill with the Killer Death Rocket. Still, 6.5 thousand gold lead out of nowhere for Concal's boosters. They're pushing it down mid lane. And with Baron, looks like they're going to back off, take a break, take a seat. We still have 4 minutes to the next major objective. And while the gold has swung, we are 3 Drakes apiece.
That is
So-
very, very good that they're not overextending. They got a very big lead there. Even though they traded Kaisa for Victor, Kaisa got a lot of gold.
Oh, 888.
Doing AA. Where'd the tower help go?
One shot's the tower. Hullbreaker demolishes a heck of a thing to do. Is now Cold Rice. I like this. Trying to get the position to stop the Sion ult away. He will get out though because this thing is not balanced.
He's gone. Don't go to the same spot. Go through it. There you go.
There we go. Oh,
Jinx has Rocket.
They don't have vision though, so it's not like it matters.
oh no. He was looking. He was definitely looking for the angle.
Oh, that's. We're adapting. We're learning.
Much like Kaisa, we are adapting.
We are adapting. Oh. Good posturing. Very good restraint.
Oh, Apto. Needs to be careful. It is Zed still, well, not the most fed on this team, and definitely a supportive Zed build here. You have Serpent Fang as
I was
well
really
as,
hoping for Serpent's Fang,
Umbral.
actually.
As Luciano might just be dead. Yep, just dead. Xerath does a lot of damage when you get hit with a Kaisa W.
That's bad.
Ruck gets hit with a Kaisa W for half his HP. Zult going forward on the Catalyst, and this might just be the inhibitor turn down here because Kaisa gets tagged with another W. My Dream going in. Good knock for that. The Killer Instinct into the backline. Ruck falls.
Concal?
Everyone falls. Concal does die for the
It's
Killer
okay,
Instinct.
but we have
Apto is here.
isolation
Zult,
damage.
Isolation. Apto, one more too. It is a confirm as Cold Rice is duking out with 888 in topside. There's the showstopper into the Haymaker, into the Prowler's Claw from the flank, and now the flash away, trying to keep flashes in as well. As there's the Silent Ult, and it's a solo kill on the top side. And now TP behind. Serio's got to get the heck out of dodge. Apto's coming back. Sides of the train topside. What is going on?
Serial
down. Well, shut down out of the Victor. Start up the clown car. We got a Fiesta on our hands as we lose a mid lane inhibitor, and it's kills across the board. Apto, the last man standing on the rift.
Great. That's really good, by the way. I'm glad he's the one that's alive.
Hey, look at that gold lead though.
That was a good TP.
17,000.
It was a good TP. Serial was overextended. Very good cleanup for Apto there. Finally deciding to use his summoner spell attached to the D key. Really great. Glad that they confirmed that. What is happening? This shit, like, that was the. Oh my god.
I believe you are having what we refer to as a panic attack.
No, untrue. I am fully steeled. I'm confused.
We would like to assure everyone that all casters at the Pennsylvania State University are mentally stable.
Correct. At least for the time being.
We
A little more of this, We're pushing it.
Still, though, after all of that happenings, same gold lead, like 6K.
Yep.
Same gold lead.
Uh-huh.
Baron's up 53 seconds.
Yep.
Apto's trying to go in and grab some vision, but Zolt might have some other play to that. Is yep, goodbye.
Oh,
Zhonya's. Ruckus here to stall.
But
But
you
he
didn't
can't see him. He can't see him. He's invisible. He just taught. It was a guess. He can't see him. Zolt was invisible.
H1B doing H1B things.
Down! ER snipe! Grabs the jungle. That's a big pick. Yeah, you lose your mid laner, but hey, we take those because now no Baron is available. Lucio just keeps getting picked off by Xerath. Tyson W. Xerath R, man. This man could not escape the one-shots. It's impossible.
But what are they able to do off of that kill onto Zolt?
Well,
Nothing! Because Aiden is pressuring the bot in him
because
tower.
Victor's not there to match it.
Exactly.
Cold Rice, though, might just look for the 1v1 on
The 1v3, let's go.
Low HP. Aiden.
He has ulti.
Yep, he's trying to block it. There's the showstopper into the depth charge, blocks the ult, and yeah, Aiden might be able to get the return kill with his,
But they get Baron in return!
Oh my goodness.
Concal's boosters done it again! Aiden.
He's got to
go for the tower, just go for it. I believe.
Run away,
okay.
but Baron is started up. I don't think they can do this. This is Concal in my dream. This is not a...
No, but Xerath's here. It's okay.
Concal is dying
No
to
one
Baron
here.
actively.
No, please don't die to Baron.
What?
Please don't die to Baron. Please don't.
3K? Gets hit.
Come on.
My dream. Going
he's
low.
dead. He's dead.
No,
He's
he
dead.
don't die. And the Baron Dash is secured in the most exciting fashion physically possible with 3 people. On the bright side,
Oh, no.
Soul is going to the side of Penn State Fly. Oh,
Zolt!
Not if Zolt's got something to say about it. Smighty shoot from Catalyst, and now Zolt's in deep waters. Trying to get away. They're trying to get to the victim, but Catalyst will take it instead. And it is a soul for the Baron. And honestly, if you're Penn State Black, you take those kind of trades in that situation. You stop the inhibitor push, you get the soul as now as is Rock Killer Instinct off the W. Aptos next to follow. Cold Rice Bottom coming in from the side. Concal though trying to get away. Catalyst getting killed by Xerath. Off the blast cone, baby! Kill on the Concal. Catalyst and Cold Rice get the heck out of there. Soul confirmed. They get some gold as well just for their time. Hopefully Jinx doesn't die mid lane to Xerath again.
We got a game.
He used ult. She's
There
good.
we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 41 minutes into the game, we have a game. We're getting it on. We got Soul Point. We got
it's not Soul
we're not
Point,
Soul.
it's not Soul
Soul in
Point.
general. Cloud Soul going to PSU Black. 888 and doing 88 things.
Yep. So is Cold Rice Vada as the set has more items now. That Blade of the Rune King actually working wonders for this mana in the 1v1.
It's very good into Sion, especially since he's finally actually matching him instead of Victor. It's very good into actually.
However, Lucio wants to defy the sanctity of the 1v1, though. 888
HP
is going to get out of this. Yep. Off the side, HP1B and Serial are here. They do make themselves known with the Xerath presence.
I don't know where the V came from, but I just added it.
B, same part of the mouth. It's fine.
Words are difficult.
As now we are actually in a little bit, we're going to try to calm down a bit here. It's a little bit of a lull state.
Thank God.
No one going for anything crazy. Yep, my dream. It's still a Zed. It's still got...
Don't worry, Lucianol is
Teleports.
allowed to die the Xerath
Lucianol now has 0 seconds to live because Serial has ult again.
He does, however, have
Concal has W and Sarah has all. This could be another kill and a Jinx.
GA acquired. Very important.
Okay.
Oh, he's had that.
Really?
He actually has had that. It's up for the 2nd time now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really bad.
That's how long this game has been. Yeah,
Wow.
that's a GA with a 2nd proc on it.
So, Apto actually splitting quite effectively top lane. However, Sion looking to...
Oh my
goodness!
Get him!
That was disintegrated, but
Punish!
Yes! Prowess, come on, flash! One shot! It's lethality Sion coming at you!
It's not a pause. It's the game exploding. It's okay. Wait.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, we're
good.
back. And grabs a solo kill.
What if that was a pause?
I would
If
pause.
that would have been the best.
No,
That would be a great pause. 10 out of 10 pause. And now Apto down
Oh,
for
the
50
rocket gets
seconds.
slung, but does not find Aiden, unfortunately, this time.
Alright, we're about to have a level
Zolt?
18 Zed support.
Yep. Catalyst getting chunked. Zolt looking for an engage. Ruck cannot find the hook. It's blocked away by minions. Ends up hitting the wall instead. Catalyst. Nice sidestep. That's how you deal with AP Kaisa. You move.
It's the classic counter of just don't get hit.
Oh, good flash away there from Serial. Burns away. Ruck engaged on with a death mark. Although my dream, that is a Nautilus still. Has to deal with that one. Good use of shadows to get out of several. Yeah, Luciano. That's a lot of damage. Catalyst. Good job to get away from the Xerath E. Doesn't want to get hit by that. Kaiser W does land to those.
No,
Go.
stop it. Come on.
I see. He's looking at his ult bar. He's weighing the options.
This is the face breaker.
About 3 pixels
Teleport
off.
from Athos actually going down here into the bot lane and trying to push the side wave up.
So glad. I think they lose off that. Gonna be honest with you.
The inhibitor's gone.
Inhibitor's gone.
You know, that's just more gold to farm. It's just 90 extra gold.
Point is now Naden. Caught out. Corey Bob. Big ult on to 3. Grab the kill, but can they get any more? Concal almost one-shots the set. Managed to get away with the speed. Is Abdo 1v1 serial bot lane. I'm not really sure how that actually occurred. As that is actually huge. Abdo's gonna get so much off of this. Now Zult is coming down, so it won't be too much more than the tier 2, but does force a lot of resets. Abdo maybe overstaying a bit here, needs to start backing off. Is gonna channel right in the middle of lane. Now you get pre-push mid lane for Luciano and company. If Ruck wants to take the tower, they can probably just take tier 2. They have Cold Rice Bottle respawning in top lane. PSU Black, once again, decently favorable position. 5k down, needs to dodge the Kaiser W. Does. Jinx is excited. Deathmark onto Cal. They're gonna try to trade a kill onto Graves, but he can't with the ulti if you want the kill onto Zed. As he comes back in to try to do some scouting. Zult and the rest of the team are following up from behind, and with that, Penn State Black electing to just play it slow. You have a minute 30 till Baron, a minute 30 till Elder. Elder being the more important of the two. Very good. Catalyst gonna grab that crab at the perfect time. It's gonna be up for the entire setup phase of the Elder Drake. That minute and 30 secured. Good job to get vision. Now what else can they do? They can push out mid lane here with Luciano, with Cold Rice. They have Aptos splitting into top lane. Graves also, as Rung just kindly pointed at the screen, has the Umbral Glaive, which means vision contesting is going to be significantly easier for the side of Penn State Black, as Cold Rice is just going to eat these Void Seekers for breakfast.
Well, maybe not too much. Like 2 more of those, I'm pretty sure he dies.
Might be a pretty light breakfast.
Gonna go a little easy on the Wheaties today.
Pushing in this top side of the map. Gonna have to take a very quick reset. Does not have the TP. Zult, seeing that Elder's coming up, going to neglect going for the Victor in top side. Instead, try to go get early pressure, and especially mid pressure, to open up the area to come in and grab vision on this Elder Drake. Sion pushing in bot lane. It will be a 5v5 contest for this Dragon. Serial has the TP. Ruck looking, gets engaged on My Dream, goes in with the death mark, and we'll be up the time, but it's catch out onto the Zed. My Dream goes down, shut that on to Luciano. Now it's a few ults expended for the Zed, so will not have the Showstopper, which is such a big tool for them to use in these team fights. We saw the damage did when they caught out 888 last game, and now they have to deal with all that poke without a reliable source of engage. Dragon up in 10 seconds. Still looking for a pick onto one of the big carries. Concal, Serial, still alive. Yep, 888 alive. They do see him. They have missing pings on the side. They understand that he is there. Apto passes him by in the river. Ruck getting chunked out. Xerath still doing it, but they're going to start the Dragon. PSU Black, time to flip the entire game as we are going for the Honorable 50-50. Apto, chunked low. 888 near the pick. Zult, near the pick. It's secured though by Catalyst, but the first kill goes over to the other team as Apto very low. Tries to get away from the Xerath. All he does. 888 now chasing the other team, but it's Baron secured, but the low health bar means it's going to take some resets, and then they need to go toward the Baron. Missing pings are on it from the side of Penn State Black. They're going to start pathing over there, I think, immediately with their full health members. They have the Elder Dragon. Now's the time when you need to force plays. Good dodge on the W from Luciano. As long as you're not getting hit by those, you can still fight this one out. They're going to immediately go toward the Baron. They have four Elders. Ruck is dead. As Catalyst looking for Zult, has the jump. Cold Rice also looking, has the win, has the ghost, has it. Zult, there's a Showstopper. Doesn't do any damage though, because I believe he had, he had his Edge of Night, so doesn't do any damage off that. A little bit of a miscalculation by Cold Rice there to go for that one.
They can shred this Baron now.
Yeah, but they can just immediately turn this Baron. They force the flash out of Zult. He's not going to really be able to contest this too easily. So long as they grab a few wards in the surrounding area, again, you have to be careful of the poke, but from this time around, it's going to be so hard for Concal to check in this Baron pit from the side of blue. Yeah, Baron already shredded down, and that is for the first time this game objective controlled for the side of Penn State Black in convincing fashion. Not going to trade it for anything, and gold even.
Gold does not matter.
Yeah, gold does not matter.
We're
full build. Gold mattering.
Are supports full build?
Nautilus is not, but Nautilus is really never going to reach full build.
He doesn't need it.
No.
He is there for a few select reasons.
I stand.
Now the question is, what can Penn State Black actually do off this Baron Elder? They still have Elder for a few more seconds, so looking to push that out mid. They do have Kha'Zix pushing top, but Serial gets the depth charge. You can't flash away from that, tries to get away from the E, but he's caught out and taken down. And also getting away. The Aptos pushing under. Now they gotta deal with the Scion passive. Luciano very low. They're gonna try to get onto Cold Rise Bada. Apto gets hit with the death mark, does no damage. Gets an execute onto something. Is my dream? Careful! No! Executed! And Penn State Black coming back into this one. The actual team comp does win the day, and that will be it for Game 3. Penn State Black, from the brink of defeat in 48 minutes, will claim victory and push us to game number 4.
What year is it?
They actually did. They clutched up, and they actually pushed, leads. They did what they were supposed to do. MVP of the game, Cold Rice Bada, without a doubt. On question of my mind. They played a 4v5 game until one team fight where it helped. Cold Rice Bada, team fought the entire time, had Hullbreaker. Well, yeah, it's a little drawback, but fought team fight the entire time. Actually, finally was able to use Hullbreaker for about 10 minutes, but it's fine. We don't worry about it. Pushed out the pick. He was able to get a couple of picks by burning all of his subs. He good turnarounds and great ultis. That's it. He did his job. It's the reason they won. Oh my god, why was that 50 minutes? There was no reason that was supposed to be 50 minutes, guys. Why did that happen?
The other MVP is, of course, Concal's Killer Instinct.
Listen, assuming that the reason he didn't end up there because of Killer Instinct, but when he used it correctly, it was very efficient. Yeah. However, I'm still confused as to how he ended up behind or in between the mid towers.
I believe we need a full film study. We might need to replay for a couple minutes here.
That will have to wait until after the series today. We might be able to go back and look at that. In any event, though, we're going to take a quick break on cast here, cool off a bit, because we got one other game here of League of Legends at least to play as we move to 2-1 as Penn State Black forces us to Game 4. Don't miss the next game here. Back in just a few minutes on Penn State League. Welcome back. We're not done yet. Game 4, the PSU LCS finals between Penn State Black and Concal's Boosters. Penn State Black bringing it back from the brink.
They did. They did
won.
indeed.
They
won
did
the
win.
game.
They won a game.
They won the game.
They killed the Nexus.
They obtained the grain they required.
And you know what? They looked significantly better than they had the last 2 games.
Yes,
we saw
they did.
We saw the best of Game 2. Still plenty of problems, which is why I went to 50 minutes with
Correct.
some lane assignments, some macro decisions, especially getting pulled around the map in the mid game between
Yes.
Baron and Dragon was definitely something that they could work to fix. But overall, much, much better from this team. And if we can keep seeing them play stuff like this, very good chance that we could go to a Game 5. However, we'll have to see if Concal's Boosters wants to run a more traditional style comp. And if they do, can this team still compete? Because we definitely saw the shortcomings of their draft in this 3rd game with Concal and Xerath really being the only 2 to do poke damage.
Yeah.
The Kha'Zix was doing well, but eventually became useless. Sion was trying to do his best, but again, these parts just didn't fit together well enough to actually work as a unit.
Yeah.
So hopefully Game 4 now. The last game just didn't happen in my brain apparently.
Well, that's what I mean. Like what?
Yeah. The consistent factor for PSU Black that has given them the most, macro and ability to do things has been engage, support, Rook. The thing he's good at, you give it to him, making his roams, especially when you give him a Nautilus instead of a Rakan, and you give him an Amumu instead of a Rakan.
Primary engage.
Yeah. Giving him primary engage does nothing for the bot laner. However, it frees up so much for the rest of the map. It lets Catalyst be everywhere because he doesn't have to worry about bot lane anymore because everything is fighting the top side of the map all of the time. But having that primary engage allows so much more to happen, and it really showed in the beginning of the game because it even got Lucianal somewhat of an early lead. With some crazy early hooks. A little bit of int by H1B, but we're not going to talk about it.
Was playing Zed support. So,
Yeah.
All right. Apparently we're still on break for the rest of it, so.
But,
we can talk about more stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to see more engages. I want to see more engage. I want to see Lucianal be a part of the team. That would be nice because he's been getting cold, but he either just gets deleted, CC'd into the ground, or shows up too late to do anything. And that's good for objectives because usually if you're on the winning side of that, you're able to transition. But that leads us into the other problem with PSU Black is that they finally, only just in the last 10 minutes of the 50-minute game, were able to convert things. But that's a start. If they can continue to do that, get Lucianal involved, actually, he was on Jinx, which was so much better because Jinx is actually a more versatile champion than Xayah. So they had a lot of good things. Okay, for how they're playing,
gun beats feathers.
Correct. For this specific series alone,
logic.
yes. So I saw a lot of good things. I need to keep it rolling. And for God's sake, if you put a Victor into Sion, stop it.
Our production is playing Tetris during the break, so we're just gonna keep talking. Again, I mean, I think Concal's Boosters still plenty comfortable. They had their fun game, where they kind of just went for whatever to try to bring that one home. Just kind of again Zed support.
They were very close.
It was actually again a very close game. Props to Zalt for keeping it exciting. Nathan's still looking very, very good in top lane, and the Sion was doing work for quite a bit of the game, to be honest, until Set finally got that Blade of the Rune King in and was able to win that 1v1 fairly handedly. Yeah. Even when it wasn't a 1v1. Either way, I think with a more normalized team comp, again, I think they can still go whack with the support because it's freaking Pingu. He's good at the game. But
I mean, if they give him a real support, or if they let Concal support and they let him ADC.
Oh, well, that's we're not going to go there yet.
That's a nail in the book.
I think Concal, for the time being, is going to be sticking AD carry. Now, whether he goes back to the tried and true Ezreal pick is something we have yet to be seen, because we have not seen that pick. Looks extremely good for the last 2 games. Can just solo lane. Just to be honest about it, was winning that 1v1 handily. It was just a difference in the bottom laners. Because you had Xayah and Ezreal, I think it was game 1, just completely by themselves the whole of laning phase, and Concal was up like 15, almost 20 CS. it was quite a lead. With again, not really any early pressure afforded to bot by any team. Even the supports weren't there most of the time.
Right.
So
Bot lane isn't real. You can't prove it to me. You can't.
Oh,
well, we'll see what
listen, I want it to be real.
Not
I
real
desperately
bot
want it
lanes.
to be
Oh,
real
yeah,
because as soon as it's real, PSU Black has a much easier time of winning the game.
Like, you know, I'm a support.
Oh, we do have an adaptation here with bans as Concal's boosters taking the red side, which means Penn State Black is actually going to be banning away the Ezreal on first rotation.
Don't pick Xayah.
Concal
Don't first pick Xayah again. Don't do it.
not
Come
grabbing
on.
that one, so you have stuff like the Jinx, you have the Xayah, despite my co-casters contention
I have
about
no
that
problem with Xayah. If they pick another comp like they did the first time around Xayah,
pick. Looks
that's
like
not
they
good.
will be one of the Jinx, so now you have
Nice.
options to respond. I doubt it's going to be the AP Kaisa AD carry this game. I'm instead expecting more
Now it's
general
Xayah.
picks. Now you have stuff like the Xayah, which you can play into it. Instead, Ahri is not banned, so they can grab that for Serial mid lane. Has been extremely strong in the last few patches. The Everfrost build is, by and large, just disgusting. As well as Ashe, so Concal taking a more supportive role. And this is one of the picks that we've seen into Ahri time and time again. In both solo queue and sometimes even in competitive is the Veigar, while not a hard counter, does limit Ahri's options in lane, because it does become very hard to actually kill this character when you can't dash.
This could be Ahri support.
It could be.
I don't want to. I don't want to put it past them.
Yeah.
This could be Veigar support.
It could also be
true.
Veigar.
I somehow doubt that Ruck is gonna play Veigar.
Yeah.
But-
it's not really his. You're talking
Talking about the guy
forte.
that plays Glacial Trundle. So
Trundle's a different animal.
might-
Trundle's a different beast than a Veigar.
troll.
Trundle, yes, Trundle does troll things.
Troll. Alright.
However, yep,
Nautilus.
Nautilus locked in again. Very solid bot lane. We saw last time Ruck
Good.
glossed the Nautilus. This actually works very well into Ahri as well. The depth charge can't follow her around her ult, so you can't actually dash out of it. So it does put up a CC. If we do get a Blitzcrank lock in, and this is becoming a bit interesting.
Uh-oh.
Lots of CC lockdown this time around between Charm, Enchanted Crystal Arrow, as well as Rocket Grab.
Right.
This is going to be a bit of an interesting one. Penn State Black going to have to really challenge themselves to play this one out cleanly.
Question. I have to believe that it's not Blitz mid, right?
I
It's
think,
Blitz
I think
support.
you're
It's
pretty-
Blitz support.
We are going to assume for the sake of our own sanity, at the very
Right.
least, that it is Blitz
That's what I'm
support.
saying. That's not an uncouth champion, which leads me to believe that
We
there
have
may be
a very standard composition
Yes.
right now. Concal is, again, on a champion he's very familiar with, does play Ashe. At least to my knowledge, he does.
So
Probably.
there's a saying that everybody has a pocket Blitzcrank. So
Yeah.
it probably is going to
I
be.
have a pocket Blitzcrank.
So I don't think we'll see the shift in players.
By the way, we're going to get some bans here.
Ooh,
Decided
ooh.
between Sion on the set, again, both problematic for both teams this series thus far, with Cold Rise Bottle last game, as well as A in the game prior to. Just kind of becomes unkillable, so you're going to go with the set ban, which means CBT can elect to go back the way, but might be transitioning back towards that Kiana again, try to transition more toward a pick comp. If you see something more traditional here for the jungle, could look towards something like a teamfight competition with what they have stacked up and available, but Kiana would definitely be something for Catalyst to take back. Again, looked very good on it in the game 2 early game. Did kind of fall off later on, but this time going to go over to CBT. So
see
it's
Zolt
more than
piloting
likely Zolt piloting
Kiana.
Kiana as a takeaway pick from Catalyst.
I like it.
We saw Diana be really good into it in the first game. I believe it was. Feels like that was
Yep,
6 years ago.
Out farmed, did a lot more damage later on. We'll see if Catalyst wants to go again. Yeah, they already have a Veigar, but this would be Wukong jungle.
Yes.
Very likely. Catalyst has been a proponent of this one
Yes.
for quite a while now since it's buffs. So if you take the Wukong jungle, this is, I think, very supplementary to the comp they have already kind of lined up here. Again, tons of CC to support the Jinx. Wukong itself can play a little bit more aggressively into champs like Ashe and Ahri with the clone. You can kind of clone out of a lot of crap. But this would be a nice pivot
Now,
into the Wukong.
I
top.
still
Not-
think
this could be flexed.
I still think it's flexed. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't put it past Cold Rice Bada, a proponent of Nocturne Lane, to play it in lane. However, they might not have to do. They can't do that anymore.
Now this is a good pick. Jax feels so good into all of these champions. Maybe except for Nautilus and Veigar, but
Yeah.
again, doesn't necessarily have to interact with them if he doesn't want to. Can go for a sideline split push. Does rival Fiora as you get later in the game in terms of just outright, I want to side lane and kill things.
Right.
Mostly towers, but kill things.
High bonk potential. Can really bonk you.
True. High bonk potential. There will be no silly business
no funny business.
in his side lanes.
No lollygagging. No, none of that.
Either way here, very standard game here. Besides the Wukong Nocturne, possible flex between top. I'm assuming it's going to be Nocturne jungle, Wukong top would be more traditional.
I don't
However,
know.
it could go either way.
I genuinely think it's lane Nocturne. For how much
I wouldn't
that
be
I know
surprised if it's late
Catalyst...
Nocturne. Yeah, judging just because Catalyst is their jungler, I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah.
if it's Wukong jungle.
Because also, Cold Rice Bada does like a Nocturne lane. A Nocturne top.
Yeah, he played a mid for a
He
long
does.
time, yes.
He did. He's familiar. He likes
Oh,
it.
they're...
Catalyst is top. Catalyst has role swap top, and Cold Rice Bada has gone jungle.
Now, Cold Rice Bada does jungle. This man plays literally every role in the game.
He is the flex.
It's a 2-week cycle depending on where he wants to play the game this
Very
week.
correct. Although I haven't seen him in the jungle recently, so it makes me a little questionable.
You know, jungle's like
And
riding
I-
a bike.
Yeah,
that the wheels break off every 2 months. I'm so glad that I have tire treads on my very nice
Okay,
bike.
well that is not any of the options that you were given.
okay. Well,
Okay,
Gotcha.
that was also not the
Oh,
option.
listen. That's it's. Wait.
No.
Wait a minute.
No.
No.
Wait.
No, no, no.
Are we trading
there is
champions?
no way that Catalyst is going AD carry.
What?
No, it has
This
to
is
be,
not happening. No,
they
they're gonna
have to be
switch. They're gonna
switching.
switch. They're gonna switch. We're not gonna talk about it.
Did they
We're
do-
gonna-
Okay,
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 it's
there we
dodge.
go, okay.
All right,
All right,
it's dodge.
okay.
All right, it's dodge.
All right.
Very good. I was
the
gonna say
opto dodge.
there's some
Just swap the
Ooh,
page.
I was like, Catalyst going AD carry. That is definitely something I haven't seen in a hot minute. Oh boy.
Technical difficulty.
Ooh, okay.
Of the human variety.
It's saved. Catalyst is going jungle. It's saved.
Would it be a PSU LCS cast without a draft getting scuffed?
True, very true.
Wow.
Whew.
Well, that was certainly entertaining.
I was gonna say that was gonna
Sure.
go for a turn. I was gonna say I've seen Catalyst play jungle. I was skeptical about him playing top lane. Catalyst playing Jinx is not something I have seen before.
Listen, I don't put it past. I believe in him. He's a very capable individual. I don't put it past him. It doesn't mean I'm not curious.
Roll swap from jungle to AD carry. Roll swap.
Easiest roll
top
swap in the
lane-
game.
Roll swap
Easiest
top
one in
lane
the
to
game.
jungle, and then roll swap AD carry to top for match point, mind you.
He just takes call.
It's true.
Just
Scale.
takes call and
It's
farm.
Scale.
Takes call, farm, scale. Same thing as jungle. You just stand still in the lane.
You know-
Every once in a while, you get to dual board. That's really what
Okay,
it
we
is.
have switched to the appropriate roles.
Okay,
now.
we're back. It's
All right.
happening. Nothing outrageous is going on with roll swaps. Thank goodness.
Hopefully, we do not see a Jinx again.
They could just swap.
Well, no,
I think
they
they
can
want to
pick
get
it this
PSU
time.
LCS
I
order.
think what happened is they were out of order, wanted to swap, and somebody probably didn't have a champion that they needed. Obviously, you don't have unlocked draft.
Likely. Cold Rice Bada, I don't know if this is his main account or if it's a rename.
Who knows?
But again,
Right.
with him, who
It
knows?
is. That requires significant effort to understand whether or not
It
that's
will
true.
be, however, Nocturne
Wukong.
jungle. So we do have Wukong top. So it is a very standard game. Again, Wukong could have been flexed either way. It will be as well for Zoltan. Kiana jungle, which I don't know how often he plays this champion. I know it was meta before, so I'm guessing he has experience on it.
Yeah.
But in any event, still quite fun with the Ari. You get a lot of big potential
Yeah,
to charm into possible root or just execute
I
damage.
having Serial on one of his his actual main champions, even though it's not great into the Vigar, it's still really great for roam potential and for 2v2s. So it's a lot of early game potential that I feel like as soon as they hit level 3, they might, if they're gonna fight for Scuttle, the most important objective in the early game, who knows? I wouldn't put it past anybody to do anything anymore.
You know, Scuttle is very important.
It is very important. It gives you gold.
That 90 seconds of vision and that gold. And the 2 XP.
That's assist. That's free assist gold that you're just leaving in the water. That's very, very. That's littering. That's bad for the environment. I'm pretty sure the scuttle crab will get heavy metal
You
poisoning.
gotta call FlagQuest on us to get the environment.
That's heavy metal. You know, gold is a heavy metal. That's not good. It's not a heavy metal, is it? Who cares?
Gold?
The point is, you can still
I'm not
die
a
from it.
chemist.
That's the point.
I don't know. I'm an education major.
You
I'm
can
not a
OD on
chemist,
gold.
buddy.
That's not good. Finally, the things are here. The pieces are in place.
We are not quite in place.
Yeah, you have fun eating your gold, buddy. That's all I gotta say.
I don't want to die.
In,
What are you talking about?
He's having one of those
What, did you just not
$2,000
hear me?
grilled cheese.
in any event, very nice, easy, like standard League of Legends to an extent. We have two teams. Assuming going for more teamfight comps, again, you do have a little more, I think, in options outside of Concal's boosters here with the Jax top specifically for split push. Kiana Ari is more of your pick. Again, it can be facilitated as well. Concal, Janet Crystal Arrow, super strong. Blitzcrank as well. Serves to mix things up. But I think the Blitzcrank is actually going to be a pretty big deal this game, especially when it comes to Lucianal and Apta.
Yeah.
If these two champions get picked, everything can go to heck and a handbastic real fast. You lose a lot of your damage. Veigar especially is going to be really important for zoning out a lot of the enemy team. And choke points around especially the Dragon and the Baron Pit. Specifically the Dragon Pit, as it's harder for CBT to really check into that once you actually get pressure. They have the narrower lanes to come through. And a lot of their champs, besides Ari, and a little bit of Jax and Kiana, can't wall hop over like a lot of terrain. You have to be either thin wall or not at all in the case of Ashe or Blitzcrank. So you have that ability to zone away with the cage. If one of these champions gets suddenly removed, it becomes very hard to play, even when you have something like the Paranoia to darken out the map, which again, on the side of Penn State Black, very good tool at their disposal, creates a lot of chaos. Even in professional play, this has long been considered an extremely difficult tool to play around. It is so hard to fight in darkness when you can't see everything going on, especially with positional kind of characters like Veigar, like Jinx, which get the benefit of the Nocturne ulti, but more Ashe and Blitzcrank who want to hit those long-range abilities and skill shots.
Yeah, and the F keys are your friend against Nocturne because his little shadows that he sends out are visible anywhere on the map, even without vision, kind of like Viego's Mist is. So if in laning phase you're not sure where the ult is going, if you quickly F key to the top lane, you can check it. Advanced strategies. Very advanced strategies. If you can tell.
Look, use eyes.
Very, that's something people do not pay attention to because Paranoia makes people crazy. But you can actually see pings through Nocturne ult.
Yes.
Yes.
So I feel like that's something people should do in solo queue more, is when Nocturne is on you, just please spam ping.
Yeah.
Ping that he's there.
Something. Type
Something.
ping. Do something.
But yeah, it's not impossible to play around. The old pro scene cheat is to look at your teammates' monitors. Not something
Screen
that,
peek.
Yeah, not something that can
I mean, it's not
happen
the
right
enemy.
now.
It's not the enemy team, so might as well. But
So I have to bring this up because I know at least one person, including myself. Nocturne is very good and it's very difficult to play around. Those are all very valid and it's extremely useful, especially for objective control. If you find someone to get picked out, it's very important. However, Nocturne, at least in terms of how this comp wants to go, can turn into a gold dump that you do not want all your gold going to.
Oh, absolutely.
It's very good early. It's very good early to get pressure. It's very good early to try and get some assist kills. Even get it just so you're able to, have your way with the objectives. But if he greeds with his ulti later on for too many picks and doesn't use it for team fights, or if he gets too bloated early on and the solo lanes aren't able to scale because they're not able to get kill gold, that is detrimental because it's so much gold that once the late game comes around, doesn't matter into a Jax.
Oh yeah, he can go. I've seen Nocturnes go 20-0 in the first 15 minutes, and as soon as that 20-minute marker hits,
Gone.
You can't. You're still able to 1v1 people.
Yeah.
But in team fights, it's not gonna be fun. And the spell shield on it in team fights is going to be pretty easy for Blitzcrank to knock off. He does have a lot of tools to knock off the spell shield, which is one of the more annoying parts.
it is going to be Conquer Nocturne, so you might be seeing an old school Bruiser Nocturne kind of build here. Now, since Gore Drinker and Stridebreaker nerfs has been significantly less common overall, we haven't seen it recently. You still go with more of the lethality because lethality just have been, by and large, some of the best items in the game.
Yeah.
To
Gold
build.
efficient.
Gold efficiency is high, damage efficiency great. They're still good. A lot of champions, like we see it on the Xayah all the time, where they actually scale. But with Conquer, instead of something maybe like the lethal tempo, going for longer extended fights to build up that Conquer. Though Nocturne can stack it relatively quickly, as we see actually a 5-man defense here for Penn State Black, as 5-man offense is going through top side.
Get the vision. Get the Vygar.
They should. I'm hoping they realize that they invaded through topside here, considering they didn't show up here.
There's a few pings here. I'm not sure who's pinging it, but that they have an idea that they could be cheesing up here. Either way, it's likely that Catalyst will full clear off of start here. Even if he's going to be behind in tempo and Zalt, he understands that, hey, yes, I'm strong. Yeah, I have that really good fear, but Zolt is probably going to win that 1v1 early on, especially around the level 3-4 marker.
Oh, yeah.
So much damage. You have execute damage on Q. You can also get a root on Q, go invisible, all this other trickery stuff that Kiana has available to her. Nocturne, while yes, can be very strong early with some help, you want to hit that 6 as fast as possible. You want to get Paranoia up. The old classic stories with Gigabyte Marines getting 6-minute Nocturne ultis and throwing pro teams off. It's like, how is this guy throwing Paranoia?
Speaking of Nocturne ulti, by the way.
Yes, we are currently getting Nocturne ulted by Penn State rooms, as it will be actually a top start here for Zolfata. In the enemy jungle, we're going to be doing some vertical jungling. And it looks like possibly Cold Rice Bot has sniffed this one out. I think he understands what's going on, so we'll see if it... Yeah, this pings onto the enemy blue buff, so Catalyst immediately going to run to that one. And they should be okay in bot lane early on, not necessarily great. Mid lane will have pressure with Veigar. And yeah, this will just be a nice vertical jungle, so not something we see too often nowadays with how fast early games can progress and how polarizing some lane matches are, but like to see it, and that means Cold Rice Bot are going to have to understand he's playing weak side, top side against the Jax. You have to play so careful, because if Jax starts racking up early kills, early leads on you, it is going to be problematic, even as Wukong, as the game continues forward. This champ will just scale out of control. But bot side, couldn't be happier for Lucianal and Ruck right now, because against a Blitzcrank, having all the help you can get, especially in the Nocturne post 6, super nice for you to be able to play this lane out with a little bit more confidence, knowing that your jungler is going to be there first regardless.
Yeah. Lucianal did opt for cleanse here, primarily probably for the RE charm and the Enchanted Crystal Arab Blitz. I do not believe you can cleanse any.
You
of
cannot
Blitz's
cleanse any of Blitz, but you can. It's more important to not get Ash arrowed in the lane into Blitz combo, because if you get hit by any substantial CC, you will just die in this lane. There's enough layering to make it happen. As, yeah, just going to be a nice, solid early game. Nocturne gets all of the camps. He actually does not lose his Wolf's topside, so it should be a camp ahead on his re-clear.
Our scoreboard is broken once again.
It's okay.
Small indie company. Very difficult for them to maintain the game.
Yeah, Spectator Client is always like this with patches coming out. It's not something they fix too terribly often. Yeah, Cold Rice in. Trades are going to go the way of Wukong early on. Champion is just better early on. You have armor spread on that Q, which is so important the earlier on in the game you are. But very effective. Could be fine trading, especially when Counter-Strike has such a long cooldown. Though, actually perfectly fine in the early game in Serial. Just has to watch out for Kiana in terms of early ganking. You can, before Ahri gets ulti, you can pretty easily zone with Cage. Cold Rice Bot going to take the downside of that trade again. This is the corrupting pot difference.
Yeah. Also cookies.
Also cookies, yeah. Cookies and corrupting. So we have 4 cookies.
Oh, wait!
As Zolt tries to get a gank off, almost dies for it.
Yeah,
Very quick one.
I wasn't sure about which team was favored here, but seeing the 4 cookies on the side of Concal's boosters really makes me think it's going to be a 15-minute game here for them. I think they're just going to stomp.
As Apto trading with Serial pretty heavily. Again, both just going to burn through some of their pots. That charm taken on the backside. Pretty deadly, of course, is Predator Vigor, so kind of waiting on that boots reset. You want to get those boots, come back to lane, and you can really start the pressure, especially for actually collapses. One thing Vigor and a lot of other immobile mid lane mages are generally speaking worse at is getting to fights. As good flash by Zero, that's a kill! Solo in the mid lane! No dashes required, the flash will do, and that is an easy pickup.
Yeah, that's also going to give Serial an ult timer, where he is going to have ultimate before Apto, depending on how his TP goes for him and the XP. But he should be able to get ult before, and then that's when you get real scared on Veigar, because you can cage, but as long as Ahri is not dashing directly into your cage, she just dashes twice, and she's on the other side.
Very good skill matchup, and very good for Serial to come on top there.
Is still beneficial of Ahri, again. Has a lot more burst potential early on against once Veigar gets ulti a little bit harder, because you can just press the outplay button for half of someone's HP, especially later on in the game when it's more like 3/4 to 70 to 80% of someone's HP. But
it's also Predator Veigar, I just noticed.
Yes, Predator. That's the boots back in inventory.
Yeah.
You should go Everfrost, and then you just...
Oh yeah, he's gonna go.
Zoom
Both
in.
mid laners are going Everfrost.
If you're Predator and you hit Everfrost, it's pretty much impossible to miss Everfrost when you have Predator, and then it's impossible to miss your cage when they're rooted from that.
Yep.
Oh,
Apto in the top lane here with Veigar coming up with the Predator. Ruck as well. It's a full-blown 4-man party, and Apto grabs a kill onto the Veigar. There's not gonna be able to be a response mid lane. Zalt also here on the top side as well, so the Dragon gonna stay up and available. I mean, Veigar's not even going to lose most of this wave. It's a cannon, so he's going to be able to at least get probably those last 3 caster creeps. By the time he gets back, that's a huge kill. You get a kill on your mid laner after the solo kill. You're going to get a full wave pushed in top side. 8 in, actually not going to use the TP, elect to just come back and walk to lane, probably knowing that they're not going to push for too much. The only difference is you are going to see a lot of your bot side pressure as Serial able to come down here, wrap around, make sure that Luciano doesn't get any of his farm and XP.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing that we haven't gotten to see lately because my Dream H1B has not been playing these traditional supports. But when you do have a Blitzcrank, you can pressure people off the tower. I don't think if you're a level 4 Zed there, you don't have quite the pressure to push him off.
Yep.
So we are seeing why supports are supports.
Yep, and this actually ends up in a gold lead for Concal.
Oh, hits the hook!
Big
Oh!
hook on to Luciano. Does have the flash, so he's going to be fine, but still good to burn it here. Now Dragon is started up as Ruck comes back in the lane, but his AD carry a little bit far off, finally coming in, grabs the chompers, but splashed away from by Concal, who's trying to get away. The Ignite ticking down. Dragon goes lower and lower, but top lane. Dragon goes down. Naden taking with Cold Rice Bada. 6 to level 5. He'll take those as Dream gets another hook onto Ruck, but Concal can't really respond. A little bit too low on HP, despite the level advantage.
Does have cookies though.
Yep, does have cookies. Will be pretty okay here as we continue forward. Zult also here in the bot lane, probably looking to follow up dive. Is only level 5, so no supreme play of talent. But Luciano, not under his tower. However,
Catalyst lurking.
Catalyst
at
is
Krugs.
around. I don't know how close he is to 6, though.
We're just
We'll
gonna
have
wait.
to see. Yeah, Luciano and Ruck, again, very hard to dive. Ari also down low. Apto does not have teleport available, so Catalyst
gets
in
caught out with the
trouble.
charm.
Yep. Spirit Dash into Charm, and now Ruck gonna try to peel for his AD carry. Goes in onto Zult to make sure he can't go forward, but the hook
Serial.
lands true. The arrow! High Cream picks that one up clean, and that is a beautiful bot lane play from the side of Concal's boosters.
Very clean. Very synchronized, very clean. Ari, great rotation. Spotting out the Nocturne on Krugs. Not jumping the gun too early with Dream and Zult. Waiting for their mid laner and very well executed. Including a very snazzy crystal arrow on top of it.
And almost a 1k gold lead for Ashe over Luciano right now.
Yeah, all that farm XP, multiple plates, 3 plates already down in that bot lane. Yeah, you do get one on Veigar in mid lane to try to bridge the gap a little bit, but Ari also the beneficiary of a lot of these pick kills, so Serial's going to be feeling just fine into the Veigar going forward for the foreseeable future at the very least.
Veigar is farming very well though.
Yep.
Is managing to keep it a little bit more even in
off
the face
the
of
early
kill
rope.
gold. Yeah.
So not all doom and gloom here from Penn State Black, but we can definitely say with confidence, at least for now, that Concal's boosters is playing this one a little bit more cleanly than the last game, playing a little bit more standard, doing actual set plays as we just saw. So good on them. Again, so far this game from both teams, very cleanly done. Not too much you can really do there on that bot play. Catalyst getting picked off is unfortunate, but no vision on Ari. Didn't think that she would go that deep into his jungle and just go in on him on Krugs. But
Yeah, we didn't get to see. I didn't even notice that he got to react with the spell shield in time. Or if
I
it was-
doubt it.
I think he just.
It was
got
probably
hard-
charm into
hard
Spirit
charm,
Dash.
that was
Yeah.
it.
Charm from Fog Wars hard, but Cold Rise is going for it. Paranoia is here, which means Jax is not. Back to the fountain he will go, and Catalyst again, good kill top lane.
Yeah.
Very nice pick. Again, sacrificing a little bit of the bot side here, but Ruck had to go for a reset, so just another plate going to fall. Catalyst does have the Herald, but a beautiful display tower to get onto Gold Rise bottom. The smite will kill, but Zult is also going to go down. Catalyst should be able to work this one away as Serial dueling Apto. Does have to be a little bit careful, even with the ulti. Apto has one of his own, and Primordial Burst does do quite a bit of damage.
A little bit of burst damage.
Yeah, Serial needs to know at this point if he's about a third of his HP, he is in execute range. So even though he looked pretty healthy there, he loses that if he tries to prolong
Note,
it.
8 in, saving his TP early though, does prevent the Herald from being dropped topside, so denies that free plating from Catalyst, who is going the Bruiser Nocturne build. Stridebreaker already complete.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a very tanky Nocturne, maybe a little bit less on the damage side, but for team fights, significantly favored over the lethality one-shot Nocturne, even against this team, because Bruiser Nocturne against Zult, against Serial, against maybe less Serial, but Concal for sure,
Yeah.
going to be just as easily able to burn through your HP bar as lethality. A little bit less quicker, but we'll get the job done all the same.
Especially another slow to add onto the backline too really helps out a lot when you have Jinx and Veigar that need a little bit more time to get there.
But even when you just ult in to guarantee you get your fear off once you tether them.
Okay, Nate, gonna look for a little trade here. Has Zult in the wings, flashes forward to confirm the counter strike. Is going to go for the ult, so this probably is just a full-on dive. Oh, misses the root though, so has to go in with just the execute, and with the resistances will be just a fine again, cleanly done. Concal, the boosters respond in kind to top lane. They even had Serial coming up from mid just to secure if the dive went awry. Does give bot side pressure here over to Penn State Black for a little bit. They are down just over 2k gold. Catalyst gonna be able to grab this one. They're gonna set up the dragon here in 44 seconds, get one of their own to even out the score. But need to pop it. Great spell shield. And yeah, Catalyst probably needs to get this Herald off here soon. You want to get up some plates out of this, and that will definitely serve to lessen the gold difference quite a bit. But so far, both these teams playing very, very well. Not really too many detrimental mistakes. A lot of these just well-done plays, good setup. Awareness maybe a little bit more to some of these topside from Aiden as well as Cole Rice themselves. But for the most part, this is going very smoothly, I think, in both these teams' game plans. PSU Black just coming out on the bottom end of it. Again, good to see Concal's Blizzard still making these numerous and successful plays that they have been for the last several games.
Not really a lot of punishment, though, on the Vigar, and just, you know, a lot of free scaling. I mean...
Oh, Cole Rice is dead.
Wait a minute. Oh.
Yeah, 8 can just finishes out second cycle and not going to hit anything. And yeah, solo kill top lane for the Jackson. That is not a good look. As now kill on the bot lane. There comes the Paranoia, and Zalt will go down, and Kine is mid lane. Apto looking. Can't find with the Paranoia. Doesn't know where he went. Now the shutdown onto Vega. Meanwhile, bot lane is cleaned up by Rook, actually. The Nautilus going to pick up 2 kills. Not exactly where you want it, but you take those. They're going to be able to herald bot side as well as get Dragon. The top side, though, not a good look, as Jackson's going to be able to get multiple plates off this one. This champ with Trinity Force especially just takes these towers instantly. Either way, good response from Penn State Black off the top lane failure. You get the kills bot lane. Yes, Lucian's traded back, but they overdove. Yeah. You punish that on Zolt's aggression. You get big gold onto the Nocturne, which although, yes, can sputter out in the late game with the Bruiser build can be significantly more useful with more gold. Yeah. Can do very well. They get the Dragon out of it. They get mid lane with a big shutdown onto Vagar, courtesy of the Paranoia.
Yeah, really huge misplay by Serial there in the mid lane, giving him shutdown and just more stacks on top of it.
Oh, and they didn't look for Cold Rice body again. Has the ulti still. Cold Rice, no cyclone available, and Zalt is here as well. They can just look for this all day. Don't flash, buddy. And that's a tilter right there, walking back in the lane only to your death.
Rocket.
Death Rocket's not going to do much. Just going to bop him.
So close. That was
It's
so
a bop.
close. No, it's a bit of a bullying
Ooh,
going
my
on.
dream.
The flash,
Nice.
flash.
Yep.
Very nice.
Had to burn it. Now you don't have it up for the Chancros era, though.
Get tower.
Yep, tower. And again, this has been
That's
Concal's,
first tower, right?
Yeah, this has been Concal's.
Oh, no, second tower, my bad. Aiden got first tower.
Yeah. This has been Concal's boosters move is just turret plates, turret plates, turret plates.
Hex
It's
flash.
So good. Yep. Rock 5. The Blitzcrank can't find.
Oh, the Chomper Snake, yep.
Yep, but there comes the depth charge onto the Ash trying to buy some time. But Aftershock doing so much on My Dream to stay. Again, this Jinx is so underfed in terms of gold. There's just no damage to come across. Fairly even fight for the most part. CBT does just get to walk away as Lucianal and them are going to continue to farm up the Krug. Zaltian trying to hold mid lane here against the Vagar. Still just stacking up at 115 stacks already. So
very nice.
Respectable.
Very respectable at 14 minutes,
Zalt,
especially.
Ruck and Opto looking for Zalt here. It's Cage. Doesn't quite hit, a little bit slow. Yeah, transitioning Wukong in. Now, the problem here for Penn State Black is how do you deal with Jax? He's winning the side lane. Your top laner is 0 and 4 on the Wukong. Still no Mythic available.
Well, my default answer is Vigar. That's the answer, is Vigar, because he's very strong right now. He's very good in lane right now. He's a lot of gold. He's not behind. He's farming very well.
Oh, there's going to be a Paranoia play here as Cold body goes in. And absolutely with the 1v1, but certainly not the 1v2. This is a very strong Nocturne.
Yeah.
And yeah, you just get blown to pieces there. Fear comes through, and again, good setup. Paranoia not going to be available here for a little bit longer, but doesn't necessarily need it in certain plays. Zelf over the wall. They need to be a little bit reserved. Brothers, Ruck finds him. There's a good ulti in the river to grab the stun. Silence comes through into Catalyst. Grabs a good spell shield. That's a shutdown for Apto. Catalyst gets out cleanly. Ruck now trying to get away as well. My Dream mode down as well. As in the bot lane, it's a solo kill for Serial. Lucianal up too far. But the top side is all going PSU Black's way. That was a wonderfully played fight by Ruck and Catalyst.
Punishing the missed hook with one hook of his own. Vigar was there to clean up, had ulti, immediately gets rid of Kiana, and then finishes off Blitzcrank with just a simple Q.
Yep.
That's big stacks and a ton of gold. That is not what you want if you are Concal's boosters. Very well played, though. It's very well punished.
Catalyst as well, perfect timing on his abilities. Yes, he takes the Kiana ulti and gets stunned up, but it is only a River Kiana ulti. It's not the full supreme display of talent that you normally expect, even damage-wise. So is able to just spell shield the last bit of damage coming through in him, the last bit of CC. Kiana can't get the execute off, ends up dying to Veigar, and Catalyst gets to walk out completely free, and that means a Herald conversion. Veigar is 4-1.
Yeah.
This is going to be a huge, huge deal as we get later in this game because, again, while yes, Ari is also very fed and better at side laning, Veigar will just one-shot your team as now gets hooked away. Concal, though, in the trap, and that's so much damage coming through. Apto, though, rooted up to make a death mark, goes to the field goal post as Cold Response does no damage to rack up. Apto actually almost going down to the execute damage on Kiana there. Very close margins, and through all that, blows 2 summoners off the AD carry. Funny enough, Enchanted Crystal Arrow is still available as well, and no one comes out worse for wear in terms of deaths, though Cold Spot is going to try to all in. It's another Paranoia play. Gets a good clone. The near side of this is there. The fear as well. But the ult is actually doing a good bit of work with resistance and Catalyst. Trying to catch up. 888 might be able to turn this one. Flash away from the Q, but it's a flash in kind, and Catalyst will secure. And this is the problem about side laning against Nocturne. It is never possibly
Lutional! No!
Tried and tested way. Serial's been picking up these kills easily. Apto, great time for the Enchanted Crystal Arrow lands. True Serial does have to stay in the box for a little bit longer now. Zoltana trying to 2v1 into the bush. Goes into another green. Catalyst going very low. Mike died. His ult. One more Q will do it. Gets the shutdown. Now no, invisible again. Zolt gets to the E. Oh, right through. It was almost a clean outplay by Zolt. That's a huge shutdown as well onto the Kiana. Very nicely done. And that's going to keep the gold lead around 4K for Concal's boosters. Its mid lane turret yet to fall as well, so much standing gold picked up by this team thus far.
I will say, out of all the people it could have went to, I'm happy it went to, if I'm Concal's booster, I'm happy it went to Wukong and not to Nocturne. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna stay logically consistent. It's probably worse that it went into the Wukong.
Yeah, I think we're getting to that point in the game where Nocturne's gonna hit his wall. And
he is gonna build, I'm not exactly sure what he's building second item here.
I'm not sure either. I thought it was just going to be Umbral.
It might be an Umbral. I don't know what Umbral builds out of anymore, so I'm just going to
Umbral
wait and
is
see.
Dirk, 2 long swords.
The Jax matchup when you're behind be like, walks at you menacingly. Ruck gets hooked away, but that's not necessarily the target you'd like as now Vigor Cage comes through. My Dream going to take a little bit of chip damage. Cry about it. As this is a pretty big flank down here, actually.
Good arrow.
Yeah, great arrow. Now Paranoia going to try to disrupt the fight. Ruck is in the charm, not going to land as Apto gets out cleanly, but Serial already found Luciano on the backside. Big Cyclone on the 2, and Serial, the last one remaining, gets 2 kills. Apto very low. Charm doesn't find, though. It means Catalyst going for a third, cleaned up by Wukong, and Jack's not in a position to contest, and that means dragging the Pensate Black, and that is the advantage of Paranoia, ladies and gentlemen. Throws the fight into chaos. The picks come through. Cold Rice Spot is there with a teleport because you can't channel it when you're topside with Paranoia active. That means you get tier 2 mid, tier 1 mid. The Herald down, Apto, tons of gold. The Veigar lives, and your Jinx, who was already 0-4, is the only real significant death that you have in that fight. So very, very well done by Penn State Black. Team fighting that amazing. Again, CBT still going to be ahead in gold just from the tower, but the gold window is closing. Cold Spot does need to be careful. Jax will kick his butt.
Rock and Luciano, though, hiding in the wings.
Luciano does no damage.
Very true.
The CC is there, but 888 is
oh my god!
Yeah, this is.
Oh, he might get 2!
It's 2 kills at least. Yep. There's a Cyclone. Outplays for 2. Mastery flash away. Earned it. And the misplay from the 80 carry kills 3. And suddenly the mid-fight means nothing.
You can't. I know what they were trying to do. Bado was trying to get some gold to Luciano. Or I at least hope that's what he was trying to do. Because there's really no other excuse for him to walk up like that. And not even confirm it either. Because really all it took was one little just regular rocket from Fishbones. And it would have died. But it didn't happen. And I'm a little upset. But man, gigantic misplay. Good gold on the Aiden. Gets him a bounty. Gets him a Bork. Finished. He was, was already
Counter
finished.
Strike, 5.59 second cooldown.
Oh god. What are we coming to? What is the world coming to?
Oh, Apto.
It's okay.
Merc treads.
Ruck does find Zolt.
Sidesteps.
Oh,
Pops wall.
Catalyst ult into the rocket. Catalyst kind of going in this one blind is a good supreme display of talent, gets him out and away, and that's going to be a good dodge away from Paranoia.
Yeah, it was very...
I don't think Catalyst realized that Concal was that close, so just wanted to get a dodge. Now Cyclone coming out, Ruck grabs the kill, and they're going to go for this again. Catalyst, though, here this time, great Cyclone to interrupt the jump, and that's going to be a shutdown onto Catalyst. Well played onto the Jax.
See, the thing they did correct this time was they made the ADC stay mid. They put Lucian.
No resets,
They
no
put
triumph.
Lucian in timeout in
No
the mid
triumph
lane.
heals, no triumph heals. Serial caged up. Everfrost connects. This is going to be a dead Arias now. Ruck finds Zolt, but Zolt finds Catalyst, and so does My Dream. He'll be stalled out here. Lucian coming up the side. Zolt looking for the execute. Catalyst walks away, but Concal, no!
Crystal Arrow!
Grabs the kill,
so
and now
close.
Apto comes in to clean up Zolt. Super Mega Death can't find My Dream. Blitzcrank gonna be slowed here after his W runs out. Cold Rice can come and clean up a Concal in the cage with Apto, but Apto might have bitten off more than he can chew. There, shield bow, Lucian with the zap, and that's an ace for the Vanguard. The W coming down from on high, but TP in the backline. It's 8 and 8. But the cage doesn't land. They misplay it, and that's gonna be a kill for Jax. One down, stun onto the clone, and Cold Rice Spot has got nowhere to go. 2 kills for 8 and 8.
Going for more!
Looking to grid away. Spider not under the top.
He doesn't care. He
does not
has
care.
his
There's
ult.
the slow. There's the ult. There's the dodge. Because it's a counter strike, baby. 8 and 8 and 8 and 5-3. Lucian went off in the bot side to hide. 5.59 second cooldown, by the way. And that is even fight, courtesy of your top laner.
First things first. Very well played originally by PSU Black. Opto positioning very well, being able to get so much gold onto this Vygar. It's only 22 minutes. He has Rabadons completed. He's probably on his way.
Serio looking for Luciano, has to cleanse. Going low, the Ignite goes down, but Baron is being done by CBT, so they're going to be fine with Serio buying time here. They have an
No vision, they have a hunch.
Yep, they have a hunch. They got the Baron. Cold Rice is taking a freaking Dex Gates. Oh no, and now he finds 8 and 8 on the backside, but Paranoia coming through. Nocturne gonna join the fight. Can they kill off the Jax? No! The Supremely Play Talon. Catalyst able to get over the wall with the flash, but that means that.
Oh, but
no! Vanguard, my God, man! Kills them all! My Dream, the last one standing. Ruck with the hook, and that's a triple kill for Cold Rice. Pays back the enemy top lane in kind. Good Lord, man, Vagar hurts.
The game has come to a point where everyone else's life is meaningless except for Vagar's. All you gotta do is keep him there until he shows up.
And that means, inhibitor is under fire.
Keep Jax
Keep
away,
Jax away, and he just wins.
and then you just
Supreme
kill him.
Display of Talent was excellently done by Zone 8 and 8 and 8 as well, surviving longer than intended. Cold Rice just the initiator at this point.
Yeah.
Probably going to see a Death Stance coming here, third item, just to shore up his ability to Cyclone in and Turtle take no damage.
Yes.
But now you have complete priority. You get the mid lane inhibitor, but here comes
Uh-oh.
the Hex Gates. And Aptos found one, but can't Serio pick him up. Into the goes in, but he's stunned up on a stun cage. After him, it's beautiful. Supreme Display Talent, but the hook misses wide. Zoltan gets kill on the Ruckus. Apto trying to cut away. The Jax is on, but no one's on the Jax, and now Catalyst is down. Concal with the kill.
Apto has
The arrow is in there. Apto has ult. Luciano also trying to pick away, but Concal tries to get Crystal of his own. Doesn't miss on. And ults and kills it as Luciano now excited. Concal maybe blast code into the wrong brush, and with that, they're checking away. But Zolt finding Apto grabs the kill. Luciano Zappos kills him dead. 300 gold over to the 80 carry. Now Cold Rice and Luciano versus Concal and My Dream. It's support 80 carry. Top of the hook goes wide. Concal trying to poke with the volley shot, but in the end, it's Penn State Black's game to lose. Still 2K gold down, but they're winning the fights.
Wow.
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 Channeling your inner Owen Wilson.
I mean,
That's all you can say.
they're just turning the fights, and PSU Black are just, they're playing it so well. They're playing to their strengths. Vygar's getting kills. They should have understood. Zolt got the pick, but Aiden should have understood that, Vygar ult was up. Probably was a very big overstep. And
68 second cooldown.
that's
Max
not good.
1700 damage.
I don't like that.
How much health does Ash have, Mr. Observer?
Ah,
1600 damage.
Yeah, we're at the point where Vagar ult is not just a 60-second cooldown.
Yep.
It is a one
We got
shot.
Rabos, and we see a stopwatch and inventory as well. So now with the safety. Apto gonna be feeling a lot better. And Zalt, good job on Zalt coming back in to grab that kill, make sure he can confirm that one, but still, this Veigar is a problem. Concal's boosters, for the first time maybe this entire series, has a problem they have to deal with. Because while 888 is popping off on the Jax, no one else really is. Zalt gets picked up, root up, good hook on the app though, but there's just no follow-up damage. Ari trying to stopwatch is there. Can they get it? The stupid minute, no! Finally on the backside with a Spirit Rush, and that's going to be one kill. But now Jax is in the fray, and Cows might have bitten off more than he can chew. Ruck trying to run away. They're just going to leave the Nocturne to die. Grabs it out of the spell shield, but he can't get away just yet. Trying to get out, gets it. No, ain't to grab the kill. Ruck also next on the chop and block, trying to run away, but that is an Ashe, my friend. The slows come through, can't get away. Spider Knot's out, but 888 approaches, going to give the kill to Concal. And yeah, a little bit too deep in off of that Blitzcrank hook, and the Nautilus engage. They do get Zult, they do get Blitz, but Serial, Concal, and the gang are there to follow up and finish him off. Apto, not with his Zionist complete yet, did it a little bit too late, took a little bit too much damage, and are able to confirm it with the Spirit Rush plus auto attack. That's a big pick. We got 258 on the Dragon, 158 on Baron, so still some time left. Not the most influential things. No standing gold going to go down, as all the outer turrets besides mid lane have been dealt with by Concal's boosters, but still gold in their pockets, 55 to 52. 3.5K, sizable gold lead, in control still. As long as they're getting onto app though, game is probably won because there's not too much else that's going to be able to kill this Jax through Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Nocturne is really the only great weapon that they have.
Oh, they're going to find Zult in My Dream. Ruck picked off, screen play of talent, gets chunked out. Oh,
wait.
Oh, the paranoia, but they don't have any vision anymore. And that means it's just nearsighted around the map for nothing. Now, we'll be back up in a few before the next objective spawns, even with the Baron. And now Cold Rice in trouble. Dive going to be coming in. 888 can't just finish off this tower, buddy. You are not killing this Jax. And Cold Rice needs to get the heck out of dodge. Uses My Dream to get out. Oh, beautifully done with the Cyclone. And that manages to get him out pretty much scot-free. Doesn't even need the flash. And yeah, Cold Rice. Expertly done. Sarah going to try to push in this mid-turn, get some extra damage down. Lucianal knows he cannot go close to this Ahri. You will just die.
Correct.
If that charm hits. And with Spirit Rush, that's a very hard thing to dodge because you can't just get meleeed by the Ahri. Gold lead does increase.
So in that last fight, we saw Catalyst lost vision and could not use Paranoia second cast, which is why I thought he was going to go Umbral, because then he can pretty freely go Farsight Alteration as his trinket.
Oh, My Dream. I'll cut you off there. My Dream caught out. Pretty much just dead here, yeah. Might as well expend the ultimate. That's a pretty good kill on a Blitzcrank. Now you can push in here with impunity, knowing that you're not going to get hooked over a wall. But the pick is markers on to 888, but Apto, the bait, but he might be a little bit too close. Doesn't have Zonius, does have the flash, gets out of dodge, but again, no Vigor ulti, so you don't have anything to follow with. Paranoia, yet again, just to make sure the rest of the team can't follow up, and with the Baron spawned, they can just look for this. They had 2 players down. Apto can just reset and teleport back in with full HP. I don't know if he has enough for Zonius just yet. Cold Rice over the backside with Ruff, but the pick from Serial on to Lucianal means this Baron might have gone
good display,
a little bit rough. Concal's off the backline. Catalyst very low. Check his arrow, press with the cold off, but Serial takes half his HP from just one Veigar W. That means the Baron's going to be dissuaded for now. I hope the Pensei Black just backs off here. You have Dragon in 24 seconds time. There's no real point for goes. Cold Rice though, looking for an engage, just going to get chunked low. It's really, really hard to advance into Ahri Ashe in any real sense without a good flank or a Nautilus Ahri. Take your resets. Don't do the Baron. Instead, let's go reset. We have Dragon up in 10 seconds. We know we can get priority on this. Callus is coming off. He has Paranoia back up. Apto hits his ult back. Now has the Zhonya's Hourglass off cooldown. Can deal with Jax again. Tools are coming back. Cyclone up in just a few seconds. You can absolutely fight this if you want to.
XXL is also gigantic for PSU Black, too.
Absolutely. As we get Paranoia yet again for the cast. Dragon is started up here by side of Concal's boosters, and it looks like it will just be given over. Ruck not going to be here fast enough, so not the biggest end of the world from Pensei Black, but sure would have liked that soul at 30 minutes in the game.
Yeah, the nice thing about getting the soul point when they only have one dragon themselves is you do not have to force. That was a situation that PSU Black had been getting into, and they have the freedom this time that they do not have to.
Instead, yeah, gonna look up at the Baron. They understand that everyone's bot side. They'll take it mid lane tier 2, I think, for the Baron.
Yeah.
Lots of push potential here, and that's gonna go down really fast. Jinx Veigar, even with the Jinx this behind.
Yeah.
Can't shred this.
Crystal
Crystal
Arrow.
Arrow's gonna hit. I actually
Spell shield.
Serial's up here. My Dream as well. They're going to contest My Dream. Can't find flash up, but Ruck can't either. Charmed out of the dread line, and Ruck just goes down. He's gonna tell on everybody, and suddenly it all just falls apart. Aiden's in the base. Catalyst, the only one to take the reset off Baron, but it's a 4-0 triple kill for Serial, and it's just a disaster. Penn State Black, it was looking so good, and suddenly all just falls apart. The Vega are out of nowhere. Stun comes on the Catalyst. Aiden just gonna try to end the game. He's got the Baron. He's got
tower. His team is here to back him up.
He's got mittens to deal with. Baron. He's got teammates now. Catalyst has to stall for a long time. 20 seconds on Delusional. The next real damage coming up. Needs to stall for 30 if he wants to get Apto up, and that's pretty much the only saving grace you have against his team.
Wave coming in.
Here comes Paranoia. Gonna try to stall this out as long as possible. They don't really need it. Goes into Ori, gets the shutdown, but the stun comes through. Can he stall for longer? Spell shield's there. Can't get another hook. Ruck now trying to stall up. It's Aiden is the target. Blitzcrank also goes down to the Nocturne. Aiden is on
It's gone. It's gone.
Texas, it is gone.
Game!
Fast. Game 4. And the PSU LCS 2022 championship over to Concal's Boosters in one of the craziest series we have cast in a long time. Coming out of nowhere on the Zolhat's supreme display of talent.
That was an insane Baron turnaround.
Woo.
Oh my god. First of all, the charm out of Hook. Delicious. Then Zalt ends up in the back line. Supreme displays Apto and everyone else. But most importantly, Apto. And he died. And then they were just not able to do anything. Aiden teleports bot lane, destroys Inhib, and just puts so much pressure because Catalyst was the only one that decided to back. Why was Rook even there is my question.
He was looking for the engage.
He was looking, but there was nothing there. But oh my god, what awareness out of Aiden for that. That was nuts. Fantastic charm, awesome hook. That was nuts. That was not a misplay, but
Gigantic nuts.
Was certainly a misplay on the
Yes.
side, looking for the fight, overextending there. Unfortunately, sometimes that's just where you lose the game.
Yeah.
You don't have anyone answering Jax. He's just going to end if you get 4-man like that. And again, beautiful play by Zalt, beautiful play by Serial to actually enable that to happen.
Yeah, delay the
charm
recalls.
on Nautilus, delay the recalls. It's essentially just kill. You didn't even delay. I mean, you just killed the whole freaking team. And then Aiden can just keep slow pushing as he was, knowing the Baron was being done. So it ends up working out very well. And again, Concal Blizzard played very well. We had the game 3 where they kind of trolled around a little bit in draft. Still made it a very, very close game. And that just shows you the skill level of this team here in competition. Is while very, very good games, still showing up, showing their prowess. 3-1 victory is certainly respectable. And yeah, I cleanly done. I got not much else to say on the matter in that case. We are not doing an interview live.
It's a little.
They said they want to do an interview. All of them.
Nah.
All of them.
I'm gonna shut that down just because it's a live cast today. We got stuff to do over on
I mean,
our
if they
side
want
of
to
things.
run over here in the next 3 minutes, then by all means. But like,
Yep.
Please don't offer that.
In any-
That was not an official offer.
In any event, very good thanks to both these teams. This was some great games. I know we had some scheduling issues with trying to get this game here on the Saturday so we could cast it live. We had a blast doing it.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
nice
it
that
was
we
fun
could
to
do-
watch for sure. Like,
I need about 5 hours to.
I can get
process
some R&R
that.
though.
I need to go figure out what Concal was doing behind the mid-tier.
Tier one, we gotta go look at the footage.
If there's only one person I want to interview, it's Concal. How did he get there?
Hey, we have one question.
That's my only question.
In any event, thank you very much to both these teams for playing today. Thank you to everyone who participated in Spring 2022 PSU LCS.
Braves W.
It was I see.
Oh,
We have been told it's great.
Yeah, no, that definitely
Yes, he
answers
could
the
not
question.
see and therefore did not know he was
He could not
between
see
the
it
turrets.
ended up behind a tower.
In any event, thank you very much to all the teams who participated. It's so awesome that we actually have an intramural league here at Penn State for League of Legends. It's some of the most fun league that I play in terms of actually getting it, because we all know the frustrations of solo queue. It's nice to have somewhere where you can play competitively at really any ranked. So thank you again for all the teams. We'll be back next year again in the fall for fall PSU LCS with the draft and all that. But yeah, many thanks again. Congratulations to both these teams for making this fall, and Concal's Boosters for taking home the title, bringing it home yet again. Concal I believe now a two-time PSU LCS champion.
Two-time.
Two-timer, yeah.
Two-timer. Yep.
Two-timer.
Our statistician has confirmed it is 2 times.
It is two. It is a two-time
Siren and
PSU.
Concal's boosters.
Yep.
Pingy was also a two-timer.
Pingy is also a two-time.
That's also true. That's oh my god, look at that.
If something for
Wow.
one game, but hey, happens.
Not sure how the sub rules work, but
It's okay.
We'll figure it out. In any event, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did to cast. And
5 p.m. Buki building. I believe Buki.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Tomorrow.
Buki 111, I believe.
111, yes.
111.
Buki 111. 5 o'clock tomorrow. LCS final watch party. Everyone come. Please show up. It'll be really fun. Bring your PCs if you want. We'll have a fun time. We'll do LAN. We'll do whatever.
We might have League on flash drives.
We might.
No PCs.
No
Don't bring
PCs.
Laptop's okay.
Laptop's okay. Is
I
what
might
we're
have to
moving
play on my
forward.
laptop, but that's fine.
All right. With that, though, I believe that's our last announcement. So thank you guys very much again, and we'll catch you next year, I guess.
Next semester.
Back on the Rift.